well, good morning everybody, कैसे हो? Good morning. मॉर्निंग है, नाइट है, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। कैसे हो सब लोग? व्हाट इज अप? ये बीकेल जहां दिख जाता है। अरे गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस। भाई भाभी को पिज्जा खिलाया। बड़ा कम बंक्स भाई, हेलो बंक बाबा की जय। कैसे हो भाई? आज मेरे को सच्ची सच्ची बोलूं, आज एक ऐसा दिन था जहां पे मेरे को जरा मन नहीं था वॉच पार्टी करने का। जरा सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ भाई, मजाक से हटकर जरा मन नहीं था। क्योंकि भाई सिंपल है, C9 जीतने वाली है, ठीक है, और G2 जीतने वाली है। तो मेरे को पता नहीं मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ। सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ भाई, 2-0 है। आधे घंटे में चारों गेम खत्म होने वाला है, फिर भी हम देखने वाले बधिर जैसे। यार क्या सीन है भाई, सो जाओ तो फिर। ये हुई ना पोल, कौन कौन मेरे साथ है आज पता चलेगा। चैट, तुमको भी लग रहा है G2 और C9 जीतने वाली है? ये होती है पोल। ये पूरा चैट मेरे साथ है। क्या बोलती पब्लिक?
Thank you.
ये क्या पोल है? यही पोल है आज। पूरी चैट मेरे साथ है। तन्मय कैसा मेरी जान की चौपाटी? देखो जिस स्पीड से आए थे ना, फिर उसी स्पीड से जाने वाले। लिख के रखो, छाती लाओ, लिख के रखो। बिंग्स भाई बाल बढ़ कैसे गए भाई? आज फाइनली मैं नहाया यार, फिर भी वो नहीं हो रहा है, गिर रहे बाल ज्यादा होने से।
And it's time to bring out their opponents. Make some noise for G2!
बाय, ये लोग का गाना बाप है। बाय बंडल होएगा अभी। बाय द बंडल बॉयज। भाई क्या गाना बना है भाई। सेक्सी गाना है भाई। G2 का है क्या अपने पास? वरना हम लेंगे। G2 का है अपने पास, और G2 का वरना हम लेंगे भाई। सेक्सी सॉन्ग के लिए लेंगे अपन। लैंग्वेज जरी
in this competition for Furia. They want that first win. Will it come against G2? That is going to be the question on all of our minds here as you see Val and the rest of the team on the other side of the stage getting prepped and ready to go. Something that caught my interest when we were getting ready for the like went into the game. Val was saying that they have scrimmed G2 a few times, Furia a few times, and that he feels like he has a read on how to shut them down. But I feel like everyone's kind of said that to an extent.
Sure.
This could be an opportunity.
You always have to believe that going in, right? You
We have
have to
some
believe in
G
your game plan.
haters
You have
right
to commit.
here.
That's true of anything.
पोल गलत है,
sometimes
पोल
just
सही
forget
है
it.
भाई।
Don't believe in your game plan. Throw it out the window and let's see if something changes.
Yeah, I guess.
But then your game plan is
जीतने
throwing out
वाली
the
टीम
window.
को वोट करो।
Whoa.
Wow.
That's layers.
wait,
I
that's
wasn't
देखो
ready- I wasn't
पोल में
ready for
दोनों
that.
ऑलमोस्ट
So,
50-50%
someone
चांस है,
tell
मतलब
G2
दोनों को पता है ये लोग जीतने वाले।
Get in the comms, quick. Let them know.
Binks
All
का
right, well,
दूर
the
का
players
दूर।
are getting ready to go here, Mimi.
This is a really important game. for
Huge
G2.
game.
It has been a tough start to this season.
भाई सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ, मैं डार्क सीजन 3 पे आ गया हूँ। मेरा दिमाग का भरोसा और हो गया, नया फ्यूचर आ गया भाई। भाई सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ, एक और अगर उसका सीजन निकलेगा ना, मेरा हो गया भाई। अनइंस्टॉल कर दूंगा सब कुछ, समझ रहे हो? पूरा मोबाइल में किधर फेंक दूंगा और मैं मालदीव जा रहा हूँ। मेरा हो गया सच्ची। इतना बवासीर ऑफ द सीरीज ऑफ द बवासीरनेस है भाई।
Out with smiles on their faces because if they sit there and say, hey, we really need to win this game,
Dark
they're
and
going to start
teeny.
feeling the pressure.
Life
of
में
winning,
चौथा ना
and
है
they
उसका बस.
cannot succumb to that. They have to push past that and just think about it as, hey, this is just another scrim. You know, maybe Icy can start owning because it was scrims that he was
आपको
owning.
पिंकी
in.
दी और चैट में सब लोगों को
Crazy.
हनुमान
But,
जयंती
yeah, I think
की
mental game
शुभकामनाएं.
is
जय
the
श्री राम.
name.
Love you.
Both
आज है
teams
क्या?
cannot feel like
Love
they are
you,
playing to
Aish
nothing.
bhai.
And
Same
that's
to you,
at
मेरी
times,
जान.
it's very easy to get into that mindset when you're in a situation like this, right? G2 came into a lot
Good,
of hype, a lot of
positive
excitement. They're down.
vibes to you,
Furia,
Aish bhai.
they're down.
Yeah.
They cannot be in that position. But let's see what we get with the agent select.
I think both these teams have been running just about the same
Ending है
meta comps,
उसमें
all
उसके
things
बाद
considered.
कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Do you think
ठीक है.
continuing to look into
Big
that mental game a bit, because we are starting on Lotus, the most lopsided map in terms of side selection? If you're coming in here on
बोल
defense
के दिखा
early, you
डार.
better be
खुद से
prepared
समझेगा
to
उसको.
turn that ship around quickly in the second half.
I'm excited to watch another game of MW on Raze. We talk a lot about just the duelists, and in games like this where it can be a little bit back and forth, when there is a real chance
And
for an
Binks.
upset, that's even more important.
Yeah.
Icy in this matchup needs to come out and be great, or MW is the type of player that'll
वो
rip through a
देखी
team.
Yeah.
मैंने क्या
He could
किया?
very well just, run roughshod all over this G2 lineup if they're not careful.
Wrong
here.
ball.
And this is going to be a tough one
Right
without a
ball,
doubt. We've
bhai,
constantly
right
said
ball.
that because we do want to stress, like, this is it for G2. They lose here. No shot, right? Like you're looking
For
at
either of these teams.
for either of these teams.
Stop coping. Don't you dare start coping on me now.
Don't you
मालिक
dare bring
बोलेगा
that
तुझे.
cope
अच्छा,
out here,
वैसा.
Tina. Okay, we ain't ready for that. It's too early.
लक्षद्वीप जाऊंगा यार. माफ करो यार. माफ करो.
So I can bring the...
So you can bring the cope. Okay, go ahead. Cope it up. It's past the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Trent on Fade because I think Trent has a voice
माफ
for
करो. माफ करो. I would like to
rotations for that
apologize.
info gathering towards this team. I think it's going to be a really, really big thing. And
ये
again,
poll
to
देखकर
note,
तो
he
stream
was
ही
one
like
of the
कर दिया
players
बस.
walking on stage with a smile on their face. So if they do have that vibe going into it, I feel like this is going to be G2's game to run away with. I don't know. Lotus,
G2 है
I
भाई,
got a
G2.
feeling
You did
for
say
G2.
2-1. You said
I got a
2-1.
feeling.
BC मैंने
Run away
20 से ज़्यादा
doesn't
से
imply
पता किया
2-1.
है.
Yeah, it
They
implies
say 20 किया.
fleeing and getting O2.
अभी 40 किया. Love you तन्मय.
Also, I can't help it. I did put 2 and 2. Lisa Nagaib, Trent, hair, it all fits.
Yeah,
It's great.
Trent Atreides, they call him.
निन्ने अरे मटबाई नहीं.
Hair is the same guy, according to GB.
I mean, that's kind of true.
When you're follically challenged like me, guys, it's just the way life rolls. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this game, massive matchup.
Good morning,
we'll see,
Bangla,
though,
good
how
morning.
the chips fall as G2 Esports and Furia match up against
आज
one another
good
here
hair day है
in a
लग रहा है.
do
क्या
or
बोलते हो?
die contest between both of these squads. We're starting things off on Icebox, and things could very well go. Oh, sorry, Lotus.
भाई
Oh,
पोल
good
में जीत और
heavens.
सीजन
This
डाला
is-
कि वही दोनों जीतने वाले हैं आज शांग भाई.
Yeah, there it
I want
is.
the
All
world
right,
to know
folks, we are
कि आज
ready
ये
to
दो
go. I
टीम
got the
ही
cue to
जीतने वाली
shut
है.
up. So let's go
इसलिए
ahead
बाकी टीम
and
इसका
send
पोल
it
में
over
डाला.
to your casters. I know they're British, but guys, don't hold it against
मेरा
them.
chat
It's Brennan
invisible है क्या नहीं
Sideshow.
तो?
You say that.
I mean, listen, it's perfectly fine, GB. Very based opinion. I also hate the British. So you're okay there. You're in.
Screenshot निकाल के रखो.
Americans.
Polka.
Exactly. Let's get started then. Lotus, map 1, staging grounds here for G2 and Furia.
Yeah.
And God almighty was the Death trying their hardest to get people to care a little bit about this match. But it is right. They are correct. It's a must win for both of these teams here in the middle of this Super Week. Furia versus G2. And Furia, they have been stumbling. They have been struggling to find that first hurdle. That
भाई
first
G2
win.
strong
You know
भी
how
कितने उस
difficult
दिन.
that can be for some teams. We saw Crew kind of go through the same thing last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Fury are in dire straits, but the same could be said about G2. Both of these squads
कब
will
से
be
कर रहे पढ़ते
hoping
नहीं भाई.
that this can
बहुत chat
spark
आता है यार,
a
कैसे
resurgence in their season and
Did
get
you
them
sleep? I
back on
slept
track
good towards
to
it.
make something happen. But honestly, this schedule looks brutal. We've got to see not just a win here, but one of these teams at least looking significantly better than what they've showcased so far.
Yeah, certainly. A lot of footsteps rumbling all the way towards Valorant with the Prowler. Catching these two players. Gordon's in the
Oh,
corner.
nade
Unfortunate,
गलत
but
हुआ
the nade
लेकिन.
actually rebounds back into the doorway.
Meanwhile, the whole of B has been taken. Somehow, Leaf survives, doesn't get punished, and G2 have taken B.
So with the post plant down, still
Bhai,
with the
Killjoy
players
का round
advantage.
है.
We'll see how this one gets played. But double snake bites for Jonah P. He's going to be looking to most likely play those lineups from afar. Leave. Tapping away, eventually getting the job done
Killjoy का
there
round
with
है.
the classic jump spot. Nicely done. Oh, not with the nade though. We won't talk about it. We won't mention it. We definitely won't clip it. I'm sure nobody will.
सामने वाले किल जगह राउंड है.
Fury
सामने वाले
are
किल
cleaning
जगह
up
राउंड
these
है.
stragglers. Still
No clue.
कहाँ जा रहे हो blind देने?
I didn't think anyone would be in that post-plant positioning.
Getting muddy.
Good night.
And we're not talking ethically sourced. This has got E. coli in a pond water already. Haunt onto 2, sticking to the fuse. MW's got this one fully locked up. Furia with their pistol round. Earned and gained.
I mean, that is a scrappy pistol.
It's scrappy, man. It's scrappy.
We see a missed nade at the beginning, allowing Leaf to survive.
Oh, the mud match that was promised.
We've got a missed Nana Swarm as well. And Leaf ends up getting swarmed. Multiple people getting shot in the back from Furia, just not anticipating the positioning of these G2 players. And yet still, Furia come out on top on the pistol round. I think this game really is going to be brutish in some regards.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the jacket off.
There's going to be enough mistakes from both teams, you would imagine, for individuals to come alive and make the difference.
Maybe Shine. Look at it. I mean, just a level of unawareness there from MW. Not expecting the Valen could be so fast.
जो पोल एंड हुआ है मैंने नहीं किया भाई
Glitz even down with that.
YouTube वाले मेरा स्ट्रीम देख रहा
Go
है
down into B main. They want to look for a nice little fast pivot there with a paranoia to pave the way.
This is tough though, because you don't know where Havoc is. Because he got the kill onto Leaf, he could be anywhere around B main. He could connect with the player that was pushed out of Mound.
भाई खेलने का मन कर रहा है
Become a very common protocol on defense for teams to take.
Oh,
that was a kill as well.
That's brutal.
It's become a very common protocol for teams to push out C and connect with that B player on the defense side.
4K
Going around the world in order to achieve it, but all down to Jonah P with only a Bulldog.
Give it a Havoc. Ace available here. Yes, it's an eco, but why not?
And it builds up towards his ult.
Yeah, just throw bodies at it. But okay, they're playing it disciplined. They got the spike down. They realize it.
अरे हाँ ace है
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any holes here for Jonah P to exploit. And it is going in the picks it up. Yeah. It's good to see Havoc off, you know, hitting the ground running, having some impact early on in the game. This is a player that's come up from that tier 2 level, as have a lot of the G2 squad. But Havoc has struggled, I think, to get his footing, get his bearings at tier 1. He's towards the bottom of all of the players in the league, just ranked by stats. And you can see it in his games. He just kind of sometimes gets a bit flustered. So getting him online early, get that confidence into the guy.
Let's go, baby G2. Let's go.
As Furia would have hoped to see from him. But they brought him up.
Healed. Yeah, they did brought him up. Similar template being followed by a couple of players, actually. I mean, he
अब समझा ना
half the bar, really. Here's that A
YouTube को सपोर्ट करना बनता है समझा कि नहीं समझा
changed here, but
हाँ
this will be a good chance here for Furia on their bonus.
चलो भाई देखो तो 26
conversion online here on the defensive side as well of Lotus, which we know to be, you know, the weaker side of the map if you end up starting off here. Typically,
समझ गया ना
you know, they'll often say, you know, maybe 4 or 5 rounds is a good half for some teams.
कर रहे हो ना तुम लोग भी
pressured here, pushed out by the Paranoia and Prowler combination, but Knoxville cannot overstep this. Meanwhile, if they go towards A, you take a look at what's going on over on MW0's point of view.
भाई वाह जान पहचान है क्या जो भी यहाँ बोलते हो कास्ट में बोलकर ऑडियंस भी
Yeah, good pause being taken in around there by G2.
Yeah, I don't like that positioning from Noswell. I think he's just trying to get value out of lighter weaponry.
ये कौन सा अलार्म बॉट है भाई नया अलार्म बॉट है बैच
Chased all the way down.
He's got some pace on it.
ये रबल पे
And that was the danger. He's holding close with that judge. But now holding a position in tree. Locked to the corner, close here. Still a lot to worry about, but now they hit that judge. Decay damage was kicking in for about a moment. It is traded. A-site should be theirs. Themselves into hit. Khalil might be going for a bit of a hero play as well. He is double up side by side with Harak. Now time running short, but at least with that plan, it is into the post, swinging out wide. No way! Damage done to Trent. Still mops up to 2 kills.
How did Trent get that?
Almost
Insanity.
Furia had the jump on him and somehow still able to spray down 2 with the Phantom. He might have just saved his squad.
Toxin screen down.
The health is low, but the players, there are many.
Yeah, and this post plan is pretty much it should be unlosable. I was about to say here, but they've taken care of the first wave of things, which is Leaf. Dodging to the seas now, doubled up now. Trent taking first contact. Nails it in the end, so 2 players surviving, keeping 2 rifles into the mix, overcoming that obstacle that was the bonus round.
Take a look at the replay here. This positioning, not a great one in my opinion from Nozra. He'd already given away that he was playing
Lambert मेरी तरह उससे follow करता है.
from Trent, I should say, that really turned the round, I think. Here it is. Oh, the Fury of players just end up lining up Khalil and Havoc on top of each other.
क्या बॉडी है बे कोच
With
का
two
मेरे
players
जैसे
surviving, like you said, Brent, G2 have got a pretty decent buy headed into this, and with one orb, Trent gets Nightfall online. So this looks like they're going to try to take Mound.
Toxins going up.
It's only Havoc there to try to hold them off, and Havoc is not going to be able to hold on against this, but he's in a really advanced position.
Really rough position, man. I mean, he's just willing to take that fight straight to them.
What is going on there?
Let's go
Out wide, I mean, there's no escape inside. It's not
G2
even a bailing out from the rest of his team. They are just going to be running and rummaging all the way now. Off to the
Beast
seaside. The
util
foul
पे क्या
will go
उधर
down for Trent.
beast
That will give him his ult.
It's a great plant position too. This is the new kind of default meta plant spot. Steve,
Ah,
for your
nah,
games,
you
you can
know.
spam this from Mound as well. So if G2
Nah,
force
spam
out some of
it,
that retake utility, they still have options to fall back.
Now you're going to see the waves of this util emanating out for G2. Nightfall will be the first one to really push them back and away.
तीन
That
जन
is 4
तीन जन
connections.
और कैसे हेलो
Higher and higher in pitch. It's a deafening blanket that's going to be laid out onto them. The paranoia
सेव
also
करो
just
चलो
sent flying
टटो
just in case, and at this
टटो
point has to be given up by Fury. They realize
आज
it,
जल्दी
they
उठाना स्ट्रीम
recognize it,
देखो या
so
सो जाओ आज
saving
सो
the
सकते हैं
rifles.
भाई इजी आज की गेम
And Havoc, who was up to 5-0, I think, on the scoreboard, getting off to a hot start, getting some
गोल
of those
कैसे
eco
जाएंगे पता
kills.
नहीं
I mean, he's just tossed that one away. There's no other way
Guys,
of
stream
putting
like
it.
कर दो, जल्दी
It's
बांध के
not
कर दो।
that he, you know, took a risky idea and had some
Good night,
support,
Bang,
but
good night.
failed the execution. He's
बस
just
भाई
in a
सीए के
spot
एग्जाम
he should never be
आ
holding
रहे
on
हैं
his own.
मोटिवेशन दो
We
भाई देखो सिंपल मोटिवेशन है सीए के एग्जाम के लिए सिंपल मेरा एक दोस्त है वो 7 साल से सीए कर रहा था 7 साल से समझ लो सिंपल मोटिवेशन है फिर वो एक जगह पे इंटर्न बना फिर उसने शादी की ठीक है और उसने सीए छोड़ दिया तो यही मोटिवेशन है वो छोड़ सकता है आप नहीं कीप गोइंग हैशटैग
got to
Let's
address
go,
that
baby.
one.
Looks like a bit of a brawl occurring though, or about to. Now as the barriers drop, yeah.
इस पोल से कोई पोल था नहीं तो
Straight and over, along with a nade. Icy looks to do some real
by
damage.
heavy
And
spam
they'll just take away the life of Khalil.
heavy spam
Looking off the
baby
record.
Haunt there from Trent would identify
वाह
anybody
क्या
trying to push
मोटिवेशन
aggressively
है
from the defenders towards Rubble. So it just gives
सात
Icy all of that
साल
space and freedom to know that he's not being pushed. And he can focus on hitting
वो
the
भी
Fury
मेरे
players who are themselves
मेरे
gonna be
कॉलेज
running
का
away.
टॉपर था वो
It's prompted a bit of aggression from Havoc again, who this time is using information that there were attackers towards Rubble, so he knows it's a little safer to go and break that turret, finding value without being punished.
Due to causing and calling
motivation
actually quite a
का
big
क्या नाम
pause
दूं?
into this round.
भाई देखो
As soon
वो
as they get that
टॉपर
first
था
kill,
तुम
now
हो
it's
क्या
time to
नहीं
make
था
their own
तुमसे हो
moves.
पाएगा
With 50 seconds on the mark, but they've got different ideas
यही
about this. The
मोटिवेशन
spike
इसे कहते हैं रिवर्स
nowhere
मोटिवेशन
near A. They're making it feel like it's A pressure trying to pull those rotations. The horn doesn't get broken. Mid-round information here for Fury, and now they can really afford to float Havoc back to a different direction. He's going to be looking to lock down B.
That Prowler as well, also finding nothing, and G2 know it.
A
Great
जाएंगे,
information.
A जाएंगे.
Great information given to Valen. Valen was too far away to really know what was going on, but Trent has provided in there probably with
लेट्स गो
a great idea
यहाँ
that they
पे
can re-hit A into
ब्लाइंड
two.
Find you.
और ये
Horns into the back had to be broken,
God.
and also just looking in completely the wrong direction. Even hearing their footsteps here. Tap, tap at the rifles. Who will win this duel?
God.
Alex Leaf. And with that being said, only 2 left standing for Fury. It looks very unlikely they end up winning this one. Still going to make a go of things though. Fury.
One enemy remaining.
क्या है भाई सेम मेरे जैसे शॉट्स मार रहा
No
है
exit strategy
Ult मार दे
in
मैं
his
तो
mind.
बोलता
He is really just stuck there.
अल्ट मार दे
MW got dropped down to 9 HP at the start of the round by Icy spamming. And he's going to get cleaned up last of all. This is a disastrous beginning for Furia. After taking the pistol and the follow-up, they've just now been cascaded backwards.
सिल्वर
over
से
and over.
गोल्ड
Look
नहीं
at
हो रहा
all
जरा
this.
मोटिवेशन दो
All of that damage done. Great mid-round calling as
आज
well
मैं
from
गेम
G2.
ऐसा हारा हूँ ना
But now their ult cycle's
enemy
starting to
remaining.
come
For me,
online.
my ult.
Icy got a showstopper up there with a
स्ट्रीम
couple
चालू होने
of
से पहले मैं
post-ban
सोचा
kills.
एक
Leaves one away
खेल
from
लेता हूँ
having
करके
a lockdown to be able to use. And yeah, Fury are starting to get some of their own, but it always favors the attack side, in my opinion.
जब
these
मेरी
kind of
टीम में
setups,
सारे
because
एक्सीडेंट
you
दे
just have
दिए
more
और
freedom
सामने
to
सारे
choose
बट
your timings.
Oh yeah.
In fact, MW's
रोया
leaning
यार
towards
मैं
C, expecting this to be in that direction.
भाई
And they just
क्रेजी
leave
था
one
ये
player on the other
मोमेंट
side. Again, too exposed, a bit like we saw from Havoc. It's an eco, but
Khalil just hoping that maybe he can just take a shot and back away there, but
it's just the Fury are offering too many
They're too strong.
opportunities for G2 to create 3 versus 1 scenarios around the map.
There.
And it is such a standard game plan being called by
सचिन का अच्छा था ना
Valorant.
सचिन एक्शन में अच्छा था
Advantage.
ये कर सकते हैं अपन
Either kill or what? Some space. And then they just take these pauses. They wait for Furia to make the next move. See if they slip up themselves. Haunt. No connections, no tags at all. Walls down, facing many players now. Many chances. Rocket colliding.
भाई क्लीन कर दिया बे
And there's the value of that pause
ये
in the round.
flawless
You
हो
bait
गया
something
ये
out
तो
the defenders,
ससुरा
they're on the lead
flawless
They're down a player, forced to take the initiative, and G2 punish. There's an ultimate used, but like I said, there's more coming on. Leaf's
देखिए
about to
बंग
get
भाई
his, Jonah's one
आपके
away.
ऑफलाइन
Jonah can either hunt for
एकदम
this
मेरे
final
जैसे
kill,
खेले
doesn't mind if he dies.
शर्म
They've
करो
got crazy
ट्राई करता
economy.
मैं
Jonah's up to 7.7k.
टीम क्यूट था
What are you going to do with the rest?
Yeah, flush with cash.
मैंने रेना को भर भी दिया पता है
Exactly, 401k type beat. All right, he falls. Hello. Conan looking real nice, flexing on him a little bit. But
जड़
eventually
बोलते
they do clean that one up. So,
अच्छा हो कोई
4
प्रो
to
टीम का
2.
नहीं था वो
Big advantage being led here by G2 on the
वरना
attack
मेरे
side.
पास
Although this is a reminder, I mean, it is the
प्रूफ करने के
favored
लिए
side
स्ट्रीम
for
भी
them.
नहीं
But
था कि मैं
Fury have
इनोसेंट
only
हूँ
been able to get together that pistol round. Yeah, follow-up.
That's it.
That's it.
क्या मारा
From
ना
Khalil's perspective, you got to say that does look like a phenomenal peak from Icy. He just flies around the corner. This is a
भाई
must-win
टीम
round
में
for
आइस
Fury
से
here.
तो ये
Just
लोग
to
आइस
try
बॉक्स
to
क्यों
get
नहीं
their
खेल रहे
feet underneath them. They have big ultimates, but if they lose the round, their economy is going to spiral out of control again.
भाई
They
ऐसे
put
सब
an enormous
ऐसे सब क्वेश्चन
emphasis
पूछने
on
पड़ेंगे
winning the
भाई
rubble fight.
तू ही
Four
तू ही
players. I
तुम्हारा
mean,
सीईओ हो
Valorant heard
सकता
all
है
that noise being called. Havoc, you are
Havoc,
so deep
Havoc.
right now. You are definitely going to be caught if he's not careful. Has to pop the Nana Swarms very, very early and prematurely. Prowler locked him out of position here. It's a
ये
lockdown
तो
for a
टूटेगा
lockdown now.
नेड
But
वेड सब
they're
है
not shying away from the fight, not whatsoever. It's a season and aid. All into the corner here, swinging round to the side. The lockdown eventually broken here. And Fury, they have to back away and respect the boundaries of this.
भाई
Right,
क्या
scrimmage
घुस रहे लोग
They want
क्या
to fight
घुस
them
रहे
into their spawn. I see. Take it out,
क्या घुस
MW.
रहे हैं भैया जी
Love that aggression from G2, pushing into waterfall, huge amount of utility there, the seize, the nade, the paranoia, and then they pit on top of that and push out towards the spawn so that Trent can get planted.
कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा माँ
4 players up, just seeing if they can do anything at all, but with the murky depths of the pit, lay it down onto the side. It comes down to RNG, it comes down to spam. You just got to hope and pray that you get a kill.
Oh, another
And
save.
you got to back away, you got to save again.
Another
Save again.
save on C.
And these kills.
These are devastating.
Yeah.
क्या मारा
Good
बे
save indeed.
Fury is going to get
G2
2900
appearance है.
from
Last time
this,
भी G2
in
ऐसे
terms of
खेला
the,
था.
you know, credit for losing the round.
भाई लोटस
Some of these
पिक्स
players,
हेवीली था
you look at
कंपटीशन
MW
अच्छा
who
मैप
brought
था
up. If they're not able to save rifles, then they're not going to be in a good spot again. So Leaf, he's going to keep going, but I don't think he's got the time to deny it.
बिग्स कल का प्रेडिक्शन दे ना
And that's important that Fury got away with 2. That's just going to give him a bit
कल
of
में
a,
मैच आ गया आदि भाई
something at least to work
A
with.
lifeline.
But
टाइम आउट नहीं भाई
I
सरेंडर
like
हेलो
what they've done is one
G2
pistol
ऑन
in the field
टॉप
at this point, and G2 are exploiting them all across the map.
Yeah.
Fury
बाप
are
खेलते
forced
ना
to take
G2
a
लास्ट टाइम
timeout
देखा था भाई
to
लास्ट टाइम
reassess
बहुत
what's
बाप
going
खेला
on.
था G2
And just to cast your memory back
एकदम
to how
W
that
दबा
round
के
played out. Valen gets the read.
हो सकता है ये
There's
अभी नया
3
न्यू
or 4
W
players
गेमिंग
over
हो
towards A in the first 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Immediately calls
NA
to
का
pivot over
W
towards
गेमिंग
C.
टीम
Havoc's movement is way off. I mean, he looks shaken in that spot. His jump peak is weird. He's caught. He's actually bullet tagged, so he gets slowed down and only just pops a nanoswarm to stop Icy jumping onto him, because that would have probably just been the first pick and the C-side got given. And then it's nice play from there to capitalize on the opportunity from G2. But this is my problem with Furia. They offer too many opportunities to their opponents, and especially here. All credit for G2, they're capitalizing on them well, but most teams try to minimize the amount of, you know, weaknesses, mistakes, and opportunities that you have. And
जी का मैच का टाइम क्या है 4:30 बजे
behind the other team.
Yeah, and G2 are just playing a pretty standard game. I mean, it's getting to the point in Lotus with the life cycle of maps. The kind of macro, how you play the map on the attack side, it's not a solved
पहले से
game,
देख
but
रहा
it is
था
worked
बंग
out
भाई
relatively. There's a
सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया
reason
था
teams on the
शर्म
defensive side
करो
are
शर्म
leaning more to fight
यार
Nova
तूने
towards Mound
सब्सक्राइब
and
भी
C.
नंबर तो
It's
नहीं
because
बढ़ा
when you try and opt into this rubble fight here, G2 can wait it out, put the wall up, and refight
क्या
on their own
था
timings.
नंबर
Well, one of the other things too is a
बोलते
lot
ना
of these
क्या
teams are utilizing snake bites from across the
Hey,
map.
I'm
The
stuck.
desk was breaking one down from C waterfall. There were some teams that were doing one from B as well.
And again, it's...
But you see Fury are grouping 4 players up on A, including Conan, right?
It's all in grouped up.
So that means that the Viper's not on the other side of the map to be able to do stuff.
Play with the rocket. I mean, how is he not getting a kill there?
Yeah, I mean, 1 for 1 with Conan's follow-up.
What's going on?
And Conan just sprints in. I think Conan had a rifle there as well. So looks like Nosra doesn't want to take the risk of retrieving it. And
chasing his kills down, but
being generous to Furia, they've taken the time out to worry about the next round probably when rifles start. Not looking great here again.
It's precisely the point I was just making, defensive teams, they don't opt into that rubble fight and getting too much anymore because they realize it doesn't favor them. Even if you're overextended like that, just you know that they're just locked into that little cubby.
Sure, teams on their default are going to make mistakes. They're going to be tucked into the right corner instead and not have enough players with them, that kind of thing. And there are plays around the map you can make with the Showstopper. We've seen people do the Prowler Showstopper play out of B quite a lot too.
Sorry,
yeah, this is rough. Furious timeout. It's got to come up with something here in the next. The problem, one of the problems is that they're committing into that when there's 3 players in A lobby. It's not the kind of default where there's a lot of, you know, defaulting towards mound. If you have a lot of mound pressure, then you know there's only 1 player B, 1 player A.
Is SK Rosik playing from G? Yes. He's gonna play tomorrow.
What have they got to work with here, Furia? A pit?
Yeah, Conan does have a pit. I think he's jiggling the corner. And so, any signs of life, he might choose to use it, which he does. Okay, so he's going to lock off the C avenue. Unfortunately, it was a cross-map nanoswarm, I think, and it broke the alarm bot in the pit. So now Conan's going to have to be a bit more aggressive in that angle. Still, it does give them a bit of peace of mind here on their defense side, and it can mean that they can, you know, move a couple of more pieces of players around the map over towards A and B.
Yeah, I like the fact that Fury are anticipating something towards B here. Havoc looking to play off the turret, so he's not able to defend it.
There's an 8 at his feet here. God almighty, almost going down to a 34 health.
Yeah, just positioning himself in a rough spot. And this is getting driven into Khalil now, who has backup from Nosra.
Does indeed. Wait, hold being held. Nosra has a knife for. Hello, committing.
So 2 ultimates used in this round for Furia.
Dude, was that a Sarka?
That was a Sarka. As G2 have done a great job, actually, of prodding around the map, working out the weaknesses. They've broken all of Havoc's utility. They've forced out the Viper's Pit. They've forced out the Nightfall. Is there enough time, though, for G2 to still win?
Well, Fury are going to be locking this up. Now it's all being funneled towards this B side. G2.
There's no confidence in that swing, but it's Havoc brought down weak from the nade earlier on. Doesn't want to take a risk. But in a 3v4 retake, can Khalil come up with the goods?
There's one, but it's traded. Trent's immediately there. Now he can vacuum up that space and hold this one. A post-plant position here from main. The little door angle. It's almost impossible. Conan will do his best, but best not quite good enough in that scenario. So 7-2.
Yeah, that's disaster.
Every
kind of rifle situation going the way of G2. And the ult economy
My bad.
Massively in favor of Fury as well. They locked off the whole of the C site with the Viper's Pit. They had a Nightfall to be able to work with. They can stack their other 4 players, 2B, 2A. They should be winning that round every day.
But
credit to G2 and their macro calling because they were so active.
Break all
the killjoy utility, force out the Nightfall with that nuclear towards A. Still have time to hit B and trade each other out. Really well done. Unfortunately, with all the cards stacked against them, yeah, G2 still winning the round. And I say unfortunately, that's from the perspective of Furia, who just have never been able to find a foothold from G next. And this is on their map pick.
Next साल के लिए साइड केवल.
You heard the analyst desk.
As a primary
teams were expecting to play a somewhat even game because they've both been struggling.
But struggling against different opponents.
इसलिए मैं
barreling forwards again.
भाई इसी को क्या हो गया भाई?
On display here by G2, just using that raw aim, and of course they have the better guns for the job.
इसी को क्या हो गया भाई?
No connection to the back of it. A lot of players now looking to
ऐसे भाई क्या हो गया?
With a kill onto Leaf. Hello.
Yeah, Leaf just walked through the wall there into the turret had gone offline, but Conan was watching it.
And right for you. There's only the one connection. Jonah P essentially really holds on to this angle with the orb propped up. Wants to play inside of it and just repositioning, but they are collecting all of them. Conan pick up the rifle from earlier. That was Leaf that went down, but what can you really do with it?
Chat miss
make a decent go of things. Got to do some damage, and really you need every single round at this point, so he is going to make a go, but still 8-2, G2 just in full control. I mean, how much more can we sing the praises of the way that they're just playing the map?
Yeah, it's lovely. There's too many opportunities because Fury are not playing the defense well enough. But yes, in terms of capitalizing on it. This though just continues a disappointing cycle for Brazil. Every Brazilian team right now is 0-2. The region combined 2-12 in maps. Negative 85 round differential combined as of this 8-2 scoreline.
Come to Brazil.
Yeah, it's not good at the beginning of the year for the Brazilian teams.
It's not great.
And that's, you know, that's discounting kickoff, but Furia, of all of those teams, Loud, MIBR, and Furia, Furia are the one that didn't win any games in kickoff as well, so it's even worse for them. They need to find that flicker of inspiration.
Havoc's so far forward there, so angle not anticipating that it could already be that close. Set up some protocols.
They're stuck. They've got a defensive setup there where Conan's relying on Havoc staying alive. And once Havoc dies, he's got his head on a swivel. 5v2.
Onto Heaven. MW has one. Satchel's back up and again up through. It's a high-low angle, but McLeod's just inside the smoke alone.
I see नीचे गिरा इसको साचल के वजह से. Comedy हो रहा है भैया जी.
We'll go for this here with the nades. Invested everything though, and I mean every action anticipated. It's just G2 fundamental tier gap being on display here between these two teams. We did come into this, series expecting, it to be maybe close, right? Because what you said earlier, G2 have been struggling, but I got on to the point, didn't really finish it. Kind of difference in opponents. I mean, G2 struggled against 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves are a team that a lot of people do put disrespect on the name, I suppose, but they've had a hard time of things in their group. They're actually not a pushover team by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
क्या लगता है टेंट तो लगता है भाई.
I think G2 struggled.
जल्दी नहीं हो गया ये मैच कुछ.
The thing is, as well, you could have said the same thing about Furia. Furia played against NRG twice this year,
right?
And they got smoked both times. But we know the quality of player on NRG. That I think the difference is that they just got absolutely rinsed. And unfortunately, if you're a team that's already struggling to get that confidence up, it just hurts even more.
Conan. Time to come alive, time to be a hero here. He's overstaying the welcome of the lockdown. He's really overstaying it. And now you've got to try and pick and choose that timing to perfection here. The bullets spraying through, but I mean, the entry of G2. Didn't know what timing to take with this one, with the pit on top of it. Very familiar setup. We saw this one in a prior round. It's a flood attempt here by Havoc. He's way ahead of the rest of his team, but he wants to try and make the most of it, but he doesn't know which way to turn and twist and look here. Into the back, showstopper, and Rocket sent flying, but brought down in response.
उसका बॉडी दिखा उस पे शूट किया रे बाबा.
Viper's pit dealt with. Move on here. It's 2 versus 3. Make it 2 versus 2. Best chance in a long while. Paranoia.
Comedy हो रहा है ये game.
Chances dwindling 1v1. Nos was sticking onto half.
Oh,
anti. Consolation prize here, but he does make it 9-3 for Furia.
No charges.
Winnable?
Just want to thank you because how much I learned from you, and I'm a better person just because of you. Wish you more success. Love you, yaar, Adi bhai.
Good work there to still keep things together in a tough 3v3, 2v2 scenario, but
Binks
listen, stranger things have happened. We'll find out on the next half. But first, let's hear from Furious Conan and get his, overall thoughts on the competition.
A G2 é time muito bom. Tem jogadores que tem muita mira lá.
Sharpshooters and serious talent.
Eu acho que a gente já treina bastante contra eles.
We have practiced a lot. Listen, I can prep ourselves well to face them.
O jogador perigoso deles é o Leaf. Um jogador muito agressivo. Ele tem muita mira. É um jogador que a gente tem que se preocupar um pouco, porque se ele entrar no jogo ele pode acabar carregando. É isso.
It is interesting that both of these teams have scrimmed against each other.
Because
you would expect them to be anticipating what each other are doing, and I think we are seeing that from G2.
वो वाला
They
बंदा है।
seem to have a really good idea of the
Daddy's
weaknesses,
वाला।
the areas that they can exploit when G2 are on their attack side. But
बस भाई अगर
I've gotta
चालू
say,
मैच
Fury
में
felt
माउस की बैटरी
a
खत्म हो
little
जाए
lost
तो
in some of these spots, not anticipating big ults coming towards them.
I think they're
People-
behind the middle
बाजू
as
में
well,
मॉल
to be
लेता है ये
honest, in the
लोग
defensive
डायरेक्ट
setup.
खरीद
But
के
if,
आता
you've,
है।
approach the
but
map.
if you've played against G2 in the scrim
टीमन वन
situations
के
over and over,
परफॉर्मेंस
you
के
should
बारे
build
में
in
any
that level
comment?
of knowledge
Shutdown
up.
हो गया वो।
That's what's confusing.
चालू
And
होएगा
that's-
लेकिन।
I think, Brent, that there's probably some element of choking on stage going on with this team too. You just look at the decisions
ये
that they're making in some
अमेरिका
of these
वालों
spots.
को
and
कहीं
It might be
जाना
the
होता
weight
है
of
क्या?
expectations. It might be
बल्कि
the fact that they
मैच
feel
वाले
like they're in a
भी
rut, or
जल्दी दिखा रहे हैं।
the fear of losing ended up becoming a reality. But it feels like this team is even underperforming compared to what you would expect of the talent on their roster. And I don't think many people had them up at the top of the league, but we were expecting more than this.
Yeah, we certainly were. I mean, that's coming from our, English-speaking Western perspective as well. Imagine a team like Furia when they've got the weight of the Brazilian community behind you. Listen,
Absolutely.
they're not exactly soft-spoken. That can be takes a lot to weigh on you if you are a team, even if you are sitting up at the bottom of the barrel right now in your group, looking to get that first win. But okay, I'll sell you some coke. I feel like we've been doing it the entire Super Week, Josh. Coke merchants, we've been dishing it out, man, on every street corner for the second half of an underperforming team. But they are moving into the attack side of Lotus. A pistol round, of course. I say this every time, but it is vitally important here for Furia.
Mate, look at the 3 Sheriff buy on the attack side pistol.
Okay.
भाई no
I haven't seen that one.
नहीं
West cosplay.
Conan MW and Havoc.
और किसी और को
with the
पूपा गई तो
Sheriffs.
बीच गेम में बैठ के करने
Certainly
का जाने
smacks
से
of desperation to me. I don't think this is what they would have been doing in their, scrims and their prep.
Yeah, leaning hard on the
Yeah,
right
आप G bundle हो।
long range duels if they get given them.
जी का कोई चांस है क्या
far.
आज चांस नहीं है
Almost
कोई
30 seconds in, hasn't really been too much
परसों है
movement around the map here. There's
BFM के
Paranoid.
साथ
There's a team flash.
Yep, that's a re-clear strategy. A little similar to the one that we were breaking down in the pre-show.
Fury here orders util. Valent's the one who's got to lock down this angle now.
एक
that
ही
they do have
रीजन है
a
भाई आज
control of the
जी
wall in
आ
his
रहेगा
face.
एक ही रीजन है
That's in that uncertainty.
कि
It's
PRX हारा और एलेक्स ने
gnawing
बूम
in the
बम
back
दिए
of
सारा
his
बड़ा
mind. He has a crossfire set up to try and play off with the rest of his team. The Classic is doing far too much work in that spot. Valent's still alive, but not for long. Havoc eventually returning to fire into a 2-on-2. There has to be a one. Shots rattling away. Trent ducking away here with the door opening wide. Starting to get a move on now towards that A site.
This is a good read from G2. They know they've both had.
And the shots are found.
अयो
Spike drop down. 1v2 now for Havoc.
भाई इनके पास
Pushes on him,
प्लेयर
five
भी
bullets
है
in the Sheriff. Healthy targets on the other side. It's going to have to be precise. Straight to the dome. Trent jiggling. Sees it. At least evidence of it, but the trade is almost picture perfect.
लीव
there
बोलते
from Leaf. Right on the target. Doesn't let anything slip.
A little bit
Alex
wonky
Gupta.
there from G2. The reclear
वरना
was
जीत जाता था
not
देख।
perfectly executed, but then Valen finds a perfect timing.
मैं
Khalil
बोल
has
रहा हूँ
just
अगर
got
TS
his
से नहीं
camera
हारता
in his
था ना
hands.
PRX
They're not thinking
तो
about player rubble. They're thinking
G2
about
जीत
more
जाता।
players over towards the breakable door.
Yeah.
Just, all with blinkers on, looking in
G2
one
बोल रहा
direction,
जी जा
allowing Valen more of an opportunity than he should have had.
शर्म करो
G2
लूसीफर
take
भाई
the
शर्म
score
करो
10-3. And the misery looks like it's continuing for Furia.
They've shown
और
that
टीम
respect
में
as well.
प्लेयर्स
He's
sabotage
not
द
gonna
टीम
take an early
स्पेशली
fight and
कमिंग
throw his
और
life
रैंक
away,
मैचअप
so
मेरे
just
साथ आज ही
Vito
हुआ है
up and
इमोर्टल
kick
3 बनने वाला था एक बड़ुए की गांड
These
रहना
two
आया था
players as well, but at this
बस
point
क्या
Furia
बुल्ड तोड़ा मैंने उसका
not running out of options. You do essentially need a
एक
thrifty
ऐसी
win
जगह
here.
पे
You'll be
उसने
able to
मेरे को
farm up
ब्लेम
somebody's
किया जहाँ
ults,
पे नहीं
MW,
करना
but
चाहिए था
with how little of a buffer
बाद
they've
में
got
मैं
in terms
सिर्फ
of the round
मरने के बाद
differential,
उसको स्पेक्टेट करके क्वेश्चन
is even
मारना
going to get a chance to build up to the ult.
Yeah, they need a couple of players to just start hitting some
सारा
unbelievable
टॉक्सिसिटी
shots.
का आंसर इज क्वेश्चन मार्क
And it's a pity because, to be honest, when Fury are picking Lotus, they're probably thinking. Generally, teams feel very confident on their attack
सर्च
side
करो
of
Fury
Lotus, and they've barely
यू
had an
सर्च करो मैं
opportunity to play
C9
it so
हाँ
far.
Havoc is
जी सर्च करो मैं
he's way ahead of them, isn't he? Awareness from Trendo.
आया एक इको वाले बंदे को मारने के लिए नेड आया है ओमेन ब्लाइंड आया है
Players are just
रिवील आया है, प्राउलर आया है,
very good awareness.
It's individual.
एक को बंदे को मारने को.
Furia, they look honestly like they've given up with this map, and they're just trying to make anything happen on an individual basis.
Polly versus something sniper battle हो जाए कल भाई नहीं यार, please यार नहीं.
If we want to think about Icebox too, both of these teams play a somewhat similar style. They played a lot of the double smokes kind of stuff. We saw MW having a lot of.
Qualify हो सकता है क्या जी? Qualify तो हो सकता है यार, chance तो.
But one of my issues, Brennan, is
talent के सामने अगर नहीं,
I want to be very clear.
दर्द
If
होता
it is
था ना,
an issue with choking on stage and having that like unable to perform under pressure stuff for Fury,
मैं मस्त तो पिज़्ज़ा खा के आया, जाओ
it's just sometimes it just booms you from that too.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how good your game plans would have been had you played it, you know, in a vacuum.
नहीं देखने वाला मैं यार.
It's within the mental context. of the
कल
match
ड्यूरेस
you're playing.
फोर्स से
I mean, you can't shake the feeling like you've slipped up on the, your best opportunity.
करेगा
Right? Your map pick.
100%.
Yeah, it could be very tough. Very
यूरो
tough.
भी दिख सकता है बे.
We'll see. I mean, the amount of adjustments you can really make if you are Fury, it's got to be
Is the guy
mentality at
got
this point. We haven't even seen enough of the one side to really make any calls.
We literally haven't seen
बैन ने corner
any
check
attack
किया
side
होता,
here,
आज तो
and they've
story
taken a
अलग होती.
timeout.
Yeah.
So they haven't really learned anything. This is all this timeout. The only thing it can possibly be to address is stuff
एक
like
अच्छा है कि potential
communication,
दिख रहा है बे.
mentality, reminding them of the
समझ रहे हो?
game plan, trying to get them more focused.
एक आध
That
मैप
kind of
इधर
thing.
उधर
It's
जीत
nothing
रहे,
strategic. It
क्लोज जा
literally
रहा है
couldn't
गेम.
be.
जो गेम हम लोग एकदम गंदी
Show
तरह
me
से
some
हारे,
firepower in
उसमें भी
Fury.
मालूम पड़ा है क्यों हारे.
Make it a little bit more competitive.
Everything is good.
This is the round where you would expect them to show it. But they're coming in here with
ऐसा
only one
shutdown
prowler,
जैसा
no
लेव ने
siege,
shutdown
no
किया ना,
boombot.
वैसा shutdown नहीं होता. मतलब लेव ने तो काउंटर कर दिया.
Utility being optional,
Helpless
apparently.
हो गए थे बे.
There's that one prowler.
Used and broken for him. Actually, it's a bait and switch. Icy's going to get back up onto the line. It is Paranoia forwards and flying. MW loses his fight out nade. Up and over the top, and a nice smoke as well to just provide that extra bit of cover.
And they can both play inside of it too. These are the
क्या
layers
भाई.
that a lot of the top teams have, where we saw a similar kind of mound
ए
fight. from
पे
Fury,
setup
which is
देखो,
havoc on his
जाना
own.
नहीं. ए जाना
Oh,
नहीं.
he was a little bit wide there, but
This push out through C. I mean, Havoc's going to get caught in the back here. Unless he's aware of it, he does seem to know there's a threat.
oh, he's losing it. And these kills, I mean, this is the round they really should be converting. They're up against the bonus of G2. They don't have the guns to be making this work, yet still.
अरे B
find
नहीं जा
themselves
सकते, दो
in that
बंदे.
driving seat. Looks like a B pivot. They don't have B main
It's
control.
the B. You don't own B main. You don't own Heaven.
And they're all going to be collected surely here. They don't know
अरे
which
return
way
नहीं
they're
आ
going.
सकते.
Stuck with not a clue and not a chance.
It's a killing field. I mean, that is just... It's painful to watch,
Yeah,
Brett.
it is.
Hey guys, let's
If you're
go
a
see.
G2
नहीं जा
fan,
सकते.
you're
Hey
loving
guys,
this.
A
It feels
चलो.
like a free
नहीं जा
win.
सकते.
But
Hey
for
guys, B
everybody
चलो
else
ना.
who's either turning
ये
up
B नहीं जा
hoping
सकते.
for good competition or
ये वो वाला round
Furia
था
to
बे.
rebound,
हाँ?
it just...
ये hey guys वाला round था.
Painful.
B नहीं जा सकते. Hey guys,
I'm
फिर से
sure
चलो
if
ना
Furia
तो.
watched it, well, for starters, I'm
करे
not sure
तो
they
करे
even
क्या?
will
जाओ तो
watch
जाओ
this one.
किधर?
But if they do go into the VOD review and
अंकल
watch
मुझे
it back,
माफ कर दे बेटा.
they'll be bitterly disappointed at what they're doing in some of these rounds. It doesn't look solid.
Well, opting now for that fast B play. It's a team flash, team blinds. Yep, I mean, Paranoia just clicking right onto them. G2 happy to play these crossfire setups. Conan might be able to do something about it over this Guardian. In his hands on a Prowler. That is disrespect being shown. G2.
रुक जाना चाहिए
He's going to take that timing and fight through Heaven. Conan, you are low. Low enough though. They do some work here. Leaf's
Hey
just
guys,
tapping like he's almost
Angelo.
got a guard in his hands, but he doesn't. He has a rifle, and now they're making a move over towards the A site.
Now, surely they don't allow Leaf
No
to
way.
just get the perfect timing on behind them. Surely they're not.
Surely not. Surely not.
Hey guys.
I'm going to give him every opportunity
Spike
to try and
लेके
clutch
भी
this
सीधा
one
आएगा,
up,
लग
but
रहा
the
है
spike didn't even go down.
They gave him perfect information by just running away.
मेरे
And
को लग रहा
Havoc
है,
was thinking
Spike
about
लेके
holding their
सीधा
backs
आएगा.
for a moment, and it looked like somebody counter-called him and just said, no, come with.
Oh boy. Tap. Havoc looking the wrong way. That is almost a clean sweep. 13-3. Doesn't really get much more perfect than that one for the start of this series of G2. All smiles on their faces. They know that was just
Hey guys.
absolutely clinical.
Hey
We
channel,
have
welcome to
seen
my
some of the
guys.
most one-sided maps in the whole of Americas this week.
Yeah.
It's been bonkers.
Something's going on.
Yeah, there's
Something's
something in
going
the
on,
water.
man. There really is.
But this one, an utter
नहीं
dismantling.
इसमें वीरा का गलती नहीं है G2 strong है
I do want to give credit to G2. They had some good ideas that came into it. Lee played that touch beautifully. But there are just way too many opportunities for them to win rounds compared to what you would expect at this kind of level.
किल रॉय की
It's going
बात
to be a
मानो
tough task for Fury to pick themselves back up on map 2 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's bananas, back rubs, and water, I think, and passed around.
It's all mental, though, isn't
It is, yeah, that's what I mean.
They
It's-
literally didn't even play enough of the attack side to have, like, strategic...
Gotta get that confidence back. They really do. Some way, in one
भाई
way
ये
or form.
crazy था
Well,
ना
stepping away, GB
इतना
and the
ऊपर से
Alice
रेस
breaking
गिरा
it down for map
और
number 1.
वाइपर के अल्ट में उसकी फटी और वाइपर उसके बॉडी को मारा ये कहाँ से आया करके
Enemy remaining.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
मैंने कोच किया G2 को just saying excuse me
You need Verizon. Trade in that old thing and get a new
भाई
iPhone
मैं
15 Pro with
कुछ
tons of
स्टोरी
storage.
बोल अपने
So you can
डेटिंग
take
स्टेज
all the
का
pics.
कोई डेटिंग नहीं यार
So many
की थी मेरी
selfies.
लाइफ में बस
A preposterous amount of panos!
That means panoramic.
एक की स्ट्रीम भी देख रही टीवी पे ठीक है अभी बोल रहा हूँ
How about none?
None, yeah, none feels right.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
प्रो मैक्स है मेरे पास
Red Bull gives you
बता हाइट दो रेडी को बोल बस कर सकते G2 मास्टर के लिए आना मुश्किल बहुत कंपटीशन है एनर्जी लेव साउथ प्लान9 क्लाउड C9 नहीं G2 पे आ सकता है G2 भी आ सकता है G2 अभी तक 2 गेम जीता ना अभी एक ये जीता और एक वो जीता ना शायद से G2 लेट्स सी भाई किधर है जहाँ पे मालूम पड़ता है कि कितना जीता कितना हारा G2 EG के सामने जीता 2-0 बराबर बराबर है और 130 से हारा और अभी फ्यूरा के सामने जीता तो 2 विन 1 लॉस है फिर उसके बाद लेव के सामने मैच है जो हारने वाला है फिर MIBR के सामने मैच है जो जीतने वाला है और उसके बाद लाउड के सामने मैच है जो जीतने वाला है तो G2 शायद से क्वालिफाई हो सकता है And I'm back. Hello. कैसे देखो मैं कैसे देखो इवेंट्स में जाके वीआर में इवेंट्स में जाके अमेरिकास बराबर ठीक है नहीं G2 नहीं क्वालिफाई कर सकता G2 नहीं कर सकता क्वालिफाई नोप G2 नहीं कर सकता क्वालिफाई गाइस नोप 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 G2 क्वालिफाई नहीं कर सकता G2 नहीं कर सकता क्वालिफाई भाई सीन कुछ ऐसा है सीन कुछ ऐसा है अभी कि क्रू 3-0 है ठीक है क्रू 3-0 है क्लाउड9 3-0 है तो ये दो टीम तो है क्वालिफाई कितने गेम्स बचे क्लाउड9 वर्सेस फ्यूरिया तो जीत जाएगा क्लाउड9 वर्सेस MIBR भी जीत जाएगा क्लाउड9 वर्सेस 130 भी जीत जाएगा शायद भाई क्लाउड9 अनबीटेबल जाने वाला है क्या क्या बात कर रहे हो C9 क्वालिफाई है, C9 क्वालिफाई है। देखो इनमें से फ्यूरिया के सामने तो 100% जीत जाएगा, ठीक है। 100 थीव्स से शायद से हार सकता है, शायद से हार सकता है कि 100 थीव्स अच्छा टीम तो है, लेकिन 100 थीव्स अच्छा खेल रही है क्या, इज द क्वेश्चन। हाँ, लास्ट टाइम 1-2 हारे थे वो लोग। 100 थीव्स का सारे मैचेस देखो ना, क्या क्या हो रहा है। सेंटिनल्स के साथ 2 मैच हुआ है, उसके पहले लेव के साथ मैच हुआ है। So I think 100 thieves is very unlucky. 100 thieves से G2 का हारा है चैट, और G2 स्ट्रांग है भाई। डिपेंड करता है बे, किस पे डिपेंड करता है पता है। एक तो असुना पे, एक तो अपना साइरो पे, कि बैंग मारते ही मारता है। ये दोनों पे डिपेंड करता है, ये दोनों पे डिपेंड करता है, समझ रहे हो। बट गोइंग बैक टू द प्रेडिक्शन, C9 क्वालिफाइड 100%, ठीक है। एक स्लॉट गया C9। अब है क्रू, क्रू वर्सेस लेव, क्रू हारेगा। क्रू वर्सेस लाउड, ये इंटरेस्टिंग होएगा, ये इंटरेस्टिंग होएगा मेरे हिसाब से। हाँ, कि अब तक क्रू का मैचेस है ना, एकदम हेवी टीम से नहीं हुआ है, समझ रहे हो। और लाउड के मैचेस सारे हेवी टीम से हुए हैं, एनर्जी, PRX, सेंटिनल्स। लाउड ने तो मार ही रहा है, तो ये मेरे हिसाब से लाउड जीतेगा, ठीक है। तो क्रू ये वाला हारा, ये वाला भी हारा, अभी बचा 100 थीव्स। ये भी थोड़ा इक्वल है मेरे हिसाब से, इक्वल है, क्योंकि दोनों मारने वाली टीम है, एकदम हेवी एम डूल्स होने वाला है, हेवी एम डूल्स होने वाला है। लेकिन वही फंडा है कि 100 थीव्स के सारे मैचेस अच्छे टीम्स के अगेंस्ट हुए, तो मेरे हिसाब से क्रू ये तीनों हार सकता है। चैट देख लास्ट क्या चीज, only two omega, then third slot goes group alpha, one group have 4, the other have 2 teams. क्या, if there are only 2 teams from group omega with 2 or more wins, only 2 teams हो ही नहीं सकते रे, ठीक है। मेरे हिसाब से क्रू गए हो, क्रू का थोड़ा डाइसी कर देते, ठीक है। C9 को एक स्लॉट मिल गया, अब बची सेंटिनल्स। सेंटिनल्स वर्सेस EG आग बंद करके सेंटिनल जीतेगी, सेंटिनल्स वर्सेस फ्यूरिया भी आग बंद करके सेंटिनल जीतेगी। सेंटिनल्स वर्सेस लाउड हो सकता है क्लोज जाए, करेंटली जो लास्ट लेव के सामने मैच जीता है वो परफॉर्मेंस कंसिडर करके। लेकिन अगर तुम लोग पहले का देखोगे, सेंटिनल्स ने बहुत तोड़ा है, तो सेंटिनल्स क्वालिफाई हो सकता है, फ्लाउड लूजेस ना रे, ठीक है। तो सेंटिनल्स क्वालिफाई, C9 क्वालिफाई। अब आते हैं एनर्जी पे, एनर्जी वर्सेस MIBR, एनर्जी, एनर्जी वर्सेस EG, एनर्जी, एनर्जी वर्सेस 100 थीव्स टफ जाएगा, लेकिन आई थिंक एनर्जी। तो ये तीनों एनर्जी जीता, तो एनर्जी, आई थिंक ये 3 टीम क्वालिफाई होगी यहाँ से। आई थिंक अल्फा इज C9, सेन एंड एनर्जी। चैट पेपर पेन लाओ और लिखो, चालू तो नहीं हुआ ना, पेपर पेन लाओ और लिखो। अमेरिका's prediction, C9, सेन एंड एनर्जी फ्रॉम ग्रुप अल्फा, ठीक है, प्लेऑफ के लिए। अरे प्लेऑफ का नहीं बोला मैं तो। अभी आते हैं ओमेगा पे, EG तो गई, MIBR तो और भी गई, फ्यूरिया भी और भी ही गई, समझ रहे हो? तो अभी जो 3 टीम में वो यही है। लेव तो आग बंद करके क्वालिफाई होने वाली है, आग बंद। लेव अगर मेरे हिसाब से नेक्स्ट 2 मैच हारा भी तो भी लेव क्वालिफाई है, वैसा वाला सिचुएशन पे। हाँ, 2 मैच हारा तो भी लेव क्वालिफाई वाला सिचुएशन पे, तो लेव तो क्वालिफाई हो गई भाई। 100 दिवस का क्या सीन है? भाई क्या है बे अमेरिका भेंचोद। भाई उसने जो बोला वो हो सकता है। तो अगर ऐसा है तो अल्फा से 4 टीम जाएगी। हाँ, मैच स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ भाई। ऐसा है तो अल्फा से 4 टीम जाएगी। मतलब 2 विन्स कंपलसरी है, वैसा है। बोथ ग्रुप में 2-2 ईच, बोथ ग्रुप में 3-3 ईच है रे बधी राधी। बोथ ग्रुप में 3-3 ईच है, लेकिन वही है कि दोनों ग्रुप में जो भी टीम्स है एटलीस्ट 2 गेम्स विन चाहिए उनको। 2 गेम्स विन चाहिए। कोई तो बोला चैट में, playing 4 hours daily with study inspired bro. Love you Ved. भाई अमेरिकास भाई सुनो, अमेरिकास में कभी रजिस्टर मत करना अपनी टीम, समझ रहे हो? ककुका का ट्वीट है, ठीक है भाई। अमेरिकास में कभी मत करना भाई। हाँ, मतलब जी तो इजी क्वालिफाई हो जाएगी बिकॉज T120 नहीं जीती एंड ब्लीड 2 जीत सकती है क्या बाय एंड ऑफ द वो। अमेरिकास करना चालू हो गया, इसके बाद करते हैं, इसके बाद पैसिफिक करते हैं।
That's where I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's the
भाई
only weakness
अल्फा
of the
तो
composition
एकदम
in my-
अल्फा ही
in my
अल्फा है
head,
बे
is that you don't have somebody to
अमेरिकास
necessarily
में।
peek off the back of some of your initiator utility. But for Furia, that's going to be MW because he's the aggressive player who's also on the secondary smokes. For G2, it becomes a little more weird because it's actually going to be Icy that's peeking off the back of a lot of the double flash. Oh, not even double flash with their composition, but the
just a flash and
the
dart
single
or...
flash dart or whatever, however they decide to combo their
क्या ग्रुप है ना चैट?
It's similar compositional archetypes, but different
आज भी हो
styles and
सकता है अल्फा
different
जब हो
agents
सकता
being
है, हो
used and
सकता है,
prioritized.
हो सकता है।
But I agree with the desk that it
ओमेगा
has to
के
be on
सारे
MW.
लोग हार सकते हैं।
He's the
At
player
least
that had the
अमेरिका में।
responsibility to retool Furia heading into this year, build a roster around himself. That's not
Icy
a great
बोलते हैं।
start. Icy picks up the first one.
is deep as well. They just spam down Wingman.
And now Havoc's so committed trying to get this down.
He is really separated from the rest of his team. And look at that, Harbor Wall, high tide will cut them up and across onto the high ground here. MW will not fight out, traded through the wall. Plant will go down. Shock darts rebounding.
ओ पड़ी यार शॉक डार्ट, दोनों को पड़ी,
Chipping them all the way through.
दोनों को पड़ी शॉक डार्ट।
Recon available here.
कौन
The
जीतेगा?
wingman that can
G2
go on to the defuse.
Knife online, doesn't get broken. No abilities here. G2 just trying to take it with raw bodies, throwing them into the mix, into the fight, and into the fray here. Seeing if they can win this one out with the pistol aim. Only one left to stand. Havoc.
बाप
Great shots from
रे।
G2.
Yeah.
The retake was nice. Furia, though,
बस कर लेना
for all
जीतो।
of the things that we were talking about, them being behind the meta and struggling on
अल्फा
Lotus.
बीटा गामा
There
करना
were
चाहिए
some
था।
solid points this round. Yeah, the plant spot was really odd, and it dragged
Bhai,
them into an
NA is
unusual
too
fight.
strong, bro.
But
NA is too
Nos was
strong.
there ready to knife them, to deny
NA
some of that
teams are
retake
insane.
utility. They're clearly ready for that kind of stuff. got a decent idea about how to post MW up in order for them to get the plant down.
इसने देख क्या मारा?
At the end of the day, they just ended up getting trented.
Yeah, bit of a trend moment.
And
भाई
Icy,
ये
I mean,
सिर्फ
Icy
बॉडी
finding
दिखा रहा है यार.
another pick. And Icy has been good. He's been able to find a ton of different 1v1 situations.
इसके बाद पैसिफिक
Which
क्या
might have
करता
been
है?
even or favored to him, and he's won.
Where's TSM?
A huge
TSM नहीं
amount.
है.
Early TP up to the high ground from MW. Looking to take somebody's head
That
off.
is bad
Possibly
language.
good from that position, but now he's backed away.
Watch delete कर दा
And it's this
comment.
kind of thing that MW is going to be doing a lot on the attack side. And I think this is going to put pressure on Leaf to try to take fights against him.
Deep drone.
Yeah, they want to clear MW out.
I think
They're
strong
thinking about the spots that he can play in. Leaf needs that info from his
very close
alarm
to
bot. So they need to make sure that MW is not in a spot where he could slip past it.
Bottom for
I
bad तो
think
नहीं
this is
है
gonna
यार
happen a
anyway.
lot. You know, Leaf looking to try and take a fight from
Bad
Kitchen
तो
on
नहीं
top
है.
of
Easy is
Cube
looking
or
bad because
Euler.
it's a new team.
Yeah, Leaf is hearing everything.
So he's going to be calling for the rotation, surely.
And I think G2 should be aware that there's a lurker in on A. Because for them to be full
And
sprinting
Fura
into
का
A, they
थोड़ा
need somebody posted deep. So
Fundamental
Trent should have
लोगों को
this
take करना
awareness.
है. उसके अलावा सारी टीम्स अच्छी तो है.
Trent doesn't want to
MIBR
overstep
भी अच्छा है.
himself here. It's just whipping out the util, but okay, Leaf will strike
देखो
from
कितना जल्दी आया है.
the back, and here it is. I mean, Furia looking for that plant down, also being disrupted
blind.
into the middle of it as well.
Blind
Everybody's blinded. Shots actually hitting here on for the pistols, but Noswer.
जॉर्ड बोलते हैं इतना इतना नहीं गन गिराना चाहिए था. Perfect blind recon okay.
Another round where Trent's shooting and actually positioning bails them out. That was looking a little dangerous there. The utility was good on the
Lotus
retake.
Vira का pick था.
And just to talk about this again, in the final round of Lotus, we saw Leaf pull off a 1v2 where he was able to win it because the Furia players gave him all of the info just by running. You know, both of the players ran and he knew exactly where everybody was. Leaf got himself into a good position, pushed down Tube and then into mid. He heard everybody running into A, and that allowed him to just silently knife out, follow them, and get that opening pick for the retake to begin. Fury have got to be careful about the info they're giving away by running around the map.
They're making it too easy. Way too easy for G2 to make the correct call here.
So bye energy कर रहे हैं. R&D sorry.
Early util.
Good morning, good morning. Bottom zero and looking bad as top teams are alpha.
I think maybe just, I don't know, whacking the key.
But only two
I'm not
teams,
too
right? I
sure.
think EG and Furia.
They're going to slowly look to regain some control of A.
They
What's
will
the
improve.
protocols for
Teams hai, players bhi hai.
Well, there's a smoke there on Boiler that's going to draw people towards mid.
Share line,
W is
सच्ची मैं
currently
share हूँ.
putting pressure there to pull people off the A site.
What? Two players spotted. No one's seeking to break the
Cardio
drone.
But can Trent get reinforcements in that? In time, no. Instead, they're just going to look to try to play a flood defense.
Shock that.
Shot dart.
गलत
Missing
हुआ.
just ever so slightly.
उसका नेड तो गया है
So did
उधर
that
bind
nade.
में.
Fragment grenade went sailing into spawn.
उसका नेड तो
Close.
spawn में गया.
Almost a one-and-done position here by Havoc. Maybe he can double up. He does have Noswer
China का क्या
just
चल रहा है?
tucked behind as well, underneath rafters. What is the play now for G2? Util's got to be clean here when they don't have the guns. Here's the Dizzy. There's the dart as well. It's all being combined. Havoc now looking this way, and that hello shot's just missing. I mean, Valen now just been given full awareness, yet still it will be the rifles that win them this day.
Toxin screen down.
And Jonah, in the meantime, has just been held up by Khalil's turret, not able to get off any kind of flank. So Furia.
अगर जी जीतेगा तो 10 के सुबह से 10 से.
Much earlier.
That कौन-कौन क्या-क्या करने वाला है जी जीतेगा
This is
तो?
good. Keep the weapons intact.
Now, I say much earlier, they did win the opening pistol, but in terms of like rifle rounds...
And winning a gun round, right?
Winning the gun round, those are the important ones. I think they only won a single gun round on Lotus, was that the stat?
Yeah, it's just...
Devastating.
Devastating.
Chinese also surprising that ADG only clear first. हाँ, ADG is the most strongest team ना. मतलब वो लोग बहुत टाइम तक मेरे हिसाब से चाइना रीजन में तो एटलीस्ट अनबीटेबल जाएगा. बहुत टाइम.
G2 came in with, you know, a few pistols and a couple of rifles here and there. Now we see another test, but Furia...
वो वहाँ की एकदम starting
should
rate
be in
जैसी
another
है.
good spot to even things up, or at least have an opportunity to do so.
That's disrespectful. I mean, they are so quick onto the...
200 यूरो सुपर चैट करूँगा जी जी. बहुत सारे लोग का नाम लिखता ठीक है. हो सकता है मेरा कल ही घर आए.
beneath them.
1K super chat from my first salary.
Jonah P is just for some reason paranoid
Bots.
about mid, maybe some early presence
एक
there, but
Excel
no one
file
is
बनाओ.
actually in that spot. Everybody grouped up onto A.
नाम लिखो और सामने donation amount.
Different direction.
Yeah, MW, you can see he's missing one of his teleports. So even though I didn't catch it,
chocolate
I
give
assume it was
चलेगा.
somewhere around mid
बूंद
at the start
बूंद
of
से
the
सागर
round.
बनता है.
And it's just made the G2 players a little paranoid that
Pinging and tube, aren't they?
yeah,
So.
that omen slipped through. And that's the
मैं
value of
1K
having the
dollars
omen in this map. And it was something that
dance
Valen
it,
was
dance it.
previously playing on Icebox, and he's moved over to the Harbor instead. The biggest advantage, in my opinion, that the Harbor gives you, not even the Cove, to be honest, the ult is really good on this map.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cove
These
also
are
does
my
have
first
quite a lot
ever
of value,
जितना
good
मांगो
synergy
7
with
करोड़.
Wingman. But that ult can be pretty spectacular.
तुम्हारा कमेंट्स
Valen's
पढ़
still
के
two
वो
away.
वाला गाना याद आया बे. इसमें तेरा घाटा मेरा कुछ नहीं जाता.
Seconds earlier, now the thrash to lead them into the side. TP, top gen. There's an open side for them. Have a plan down, paranoia. It's good util, stops them from really getting involved. And now Trent, Hunter's Fury, going wide there. No damage really being done to any sort of players. This backside position, they do deal with Havoc.
This is business.
Being removed here, but there's plenty more targets.
Shot be.
Rich environment for it. Here, MW just trying to dominate this smoke in this one angle. It's going to get spammed out here, down to Khalil. It's the last one alive. It's going to do so much here with the Cove blocking the position. He can't even be spammed from it. So Valen's safe for the fuse and safety in numbers of the rest of his team covering it.
Bulldog change तो कर.
And one of the things that Fury is missing there in the post plan is a concept of playing a dynamic rather than a static post plan. There's a lot of teams, and kind of, if you think back earlier in Valorant, you just kind of have a default
मैं account बता के आपके 1 million करूँगा.
I'll play here, you
Excuse me,
play
मत
here,
करो.
we've got a crossfire, easy peasy. But most teams are now trying to get more active in the post plan and set up like double
शर्म करो
faces. When
केतन
Havoc
भाई
swings
शर्म
there,
करो.
why doesn't Noswa swing as well? Or try to set up some kind of combo with the utility. Instead, G2 are the
Delhi और
team
Binks भाई.
clumping up and isolating individuals on the other
Delhi
side.
आऊँगा तो
Need to
रहूँगा
see
कहाँ
Furious
यार.
still try to take initiative even when the spike's down. Oh, hello.
Oh.
Well, goodbye, Dizzy.
Yeah.
मेरा एंटीला के बाजू में एक घर है.
It's going to be lost. I was just thinking as well about a knife. I mean, they've taken first section of B. They've got nothing to clear yellow. Oh, okay, so Valen goes down there. That was an aggressive push.
That's huge.
Up onto belt.
Valen actually had the Reckoning to work with as well, so that's a massive
लेकिन
loss for
चलेगा,
G2.
इसका भी push
You
अच्छा
miss
है.
out the Cove for the retake, the high tide. Trent's now stuck on a bit of a weird angle because, you know, there's nobody spotting towards his belt.
He can get pushed from behind, yeah, exactly. There's a lot to worry about here, but this angle, he's hoping that he can get out scot-free.
God.
Contacting right into his crosshair.
Yep, he's got
Sorry
now.
for
Easy as 1, 2, 3 here. He's overstaying it even.
Sarah,
So
you
it's like
didn't be here.
shocked up, but now going to be backing away and respecting it. They're fast.
Need
Fury
go
realizing they've got this
करो.
opening. Man going to be broken. Trent is
By
really
Jordan,
being quite
Jordan.
disrespectful. Khalil, wrap it on the ropes. Now with a no command. Pushing them back and away. This is also just trying to get some space for his team to get this plant down while Leaf
इसको
is
देखो.
on the flank entirely. Was the turret down for a
It's the
moment?
no command.
Planted.
Oh, okay.
कैसे नल कमेंट.
We'll see. Khalil. Yeah, I mean, just not calling that his turret was down for but a moment. Leaf is able to just collect that one kill. Now they're going to be worrying about that thorn in their side. Molly's going a miss there with a snake bite, pushing it out, and that is a good swing and a trade. 2 versus 2. Out for 410. Havoc.
Oh,
Taking
निकाल
initiative,
सकता
taking
है
that
Leaf
lead
से.
for the rest of his team. Leaf starting to get a bit of a move on. Pace needs to be played. Sticking this one, he's hearing it onto the ropes. I mean, Khalil is not obfuscating his position whatsoever.
Oh, chance था बे.
Can't spray.
Chance
Troll
था
down.
Leaf के
So
पास.
one for Fury to win this one.
Yeah, that
And I gotta correct myself there. I was
ये गया
getting
बे.
confused. The
ये
no
गया.
command, no way it turns off their own team's turret, but
Yeah.
somehow
It was Khalil
managing to
playing out
slip
of range
around.
a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pushed a little further forward in that. But we didn't get to see Valen going down at the very beginning.
ठीक है,
G2
एक से
taking
तो
liberties,
बस
pushing up
love.
towards belt. Really gave Furia the opening they need. And this map already, you can see that Furia have some better ideas of how they want to approach things.
Yeah.
You know,
भाई
they're
लेकिन
actually getting in onto
better
the sites.
ideas ठीक है, लेकिन इतना गन गिरा
Punishing
रहे.
people,
एक
having
राउंड
some
अगर
idea
इन्हें
of how they
जीत
want to
गया,
play around the map. There's still mistakes, of
तो
course.
never mind. सारे अल्टीज तो
One of
अभी
which
है.
being that Havoc just
मतलब
left
सारे
Dizzy to
अल्टीज.
die in the prior round.
अल्टीज तो बहुत जल्दी आ
He's
गए.
got Dizzy back now. They've got G2 down onto a weaker buy.
Oh, what?
Was that MW just not quite realizing the range of his TP there?
I don't know.
भाई रेंज छोड़ो. जब
Looks
भी
like, though we couldn't
ओमेन
exactly
वहाँ
see
पे
it, that he
टीपी
might have just
मारता, तभी
teleported
क्या
out in
होता
the
है
open
chat?
from Icy's perspective.
Chat,
You can't
तुम्हारे
really give those
तुम्हारे
away,
लिए एक
I
क्वेश्चन
think.
है. जब भी ओमेन वहाँ पे किसी मारता है.
Yeah, double ult on him.
Reckoning
अभी
into
क्या
the
होता है?
thrash.
On a weaker buy round as well. This is going to regain him control of B main.
That's a great combo if Fury are actually there.
But they're not.
And that's a really, really expensive. Icy gets his ult back, but the Reckoning doesn't come back.
Exactly.
So now Fury can just kind of walk back into B, and there's still
Geo
45
flash,
seconds.
I mean,
Geo
decision
flash,
making being made
plus
easy for
Gecko
them.
flash.
Nozzle has the knife as well.
Close के लिए
Should save this
Gecko
one to
flash,
yellow.
yellow
When you
के
get
लिए
close, just
Geo
contacting
flash.
Icy though.
तो दो
Thrash.
फ्लैश के साथ ओमेन जाता है.
Yeah,
और
so
अगर
there's
कोई
the
ब्लाइंड
knife.
हुआ तो फिर
So
ओमेन
hand
खुद
onto-
फ्लैश करता है.
Block off and cancel out the Thrash is now
Side
going to be
tap or
getting
some
used
pizza.
with this pit on top of it. Now, that's a detainment.
that.
A lot of targets here, but the plan's still going to go off there with Wingman. Not denied. Out through.
You should run.
Trying to take this one here. Lockdown being forced.
You got to fight.
Pulled out of Fury. They do have to fight this one now. G2.
वो लोग का combo क्यों
Gonna
नहीं गया
start to
यहाँ
really
पे?
get a move on here. They don't have the guns
Miss
for
कर
it.
दिया.
Shots are missing all over the place. And now you're going to back away.
भाई
Respecting
एक
it.
गन
The
वाला
lockdown,
होता तो
another detainment onto two of these players. This time it's Furia. Pressing forwards with that advantage that they've got. They can smell the blood in the water.
जानवी को मारना था इधर. भाई एक वैंडल वाला उधर जाता था ना.
Eventually, this will be Furia
Round निकाल
as
लेते थे
the
बे.
winners.
That's so bizarre. This round has sent my brain
या
spiraling.
फिर एक मॉली और
The Reckoning
शॉटगन
Thrash
का combo
combo,
तो तू भी.
nobody scaling off the second usage of the Thrash from G2. If somebody had pushed forwards at the same time as they'd used the Thrash, they could have broken Wingman and stopped Furia from even planting in the first place.
+1.
Yeah. And this is how it opened, just TPing into the open. Even when they got the detains with the lockdown towards the end, Khalil's running back in here, not realizing Jonah P could still defend those players. There was still a chance for Fury to throw that one away. Both teams are getting extremely scattered on map 2.
अच्छा हो टाइम
It's G2 to take a timeout after 2 rounds in a row have been lost.
I would be too. I mean, after that round, that's
yeah.
I don't hate teams
आपका stream
utilizing
देखता है
ults on
strength
weaker buy
gains.
rounds.
Especially
if they
they were up
spot an
5v4.
advantage, if they spot the advantage like a 5v4 like that, reclearing, I don't hate it, but that
बराबर.
is too many missed opportunities. You're just throwing away the future advantages at that point as well with this comp. And this comp doesn't do refights particularly well. It's one of the reasons I don't like it. When you throw a Gecko into the mix, you have double initiator, Gecko and a Sova. You do have more tools to refight for that space proactively, but who's the player who's going to be taking it?
Right.
Is the question, right? Because when you throw in a Gecko, you have to take out a Jet.
एक glass पानी.
How it's played.
Your concern about that is typified by what happened in that round the second time with the Thrash.
Yeah.
Icy's Thrash, in order to put pressure on the plant, nobody followed it.
Yeah.
And in a normal composition, that would be the duelist player or something like that was looking to try to push forwards off the back of the Thrash. That is Icy.
3 ulti थे,
He
तीनों
can't
खत्म हो
do
गए ना
that
G2 के.
all on his own. It's an unusual buy here for G2.
Again, another unusual buy. I mean,
an Outlaw and a
Leaf.
Guardian playing into full armor.
Leaf ended up going down to the spike when he had the Outlaw in his hands.
Focus up.
Just to buy another Outlaw.
You wouldn't understand it.
Okay, I don't understand it. I was hoping you could explain it with the numbers, but
Advanced economic theory,
sure.
you wouldn't get it. Subprime loans.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't ask me what day it is. What day is it, Josh? Do you know?
Monday.
Oh, he does know. He's not on the esports regime just yet. He does know the day of the week. I'm surprised by that.
I mean, look at Leaf's
I sir, remember me
position
कैसे
in Snowman. As Furia, Jonah's just getting a spam through there.
Yeah,
He's been spamming that orb pretty much every time it's been going up. So credit to G2. They've been diligent about it and they finally get rewarded for it. MW, though, posted on top of Tube, might be able to punish any kind of reclear, but Icy and Trent decide not to commit to that one. It was Leaf's positioning that was interesting me, but they are headed completely opposite, towards the A site, which is the stronger one for G2.
John P spotting out MW now, who is up on top of Tube. He's going to be smoking Boiler. Putting a bit of fear into them. That's a dart being used and actually not spotted as the wall goes down. They are going to be backed and around to the corner. So now G2 can flood defenders. They have a lot of players ready and waiting to get a brawl going, but 30 seconds. You don't have control of B. Where are you going?
Time.
कैसे plant करेंगे?
Ult into the back cancelled because guess what? I mean, Leaf is still there. 20 seconds. What is the decision making here? Smoke spot.
क्या भाई अच्छा वो loading में चला गया.
I mean, a snake bite's a bit
Hello,
late and
ये क्या
delayed,
हो
but
गया?
taking damage and just pot shots, straight shots all the way around here. Spike! It's dropped down. It's muddy, it's
ये
messy.
क्या हो गया?
It's yeah.
सब कुछ बंद कैसे हो गया एक सेकंड के लिए?
And dirty in the mud, I think.
हैं?
We really are.
भाई ऐसा खतरनाक राउंड खेला सब पूरा पीसी हैंग हो गया एक सेकंड के लिए.
One of their final rounds on their attack
Ika,
side.
KP bye.
When we were watching them on
Thank you
Lotus,
for
was
the
similar to this.
membership.
Just horrendous pathing decisions. There's simply no time to go for something like that. There isn't, and they should know that. These players are not inexperienced. Apart from Havoc, all of them have been around
Pinky, you didn't
for
sleep yet. You
a long
noob.
time.
Well, okay, Thrash is going to be used by Havoc. Immediately broken inside Tube. Has pulled a lot of these G2 players forwards, though. Plugging up the gaps in mid.
And this is the general game plan we've seen from Furia. Pull the defense towards mid and then try to exploit A. And it's working here.
Kill ulti hai, so ulti hai.
Flood in if they choose
Hello.
to. With that lockdown being used. To pit forwards. Fighting
So
it out.
ulti hai.
Getting spammed down here by the rifles. There's waves of it, at least with the mollies, but you got to back away and respect this one because Furia just weren't ready for
They know
it.
where Conan is going
So
to be.
ulti.
Not quite. Conan's got a
So
little safe
ulti
angle.
do.
To the corner. I see another one receive for him.
So
here.
ulti hai,
At this
drone
point.
hai.
Listen, hands off the keyboard, spraying away.
So ulti do.
Hoping that brain, you can receive these kills. Nozwa. It's nice work from him.
So
Over the top though as well.
ulti.
Maybe just overextending his hand over Zealous.
So ulti
Conan's
do.
still alive with this pit up, and it's got to reposition. Now sticking on to the fuse. Valen, it's a reload. Oh! It's getting all over the place.
But it's G2
Oh.
who take it in the end. And a chuckle from a few of the players. Overall, that was quite a good retake setup from G2. They have the lockdown, and this pit, it's the meta pit that a lot of the attack side teams are doing. It allows the Viper to still get back into the pit. But G2 did a great job of pushing
भाई ना
forwards with the
drone किया ना
lockdown and
ulti किया
denying
इस
that
वाले पे.
space. Trent stayed on
फिर
1
भी
HP,
जीते.
tucked in a corner for basically the whole round, trying to deny any of the Furia players that were trying to get back up to stop the defuse from happening. G2 understanding the round dynamics really well, happy to give them control of A because they were very confident in using Leaf's ult to retake. They're not going to run a setup like that, I would imagine, without the lockdown.
इस वक्त भाई so ulti इतना sexy
Furia take a
straight
tactical
line में
timeout,
ulti
but
था.
does Furia recognize that? Does Furia realize that if they do the same kind of macro again, pull people towards mid, hit
Good
A,
night, Manraj.
that they're not just going to run into a retake
G
scenario
versus
of the
PRX
Furia.
आज मजा आएगा भाई.
Sometimes you can lose around and
मजा आएगा.
you're never going to see those same scenarios occur.
Yeah, just isolating the fact that it was because of the lockdown.
Sorry, come back to scene and बोल दिया.
Having said that, they're still going up against Trent
भाई
Hunter's
एक
Fury,
ना एक
which can
बंदी
be
तो
difficult.
heavy चिल्लाती है भाई.
When you're trying to get the plant down over towards A, Trent's normally going to be in a good position to put pressure on with that ult. And the
रात
economy's
पे अंदर तो
been
type
knocked
कैसे कर रहे
again
हो?
for Furia. They were doing pretty well in round 5, round 6. It looked like they were in control of the game, but it only takes one slip up.
Yeah.
Round 7 disaster class, and suddenly they're in a bad spot again.
Eco 6-3.
This map overall has been looking a
Oh,
bit better for them
upset
compared to
हो
Lotus.
सकता है अगर वाइपर वहाँ पे
A world
one
better.
tap खाए तो.
I know they've still only got the same number of
अगर यहाँ
rounds,
पे
but
जोनापी थोड़ा सा
it really has. Like, the
one
ideas are
tap
just
खा
a lot
लेते
better from Furia.
हैं सट करके.
And I mean, no disrespect as well to
तो हो
the
सकता
makers of
है
Icebox.
क्योंकि
but
आलम
it's
बढ़
quite a
जाएगा.
simple map.
एक
It's
बंदा
the way
ए
you
पे
play it.
जाएगा.
The
के
macro
पास.
isn't the hardest to understand and work with, so you pressure one area, you pull rotators, you hit the side, you play retake, go through the motions.
And to be honest with you, Furia, they're actually playing it a little more complicated than a lot of teams, because a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
are,
teams will
yeah.
just straight up ignore mid on their attacks.
But MW's been putting pressure there, and he's been breaking some of the. It did force. I mean, you've seen Leaf have to adjust his setups. He's putting, turret and alarm bot over towards the sites actually now instead of mid.
Yeah, I'm playing
MW
three.
was breaking the turret every time.
Right, I'm playing 3 bodies in mid instead, one of which is able to grab this kill onto Conan.
Ooh. It's a gap. Leaf. He's aware
भाई
of it.
पढ़ा उसको पढ़ा.
A little bait setup.
Yeah.
Khalil
पढ़ा
falls
तो
for
था.
it. That's quite cute.
Catching this lurker out here with a dizzy up and over the top.
God.
Adjustment. AD with a movement. Not enough to save you there. Jonah P from the high ground.
That's really nice.
Top ropes. Activity. And poor Nozwa.
भाई क्या क्या स्पैम लगते हैं बे? ऐसा लगता है रिकॉन हुआ तो ज़्यादा स्पैम लगता है. Huh?
Poor Noswa. I mean, he's had a rough year.
Yes.
He's got to watch his former team turn into a powerhouse while he's trying to pick up the pieces on his old squad Furia.
एक लड़की ने चिल्लाया फिर तो दूसरी लड़के बोलते yeah.
Rough situation for this guy, who we know has got a lot of
Chat
talent.
1K likes हो गए 2K की तरफ
You
चलते
can
हैं.
see it's just not being demonstrated most of the time in this squad because they've got so many other issues.
This round is what the timeout was taken for, so we'll see. I end up playing this one as
और जिसने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया सब्सक्राइब करो.
Get this ult orb.
जल्दी
Are they going to try
करो.
and play around this?
Brother, G2
Potentially, he's going to go for it.
G2 strongest.
And here it is, offloading with the ult. So, Valin did send flying a bit of
ये round
damage.
निकाल सकते हो.
Mosh pit so that nobody can play into this one. More
ये round निकाल.
into the corner. You've got to get this plant down at some point.
They keep
लेकिन अभी
losing wingman.
प्रॉब्लम क्या पता है
going for the
टरेट
plant,
टूटेगा
getting
पीछे
caught by Leaf's
दो बंदे
utility.
पीछे देखेंगे
What's occurring? What's going
और
on?
अभी
Okay.
100
They can't
आल्टी
get the
है.
plant down because
ये
wingman
है
died.
प्रॉब्लम.
Yes. I was
Buddy.
wondering about this one. Okay, Hunter's
Buddy.
Fury. One shot on target. Oh, almost two at the back. So decent damage done, but no kills collected. And through the wall goes the
वाइपर को
bullets.
देखो
Noswa.
अभी सिर्फ वाइपर को
Recipient of that
देखो.
one in the kill feed. Lights up red.
Khalil's let the turret go down again.
Oh, no, not to the mosh pit. And his players, they
वाइपर
have
ने
been
एक
spotted
को
out.
मारा.
Revealed in the end, Noswa didn't have anywhere to really run and evade that
वाइपर दूसरे को
one.
मारेगा
The
अभी.
P from the back. MW brings it to the 1v1 now. Time ticking against the TP. Down to disengage. Trent, not going to be spotting it, so he knows the positioning of it.
Not ready yet.
Sticking it. He's bought himself a wink on. Smoke dropped. And hits the shot! Insane by Trent. I mean, the reactions on that one show me a replay.
That's nuts.
That is disgusting.
Trent's had a few rounds here, 3 or 4, where he's really come up huge. Bit unfortunate there for Leaf. Khalil gets caught by the mosh pit. Lets the turret go down, and MW almost stole it.
Back.
Oh, it's pre-fire, but still, I mean, nasty. You can, yeah, you can hear it. Teammates gassing him up.
That is lovely. Sometimes it just works out for you like that. 13 and 3, Trent. Followed up by Jonah P, who's also having a hot game today.
भाई एक चीज मैंने अभी नोटिस किया. एक भी ड्यूलिस्ट नहीं है दोनों साइड.
But G2 is still good for it.
थोड़ा टाइम लगा
What is
नोटिस
occurring
करने.
here? Okay, Thrash clearing all the way through here with deep
ये
smoke.
सब ड्यूलिस्ट जैसे खेल
I
रहे
see
हैं.
Seeking oh, nice adjustment. Trent is snappy today. Feeling it here, and bodies are dropping and falling. Seeking to fight over kitchen control again, just leaping through the smoke, man. Shorty in hand, G2.
MW is just running into 4 at the end. So this round started off with both thrashes being used on either side, and one getting cancelled by 0 point. But G2 recognized that it was that mid play and just gave up on their standard defensive
क्या था?
setup.
Slow motion में
Crush it
दिखाओ.
in mid. You don't get much worse crosshair placement, but Trent still hits that nasty
सारे
footing.
जमीन पर शॉट मारा बे.
And now you've got a bit of extra money to work with. It's the final round of this first half, so of course
इनकी
you pick
देखा.
up, buy a couple of extra weapons.
वो तो
Operator
मेरी
in
है वैसे
IC's hands. Gonna be using this one down underneath tube. Deep knife. Does connect onto Valin, but he's still gonna hold his ground down.
Yeah, Valin actually wants to get tagged by that to make it feel like it's a heavy fight over B.
Couple of bullets tagging up
Third
the
damage
opposition. Gets back to safety.
He was trying to push Furia in the opposite direction, making them feel like it was a heavy stack
Trent
on
को
the
बता Trent retain
other
से.
side of the
क्या है,
site. It's a
ये क्या है?
disguised defense setup.
कब
Now,
खुलेगा तेरा
the Furia
खून
called the
guns?
bluff. He's kind of
मेरे को
forced
तो
to
खेलने का
pull
मन कर रहा
defenders
है.
with him. And that makes the A site much weaker. Khalil is trying to sneak in here. A good idea of how to run a 3-1-1.
Delayed pit. Drop it down here with the alarm bot taking contact
और
with
6
Leo.
बजे तक खत्म हो गया तो थोड़ा खेल सकता है. वैसे भी ढूंढने आने
Goodness,
वाला
what is going on there? I mean, you turn out in your hand thinking there's only a solo player. I think playing inside
लव यू
the
बिन
pit.
क्या हो गया तरंग भाई?
He's assuming that it's
हो
only
गया?
Jonah, yeah, but I don't think it's
क्या हो गया? कैसे
reasonable
हो
to
रहा है
make
भाई?
that assumption.
ये लो. Arson, love you
Leaf can
तरंग.
pop the nanoswarms from anywhere, so it's not like you know he's there, but
Art. ए मेरा लाइक अलग से
Gamble
दिखता है
you don't need to take.
We'll see if they can make the most of this one still again. Dizzy, at least the wingman dropped down with the defuse or the plant. So A spike online into the post. That's a nice flash. And fight into the back, but it didn't quite connect onto Trent. And fully lit up there. It's a 9-3 finish with finesse there. G2 looking really quite in charge.
16-3 at the end of the half, Trent.
Yeah.
He's on fire.
सामने वाला टीम में एक बंदा 316 होने वाला है और ये बंदा 16-3 है.
It's disrespectful. I can't believe they've done him like that. Oh my. Okay, well, let's send it down to Elizabeth, who's down on the floor with a special guest.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I'm here with Lanice, Valen's girlfriend, and Valen is making some noise over there. But you were talking to me before. You've been together for 9 months, correct? You were talking to me about how it was so much easier when Valen was playing online. If things got stressed, you could just close the tab. But now you are here in person, literally watching his every move. What is it like being here in person?
I like being in here in person. Obviously, it was a lot easier if I got really stressed. I could just click out of the live stream. But it's great to be here and be able to support him.
Why you need to be a gamer, chat?
We were long distance for a long time, so I'm just really glad to be here supporting him and the rest of the team and being able to see what Valorant is about. I don't play personally, so I'm learning every single time I come here. And it's just a joy to be able to be a part of it.
You say in supporting Valorant, I hear the yaws, I heard them. It's in supporting Valen. The past, even just like through kickoff to stage one, has been kind of a tough time for G2. What is it like being his partner? Not experiencing it directly, but being his partner through all this.
Well, it's very different than what you would think. I mean, we see everything that goes on behind the scenes. When they're stressed, we see how they can kind of get in their own head. And it is hard to kind of see that happening to your partner, but like, I feel that it's my job to be there to sort of be the mediator and kind of calm him down when he needs, or kind of give him the hype that he needs, you know, give him just the love and support that he needs to perform at his best. And I think that just kind of does more good for him. It helps him to feel good for his team. And I think he can kind of spread that love within his group.
Well, clearly so much love from you, but we have a game to get back to and support Valen. So casters, please take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I mean, Valen, he's a very mature individual. I will say, you know, you have conversations with him. You think he would be older than he actually was. He's pretty young in terms of being a pro player, and he's stepping up into that leadership role.
In terms of that kind of mental squeeze and the pressure and all of that kind of stuff, though, I think
Valen by एक first blood हो जाए.
Fury are the ones that are feeling
girlfriend के वास्ते एक first blood. Let's go.
And they tried to convert that into initiative at the beginning of this round. 3 players down mid, seeing if they could work an early pick. And instead, they've just given Jonah P the idea that after the early stuff, there would be an opening, and he's taken it and taken the head of Khalil.
So does he replay here? Along with all of it, I mean, a full-on util. Does win that one out, so he dominates that mid angle.
Fight हो गया mid
4 versus 4.
Oh shit! इसने भी अपना सारा util ले लिया है.
Retrieving that utility as well that he can now use for the retake.
Dart, bit of a reveal there.
MW was getting ready for the paranoia.
No danger of the spam though, so paranoia coming through here with a dizzy. Eventually take it out. Shots landing from Valen, a reload. Even this guy is just working them into neutral. Doesn't need a util setup. Spure heads on a swivel and aware of where to look.
Not until the job is done.
Guys,
that's the partner getting interviewed buff.
No wonder
comes through.
Tricks इतना मारता है जब कोई होती है लॉगिंग. No wonder. No wonder, भाई.
Playing off the back of Icy's dizzy, dodging the paranoia coming through from MW. Finds a great moment there. Same situation again. It was wasn't it 9-3 at the half on Lotus, I believe?
3-7
that last map.
I think it was.
Don't ask me to recall much.
It was a 9-3. Fury got pistol follow-up in 1 round, and the half ended 9-3. Then G2 won out from there. We might be in a similar situation.
तो मैं खेलता हूँ. सबको देख के ऐसा लगता है, लेकिन जब तू लॉबी में जाएगा ना,
before you can have
even a read on the setup.
Any ideas about what's happening?
Yeah, this is mentality stuff. It's got to be. It's the only thing it could be.
Yeah.
We don't, obviously, you know, we're not privy to the comms, but it's the only thing it can be.
Yeah, because you're not learning anything about what G2 are doing on their attack.
मैं मेरा एक बात बताओ, नाइट मार्केट कब तक है? रहेगा ना यार 26 तक. तो
Well, this is going to be a long road
पता
back
चला
with
मैंने
no
वो कर दिया giveaway
insight
night market
from the
बंद हो गया
coaches if Fury are going to make a
क्या
run of it
किसको
from
पता है
here.
क्या
And based on what's happened today, you wouldn't put your money on it.
No.
It has been better for them on Icebox. It does seem like a map that they have a better understanding of, but they're still pretty far behind what G2 are offering us.
That's the trouble. It just, I mean, the tier gap is just really getting wider and wider, it feels like, between these two teams. And I mean, for Fury, they've got that added extra pressure of trying to get that first win, that first hurdle. We've seen teams, I mean, last year, Crew go for the exact same stuff. I mean, it's almost a mirrored storyline, not quite, you know, Fury are not at that level just yet in terms of games lost in a row, but, you know, almost to the point.
Crew were making it close, though.
They were making it close, yeah, and they still had the
Start
confidence they could
days
potentially win.
That was part of the heartbreak for them, but Fury are just getting smoked right now.
And now going for an early peak here.
Oi!
That's just, again, we saw this same kind of devolving of the gameplay on Lotus.
Yes.
Fury is throwing caution to the wind, individual plays, it's not synced up. Everybody just going for their ones.
It felt like on Lotus, as soon as they won the pistol and went down 10-3, they gave up. And now, I'm sure they're not consciously giving up. Guys, I'm throwing. Like it's, you know, they're not going to be common that.
Don't think they're common that.
But it's about getting your head in the game and trying to sync up so that you're making team play setups. Now, can Nozwa do something more? No, he did what he could to take down two, but he's still left Khalil in a 1v3 that looks unwinnable.
Twitter community bana teri.
On Lotus, down that much, the game just went to pot for them. They were on the attack side, and they ended up just throwing in some bizarro rounds.
Spots two.
आदत चीज तो मैं सिर्फ वैल्यू के बारे में लिखा
fighting time though, and even dropped down to 1 HP. So cleanly dealt with, swept aside here by G2.
We were having a lot of conversations last year about the additional stress on some of our players and teams that weren't classically based in like the LA area or North America, USA.
इतना heavy read कैसे किया?
I do think there's an additional pressure on those players. They're further away from home, not as used to the culture, the language, the culinary stuff at times as well. But I would like to hear more from Fury about what is going on.
Which is your favorite ability?
Like, how are you going to turn it around? We're going to win today. All right, that's not actionable feedback.
Right.
That doesn't actually tell us anything or really even show that you understand what the issues are. Can they put something together here in round 15? It's bad weaponry for Fury and G2 get the plant down. The plant actually goes down without Wingman being denied by any kind of utility, which was a large issue for Fury on their attack
Shock dart से तो टूटेगा भी नहीं.
Floating it now, double flash.
का एक nade ही है.
A lot of it getting it ate up though by this Viper Orb. Dropped down and no kill, Valen. Rough. Whiffy there, a bit rough indeed. Plenty of players can be facing him. Here's the dart. Out flying forwards here. On with the rifles. Alongside it, great crosshair placement. Trent. Great awareness on exactly the avenues of which he could be approached upon without finally coordinating it and sticking it together. But from that bell position, time ticking away, and it's 12 rounds now for G2.
But Trent bhai ko kya chahiye? Hello.
Always feeling like they're in control, even after that slip up from Valen. The play itself was quite nice.
Yeah.
Jonah
Nunnu bhai, are you there in the chat? Nunnu nahi hai uska naam. Nunnu hai. Nunnu bhai bulao. Respect do.
You know, play where you drop the smoke whenever Valen calls for it, and in theory he should be set up for the kill. But there were still so many layers after that, with Trent posted towards Maze and then people back on Bell. Even that one way that MW threw actually ended up hurting Khalil. 12-3. Can we get some poetic symmetry in this? 13-3 on both maps?
goes down very early.
एक rope का sound आया तो spam देखा कैसे दिया दोनों ने?
I'm really not too sure.
Ping करके.
Not as easy.
Rope का sound आते ही spam कैसा ping करके दिया देखा?
I saw the assist light up from Trent, but I'm not sure if that was from additional spam. Now we're going to see it. Thrash used to clear it away. Knows that there's no corners or avenues, sends it flying as well. And Leaf, look at that, he's immediately taken up the position of it with the high tide. Conan seeking to get ahead of it, but just ends up falling and paying with his life.
GG.
It's looking inevitable at this point. Retake with only 3 of these players left alive. Noswa, he lets loose. No command. emanating out here, but there's no plan of action for them. How they're going to be retaking this one? It feels
कितना
more
wall
just
से
like their
देखना
throws.
wall पे
Dizzy does fire, does connect, leaves in a bit of trouble, but he's got to back him now for the rest of his team, and just like
flawless.
that, it's all top orders, all crumble.
Cleanest
That is
victory,
one of the
big.
cleanest matches we've
Cleanest.
seen in quite some time. I mean, G2 just dealing with
ऐसा
them handedly.
domination last
How
हम लोगों ने
many
देखा था level वाला.
speedrun memes do these orgs have?
Huh?
How many are we going to see this week? That was
Speedrun हो गया
outrageous.
फिर.
Only 6 rounds
Speedrun हो
dropped
गया.
across 2 maps for G2. Furia looking lost. Join EG at the bottom of the table, 0-3. And another match where
बुरा
the
लगा है
Alpha
फिर
team
अगले.
turns the Omega team into an Omega LOL team. Just brutalizing.
It's brutal, man. It is truly
अच्छे
brutal.
players है बे,
Gotta
पता
show
नहीं क्यों नहीं हो पा
empathy.
रहा था.
It's hard for the Fury players, like you're saying. I mean, these guys are playing
यार,
thousands of
बुरा
miles
लग
away
रहा
from
है.
home. And when you don't have that first win as the hurdle, it can just be a downward spiral at times.
But it's one that they've got to fix, and they've got to start making steps to fix that as well.
Yeah.
We're not seeing any forward momentum. G2
Hello,
though,
Mithul
were
Nayak.
very
Hello,
happy about their performances today. People were having doubts about getting Icy online. He looked individually really good today.
बुरा लगा.
The theory of how they want to play and how these comps work,
भाई बहुत
you
ज़्यादा
got to
upset
see
दिखाई
a
दिया
lot of
बे.
it. Because there wasn't that level of resistance,
Yeah.
you got to see
Huh?
all of the fleshed out ways in which G2 like to approach the map, just as they drew it up.
Just as they
बहुत
drew it
ज़्यादा
up,
upset
and the
दिखाई
winner
दिया.
for them. It's going to pave the way for a potential playoff
Huh?
run as well. I mean, still,
बहुत ज़्यादा
there's a lot
upset
in the
दिखाई दिया
air
यार
for these
खुद.
teams in the groups and the way it mixes and matches, of course. There could be all sorts going on in terms of tiebreakers. We don't actually know yet.
No, that's quite true. But G2, because they're in the Alpha group, would be playing against Leviathan next. That's a tough game based on how
It
Levi's
is.
been performing.
Lever in monstrous form.
But then their next 2 matches against 2 more Brazilian squads, MIBR
ये
and
भाई
Blau.
ओपी. हैं?
Now, those are winnable games, except
ये भाई ना
Blau,
मान
you
रहे.
never know quite what form they're going to be
कैसे
in.
रुजु भाई,
And
thank you
that's,
for the 100 million
weeks from now,
pounds.
so
मेरी
we don't-
जान के
we don't know
टोट
because
पे
so
गोट.
much can shift over time.
Love you.
G2, it's just, I think, about capitalizing on this performance, trying to get big games like this
अब
one out
चेक
of
कर
track
अल्फा
today.
वेलर पे अल्फा की स्टैंडिंग कौन सा
Get that
पैसिफिक
happening more
वाला.
often, get things working, and they've got their chances against those teams to make playoffs and maybe do some damage.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a lot of high expectations for G2 because they looked so good at the end in Ascension throughout their tier 2.
I mean, those high expectations for all the Ascension teams.
Yeah, and I think they've failed to live up to that at the moment, but we're still very early on in the year. There's plenty of time for them to grow from here and take wins like this and start to cascade it forwards into some momentum.
Yeah, no, I completely agree as well. Well, waiting it now. Well, actually, Elizabeth is ready down on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview. So there you go. Happy timing. We'll send it down now.
They were cities मेरी जान के
And
टोट.
I'm here with the man of the hour. It is Icy from G2. A
Yusuf bhai,
splendid
OP.
performance from you and your team.
Diversities
13-3,
देख रहे
stealing
हो
the
ना,
first map
2
pick
pound
and
वाले
taking it to your
कैसे
map.
$1
Talk to me about the
वाले को
emotions right now.
counter
Very
कर
generic
रहे हैं.
questions, but how do you feel?
I'm feeling good.
Any
It was a big
comment?
win to start our
Reverse
super
by?
week. You know, we have Lev next, and
How
looking forward to our
are
next games.
So talk to me about Lev, because they were talking at the caster desk. That is a very daunting, big opponent to play against. How do you feel about facing Lev?
They've been looking good,
आज
but you know, like, we're
$20,000
gonna play our own
इनके
game.
मौत
We're
पे
gonna come
फेंक
out.
के
We're
मारा
gonna,
था वो.
you know, do our thing.
You're gonna do your thing. Well,
Love
I
you,
wanted to
babe.
ask you
Love you,
about. I
Yusuf
talked to
bhai. Love you,
Josh,
love you,
and I said,
love
you know,
you.
Icy. He said the Icy needs time to kind of acclimate and warm up. After this
pretty good
performance, do you think it
prediction.
is fair to say that you have acclimated quite well to G2?
I think I'm like integrated well into the system, and like slowly, like we're getting there. Like game by game, we're like progressing, and we're doing better and better as a team.
Now, this might be the first time some people are meeting you on the VCT stage. Would you like to say anything to anyone, whether it be fans, loved ones?
You know, like just shout out to my family, my girlfriend, everybody who supports me, like my team. We've been, you know, working hard at this, and yeah.
Well, congratulations again. Everyone give it up for Icy one more time. We're going to go to a break, but stay tuned because you know what game internet's next. It's 100 Thieves versus Cloud9.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Thieves is a weird one because they look good, but they were losing, but like nobody knows if they're really good or not, and they play good teams, so we're just kind of gonna play our own game. We have Oxy, so we don't have to think that much other than that.
EG is seeming content in these first couple of rounds just to play front B into C, but the Marshal coming around the corner. Oxy is gonna be frying with that one.
Easy shots. The guy's gonna double satchel into the okay, Oxy.
I'm actually just the best player in Valorant. I don't know.
I think C9's a pretty aggressive team, especially with Oxy being their duelist. He's super good and just thriving in the chaos, just kind of entering, so nothing really surprising for me.
Through the smoke onto Trenton. Icy has no way to trade that one on out. It is attrition for 100 Thieves as they slowly flood back in. The util setup for Cryo is lovely. 1v1. Icy! He wins the clutch. 100 Thieves win a series.
Welcome back to day 3 of Super Week, and we are officially at that halfway point. There's 5 matches left, and our next one is going to be a fun NA showdown. You got Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves. Of course, I'm Golden Boy. You got Athena. You got me. You got Ender. We're all here.
Yo, why'd you get less enthusiastic about it? What's going on?
You know, I'm just running down the list. I'm just saying, you guys know your names, right?
Golden Boy and friends at the desk.
Yeah. I do like it when they say GB in the analyst test. Makes it sound like a really cool band, you know, that unfortunately didn't have any hits. In any case, though, folks, let's go ahead and get into this match and talk about 100 Thieves. Now, after a rough week 1, Busio definitely has come online for this team. And not only that, they were able to get a massive win over G2 that has kind of maybe rejuvenated this team, so to speak.
It had almost been a year.
फास्ट चार्जिंग ओपी तो है क्या बोलते हो चैट 3 मिनट में 20%। 3 नहीं, कितना मिनट, 4 मिनट क्या?
Yeah, I mean, especially a lot of the ways they reacted to the comp G2 is playing on a map like Bind here.
किधर है Pacific?
Flooding in, realizing the limitations of the comp they were playing against, and that's got to be Boostio, right, making those calls to deal with what's coming at them.
Pacific का करता है जो। Pacific का क्या सीन है? Shoot. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। देवर स्टेटिस मेरी जान के टोटे, थैंक यू फॉर द 20 गिफ्टेड। चैट सब लोग देवर स्टेटिस का पकड़ो, लव यू, लव यू। देख रहे हो 10 पाउंड्स वर्सेस सोलो बंदा 20 गिफ्टेड। क्या पाउंड्स वाले कमबैक कर पाएंगे? देखिए इसी एपिसोड में। किलरॉय का मैं नहीं पढ़ रहा सुपर चैट, वो मिस होने दो, चलेगा। हाँ भाई, क्या सीन है इधर, क्या सीन है इधर? है तगड़ी मैचेस भाई, तगड़ी मैचेस है ओमेगा में। ये क्या है भाई, ये क्या है भाई? DRX ब्लीड के सामने जीतेगा, जेटा के सामने जीतेगा, PRX का चलो थोड़ा बहुत लड़ाई होएगा, RRQ के सामने जीतेगा, टैलेंट के सामने जीतेगा, ठीक है। बेस्ट के सिनेरियो पांचों जीतेगा। दिस इज द बेस्ट। अबे नहीं, पांचों कैसे? एक ही मैच बचा है ना DRX का, सिर्फ यही मैच बचा है। ये तो नेक्स्ट मंथ का है बे, ये तो स्प्लिट 2 है, स्टेज 2 है, ये एक ही मैच बचा है ब्लीड के सामने। तो PRX बोलो, DRX इज गोइंग क्लीन 5-0। DRX को स्लॉट, DRX को सीधा वो दे दो ट्रॉफी, बेंचो। DRX 5-0 है भाई। हाँ, इनका हो गया एक स्लॉट। टैलेंट भाई का क्या सीन है? टैलेंट भाई का एक मैच बचा है सीक्रेट के सामने, ठीक है। अगर हारा तो भी स्लॉट है 3-2, 3-2, तो ये भी स्लॉट मिल गया। PRX पे आते हैं, ब्लीड के सामने तो जीत जाएगा, ठीक है। जी के सामने PRX का जीतना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, ठीक है। तो ये भी 3-2 मान के चलते, मान के। ठीक है, तो ये 3 क्वालिफाई। जेटा का क्या सीन है? T1 के सामने जेटा हारने वाला है 100%। T1 कमबैक मारने वाले, T1 बाय बी लाइक हो गया, अब जीतेंगे, ये वाला सीन होने वाला है। RRQ का क्या सीन है? जेनजी लग गए। RRQ बाहर, सीक्रेट ये भी लग गए। जेसी भाई सोलो मारेंगे अभी तो मूड में। हाँ, जेसी भाई सोलो मारेंगे, यहाँ पे जीत सकता है, जीत सकता है, ठीक है। DFM गया, तो मेरे हिसाब से ये 3 टीम क्वालिफाई, ठीक है। 3 टीम यहाँ से क्वालिफाई। यहाँ पे देखो जेनजी का सीन क्या है। जेनजी का एक बचा RRQ के सामने, वो तो जीत गया, जेनजी को एक स्लॉट मिल गया, ठीक है। सीक्रेट बाय का क्या सीन है? सीक्रेट बाय का 2 मैच बचा है, टैलेंट के सामने और DFM के सामने। टैलेंट के सामने, DFM के सामने तो जीत गया, टैलेंट के सामने जीत सकता है मेरे हिसाब से, टैलेंट के सामने जीत सकता है। मैं बोला था इधर 3-2 हो सकता है, तो आई थिंक दूसरा स्लॉट भी गए हो, ठीक है। अब देखते हैं ब्लीड। लग गए, लग गए। भाई ना भाई ना, इट्स जस्ट अनलक्की भाई, लग गए वाला सीन है। क्योंकि अगर आप यहाँ पे ऐसे PRX पे क्लिक करोगे और ऐसे स्क्रॉल करोगे, तो यहाँ पे ऐसा लिख के आएगा नंबर 1 एशिया पैसिफिक, ठीक है। तो लग गए, ठीक है। और अगर यहाँ पे क्लिक करोगे और थोड़ा नीचे स्क्रॉल करोगे तो यहाँ पे लिख के आएगा नंबर 2, किधर गया? हाँ, यहाँ पे क्लिक करोगे थोड़ा नीचे आएगा, सॉरी नंबर 1 कोरिया। ठीक है, तो दोनों नंबर 1 के सामने मैचेस है। तो ये तो गया, ये तो हैवी गया बे, हैवी मतलब लीड तो गयो भाई। हाँ, 0.01% चांस है ब्लीड का। दोनों दोनों #1 के साथ है भाई, ये लोग के साथ गलत हुआ है। ठीक है, तो ये गया। अभी देखते हैं T1 का जेंजी के सामने नहीं, जेटा के सामने एक मैच बचा है। ठीक है, अगर ये T1 जीतती है, अगर, तो भी होएगी 2-4 होएगी। ठीक है, अब सीन ऐसा है, ये तो गया ही गया, ये तो 100% गया, इसका मैक्सिमम हो सकता है 2-4। ठीक है, मैक्सिमम। अब अपने पास 2 मौके हैं। ठीक है, डीएफएम के सामने जीता तो क्वालिफाई, डीएफएम के सामने जीता तो क्वालिफाई भाई। भाई मजाक से हटकर जी क्वालिफाई होने वाले प्लेऑफ्स के लिए। क्या बोलते हो? ये थोड़ा कैजुअल था। ये मैच अगर देखा जाए तो थोड़ा सा कैजुअल था। +19 होके गोलू हारे, जो है ये दोनों का टोटल, जिट बॉयज और गवर्नर दोनों बाप प्लेयर का टोटल प्लस अकेले बंदे ने अपने मार्क्स शीट में लाया है। समझ रहे हो? फिर भी हारे। तो मैप्स काउंट्स करो, विंस नहीं, मैप्स तेल लगाने गया, मैप्स तेल लगाने गया रही। मैप तो तब भी होएगा जब भी वो होएगा ना यार। अगर समझो ये 1-3 है और ये 1-3 है तो मैप काउंट काम आएगा, लेकिन अगर ये लोग का विंस ज्यादा है तो मैप काउंट काम नहीं आएगा। समझ रहे हो? अभी जैसे ये 2-4 है, ये 2-4 है मतलब 6 मैचेस, और ये लोग समझो 2-4 है तो मैप काउंट होएगा, लेकिन ये लोग का 4/8 है, अपना भी 4/8 होने वाला है नेक्स्ट। पीआरएक्स के सामने। उसके बाद हम लोग को बेसिकली हम लोग को डीएफएम जीतना है। और बेस्ट पार्ट ये है, बेस्ट पार्ट, कि ब्लीड तो हार गए दोनों, तो इनका होने वाला है इधर और 2 ऐड कर दो 9, और 2 ऐड कर दो 11, तो इनका होने वाला है 4-11। ये लोग का 4-11 होने वाला है। और ये भाई जेटा टीम अच्छी है, जीत भी सकती है भाई, जेटा भरोसा नहीं है। जेटा मूड पे है बे, मतलब कभी कभी कुछ भी खेलते, कभी भी कुछ नहीं खेलते, वैसा वाला सीन है। क्या सीन है भाई जेटा का? हाँ, जेटा का क्या सीन है भाई? जेटा का सीन क्या है? सीक्रेट के सामने अच्छा खेला था वो लोग ने वैसे तो जेटा जीत तो सकता है। सो बेसिकली अगर जी दोनों दोनों हार गया तो भी जीत गया वे, वो वाला सीन है। ओ नहीं, लेकिन एक एक विन तो चाहिए ही ना, वरना क्वालिफाई नहीं होगी। 2 विन तो चाहिए क्वालिफाई करने को मिनिमम, बराबर। तो डीएफएम वाला जीतना ही पड़ेगा, 2 विन तो मिनिमम चाहिए क्वालिफाई करने को। तो टेक्निकली अपन को T1 को हराना है, बराबर नहीं, तो टेक्निकली हमको जीतना है बस डीएफएम से, बस और कुछ नहीं करना है हम लोग को, और कुछ नहीं करना है हम लोग को। डीएफएम को हराना है, बस इतना है। अगर डीएफएम को 2-1 भी हरा देगा, 2-1 वर्स्ट के सिनेरियो, तो भी 4-8 होएगा और फिर 6-9 होएगा, 69 होएगा। यहाँ पे 69 आने वाला है, मेरे को शॉर्ट आउट मिलने वाला है। समझ रहे हो? 2-0 चाहिए। क्यों 2-0 चाहिए? ये 4-8 होएगा बराबर। पीआरएक्स से हमने 2-0 हार गई तो 4-8 होएगा। उसके बाद 2-1 अगर जीत गया डीएफएम से तो होएगा 69, और ये लोग का होएगा 2-4। ठीक है, T1 जेंजी से, जेंजी नहीं, T1 और जेटा का मैच है। अगर, हाँ हम लोग को T1 को हराना है ब्रो, हम लोग को T1 को हराना है, क्योंकि अगर ये लोग जीत गया 2-0 तो ये लोग का 6-8, अगर ये लोग का 2-1 हो गया तो 6-9। ओ भाई, अगर T1 जीत गया तो T1 क्वालिफाई है ब्रो। ब्लीड का तो है ही नहीं अपना, अभी कंपटीशन है T1 से बस। यहाँ पे जेटा जीत जाए तो जीजी, वेल प्लेड। मैप्स को मुझे अभी तक नहीं समझ में आया। मैप्स का तभी है जब भी तुम लोग मैचेस देखो। सबसे पहले ये काउंट होएगा मैचेस, सबसे पहले ये काउंट होएगा, उसके बाद ये काउंट होएगा, उसके बाद ये काउंट होएगा, राउंड डिफरेंस। तो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर ये 2-2 है, अभी जैसा यहाँ पे ये 2-2 है और ये भी 2-2 है, तो उसके बाद मैप्स देखेंगे। अगर दोनों मैप्स सेम है 5-6 और 5-6, तो फिर ये देखेंगे राउंड्स। समझ रहे हो? तो अभी करेंटली हमारे जो -14 है, ये अपना और माइनस पे जा सकता है, -32 तक। तो हम टेक्निकली आ सकते हैं एकदम बॉटम ऑफ द लीडर बोर्ड पे पीआरएक्स मैच के बाद, मतलब #5 यहाँ पे। लेकिन जैसे हम डीएफएम को हराएंगे हम वापस आ सकते हैं #3, अगर जेटा ने T1 को हराया तो। सिंपल मैथ्स है। आरसीबी फैंस हेल्प कर दो। समझ रहे हो? हमारे ग्रुप में 5 क्यों है? क्योंकि सामने 6 है ना, ओमेगा टीम जो है। व्हाट इफ जी विंस टुडे? अगर जी विंस टुडे वाला सीन हो गया तो मेरे हिसाब से आधे से ज्यादा इंडियंस रास्ते पे आके नंगा नाच करने वाले मेरे हिसाब से। समझ रहे हो? लोगों की टट्टियां निकालनी बंद होने वाली है। समझ रहे हो? लोग बिना एग्जाम जाए पास होने वाले हैं। ऐसा बहुत कुछ होने वाला है। समझ रहे हो? अगर जी विंस टुडे तो अर्थ इज फ्लैट वाला भी कॉन्वर्सेशन वापस खुल सकता है। वो वाला सीन है। हाँ, वो वाला सीन है अगर जी विंस टुडे। जी भाई, अभी हम लोग इतना हक से बोल रहे कि ब्लीड के लग गए कि पीआरएक्स और डीआरएक्स है दोनों #1, तो हम लोग किस हिसाब से बोल रहे कि जी जीत सकते पीआरएक्स के सामने? क्योंकि अगर हम यहाँ पे क्लिक करें, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे क्लिक करें, और यहाँ पे क्लिक करें, और थोड़ा नीचे स्क्रॉल करें, तो यहाँ पे आएगा करंट रैंक। ठीक है, फिर हमको हल्का सा बैक जाने का है, फिर यहाँ पे क्लिक करने का है, और यहाँ पे आने का है करंट रैंक। समझ रहे हो? और 1 और 60 के बीच में बहुत सारे नंबर्स आते हैं, टू बी प्रिसाइज। समझ रहे हो? तो ये तो गया, ये तो गया भाई, ये तो गया, लेकिन हम ये जीत सकते हैं मजाक से हटकर। भाई ये लोग नंबर 3 जापान है अभी। भाई ये लोग का ग्राफ देख कैसा गया है, स्विंग करके गया है बे ग्राफ, स्विंग। Don't consider rank and it will get higher rank to the teams playing the most often and it challenges teams as well. अरे तो वो लोग playing more matches इसलिए क्योंकि वो लोग अच्छे टीम है ना। क्या सीन है, चालू हुआ क्या? चालू हो गया शायद। जापान की दो टीम है Z और DFM, तो थर्ड कैसे? ये ट्विस्ट कैसे आ गया भाई? हेलो भाई, गोटर को देखो बे, गोटर को देखो वहाँ पे। भाई म्यूजिक तो है।
Massive matchup here, North American showdown, and we're going to find out what the pecking order is for the middle of the pack for the region. This is going to be a matchup that gives us a lot of answers as we get ready for it.
Yo, put some respect on the C9.
Binks
They're
like
running out here
G
3-0 right now.
कप ईयर से जितना नेक्स्ट टीम पर सकता है, बोला बे। लोग घर में नेकेड डांस का व्लॉग्स बनाएंगे।
They win here, it's 4-0. It doesn't lock them playoffs, but it all but does so. This team is looking incredible. But 100 Thieves just got their first win of the season, and as we look at our map select, we're starting on Bind, and this is where 100 Thieves really impressed me last week.
Yeah, honestly, their AXX in particular coming heavy through a short looked phenomenal. I think this team really understands the map in itself, and this is going to be a really tough challenge for C9 out of the gate.
I feel like they set themselves up for success on every single one of their executes. Earlier, you were talking about how structured they were. Their executes are phenomenal. They leave not a single loophole open in order for that to get abused. However, I feel like if there was a team to kind of figure out a little way to slide in there, it's C9.
And also, even if they don't unbind, the next two maps make me nervous, and you got to win two maps to win a series because you've got Ascent. Yeah, you do.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, and we've got Ascent and Icebox as the next two big jet maps. That is the Oxy domination. That's where 100 Thieves are going to be way more pressed to deal with them.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be honest with you.
ये होता ही बोल, बस सिंपल बात है, ऑक्सी मारा तो जीतेगा।
He's good no matter what. From the tape, 100 Thieves have looked so incredibly solid on Bind, and I feel way less confident.
ऑक्सी मारा तो जीतेगा, सिंपल बात है।
The question of this matchup is when 100 Thieves get smacked in the face by the muddiest men in the business, by the wild, chaotic team.
A giant brown handprint on their cheek.
When Oxy is sprinting into their spawn in a post plant, how do they deal with it?
Oh man, all right, well the agent select starting to come through here. Nothing really all that crazy to box standard, but
it's a standard for 100 Thieves, but for basically no one else. They play this fade
Pattern
gecko
change
combo.
कर
We
दिया।
talked about it some, but their set plays, their combos to re-clear
1-2 for G and I'm happy. नहीं बे, कहाँ से 1-2 बे? 2-0 बे। 2-0, बस close जाए, 9-10 round तो मजा आ जाएगा।
All right, well this is it. We're ready to go, folks. Let's send it over to your casters, and one of them I hear is an undercover cop, or is it might be done.
बेस में बैठने का है, अगर जी बेस में बैठ पाएगा ना 1 मिनट बिना मरे, तो जी जीत गया मेरे साथ।
I'm not a narc, I'm not a snitch. I'm not gonna say who the undercover cop is. Snitches get stitches. So
I promise I'm not the
leaving that
feds,
one
bro. I promise I'm not the
And
feds.
you don't even look like an undercover cop right now, so I don't know where these allegations are coming from. I think the allegations that are serious and must be considered are that Cloud9 are the truth, and they have the opportunity, Dre, to go 4-0, a team that people didn't expect very much from to begin with.
Hey, मैंने भरोसा किया था ऑक्सी पे. Hello. Sen is not a Sen qualified, bro.
Honestly, did a massive
देखा मैंने
against
KP.
NRG
भाई
yesterday.
Sen qualified है.
Kind
लिख
of
कर
putting them at the top, and
Sen
the
qualified.
team to take them out was C9. So you gotta give them praise, man. They're not getting it, but I think that's kind of playing into their favor because it just makes them even more hungry to win.
Oh, for sure. There's always a little extra, right? You want to shut up the haters. You want to prove people wrong. Gives you a little more motivation. Cloud9 starting off on the attacking side. And I think for 100 Thieves, there are a lot of expectations too.
ये ब्लाइंड किधर जाता है?
Finally feels like they're starting to come together.
इधर जाता भी है वो ब्लाइंड.
Form, he's fragging.
Yeah.
And that hasn't always been the case. So this feels like
पड़ती है क्या
a
इस शॉट पे वो
team
ब्लाइंड?
that's starting to peak at the right time.
And something really cool for 100 Thieves is they actually got to watch C9 play this map already this week.
Yeah, true.
So maybe we'll see some kind of prep and some kind of counters to how C9 likes to play. But
क्या
man,
आवाज है
he's no
बे?
slouch to how he likes to IGL on attack.
Oh.
I'm sure he's going to put a different look in the mix.
His presence has already been spotted. And that double swing looked like it was going to be trouble from the very beginning. Cryo's going to join in on the fun.
I have the spike.
And numbers in favor of the
Oxy
defense. The spike
baby.
gets scooped up.
एक
This will
मारा.
give Cloud9 a moment to pause, collect their thoughts, and see what they want to do with the rest of the round.
It's so interesting to see how the meta of Valorant changes week by week. You know,
भाई अगर
I feel like
Sen
a
नहीं
couple
जीता
weeks
ना
ago
तो
it
भी वो
was
लोग
just
चैंपियंस
retake,
के लिए तो
post-plant
क्वालिफाइड ही
simulator.
है.
Now you're seeing teams
प्राइज
just be
मनी का
so
उनको कुछ
proactive
लेना
with the
देना
double
नहीं है.
swings
इतनी
and
बंडल बेचे,
everything
इतनी
like that
बंडल
off of
कि
utility
5
and whatnot.
टूर्नामेंट और वो खुद ही ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं.
Oh, and if Foxy walks in,
30
Sentinels को तो
surely
टेंशन
gonna
नहीं
walk
है.
into his demise. The shorty's too good.
Oh no! He had backup help! Bang over the top, cleans him up. 100 Thieves get the pistol. I was going to say, the problem with the shorty is you only get 2 shots. All good.
But he lived through all of that.
It was the boy who lived.
And he almost
क्या
got a
सीन है
knife
भाई?
kill. I think if Bang didn't put in those extra firing shots,
भाई
he would have
असुना
gotten it. Look at this.
मारता
Toxic
तो.
that he steals the kill,
Maniac.
right?
Oh, he was so close. Oh,
Dude, you could tell. He
No,
thought
they-
he was going to get it too.
dude, they're already standing up in their chairs. It's only been 1 round.
That's the Boostio special, man. 3 Bulldogs and 2 rifles.
मालूम चाहिए.
A Phantom and a Vandal.
रेड कैसे नहीं लिया यार?
While Cloud9 have put a Sheriff in the hands of Oxy. You know, this is a little different from what we normally see. Oftentimes they give him the Guardian and it's just pistols, but this time just the Sheriff. Still no damage done.
Oh, that was a clean shot there on the angle that Boostio was holding, and now he's going to reposition. Rooney with the deagle. Always good for one.
At least.
Ender says it the best. That he's right.
And a flash out of showers. Cryo's playing in the smoke. It's just set up. Vanity with a really good trade there, down to 30 HP. And they have upgraded a weapon. It's gone into hands this episode. So this is, well, never mind. I was going to say, it has the potential, but it seems like it's stabilized. Moose in a 1v3 with the classic one to be able to deliver. 100 Thieves get their second.
That's awesome. The IGL
Oxy
and
मारेगा,
the main
Oxy मारेगा,
duelist,
Oxy मारेगा.
400 Thieves are popping off right now, and that's what
भाई
you
लेकिन
want
मेरे लिए
if you're a
सच्ची
100
बोलूं
Thieves fan.
बेस्ट रेज असुना है भाई.
You already seen the energy that Boostio and
Asuna
Cryo
का
are giving
raise
off, and
is like
I feel like I don't know if I've ever seen
treat
Cryo get
to
out of his
ice.
chair, ever.
Yeah, it's
Especially
not
for a
really
pistol
him, is it?
round that
One of the
he
goatest
went
goater
one
of the
and done for.
goatest raise है
So
असुना.
hyped for his teammates.
Spike planted.
And Asuna already looking
One
dialed in.
enemy
Already crispy with it.
जिंक्स था
Into
पोल
the
करके
gun round
मास
to go. We
जिंक्स
see
कर
100
दिया.
Thieves. They carry a couple of those rifles over.
चैट लाइक करो, आज
Still
2
two
के भी
sheriffs, and
एनएच
you're
के लग
already
रहे हैं.
starting to see the financial approach they want to take into this half, right? They can balance things out. You don't really hurt yourself too much. And you're setting yourself
Think
up
by
well
did
for
you
the
think
future.
Asuna is overrated? नहीं. अच्छा player है वो. He's goated.
So far, C9 just trying to show some early B long presence with that Sky Flash, but the up down here,
Asuna hyper comes वाला देखा देखा.
400 Thieves is actually going to buy the rotate of Asuna.
मस्त
Nobody
बंदा है.
walked up with that utility that C9 threw, and they're aware of that. So Asuna will be here with a Vandal and a nade for this actual A hit.
Full util.
Yeah.
EU to play contact.
And he's just, his job is just to delay and control U-Haul, maybe back off after they invest too much utility and too many bodies into him.
Oh, I thought he was just going to try to drop the seeds and run away with Asuna's nade, excuse me, but decides to take the fight. Oxy caught. Oh my gosh.
Spike down A.
This is such an impressive round for 100 Thieves so far.
Wow, Cryo wanted that gun so bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter though. They should be able to clean this up.
It's
a nice, very basic round from 100 Thieves. They started 3 on the B site. Understood that C9 didn't make any presence to push them off of the actual B long line. That was all the info they needed to stack 3 on that site. And Oxy just unaware, kind of all of C9 kind of unaware that somebody could be in showers. A bit of a blunder here.
Love you.
And again, financially, they're set up so well. They won that round by only buying 3 rifles.
Yeah, Crowd got 2 with a Deagle.
Yep.
Sheriff, I should say.
पढ़ाई करने उठा था आपका stream देख लिया.
Same difference.
Bang at 5,500 credits.
Support करे.
47, 4,000. They have so much money to play with.
And the ult economy is starting to flourish too. 400 Thieves.
Oxy.
One off, yeah. Asuna 2 off.
Right there.
ये round तो
opting
गया.
to
इसके
take
बाद
control of any orbs here. Just, I think they understand that C9 are kind of wild cards when it comes to these eco rounds that they have. So they just want to play really safe, play
What do you say
together.
about PRX? Jing आएगा बे वापस.
Not give
उसको
anything
ज़्यादा time
away
नहीं लगता
for
है.
free.
वे इतना
Besides
बड़ा
an orb
break लेके आया
or
है
2.
तो.
Lucio should be hearing a lot of what's going on around him here.
Yeah.
Off of the comms, the rotates come through. Bang has joined the fray along with EU. The question now is for Cloud9. What do you do?
Love you.
You've gotten this far up. You have a split B. You just don't really have the weaponry. But they're going to try to push it anyway. Vanity falls. There's not much else to do here.
मस्त मारा था यार पहला
Oxy
shot.
actually dinked EU there with his own sheriff. Got him
पहला
down to
shot
5 HP.
बाप था.
Enemy remaining.
Not much of a fight in this round put up by Cloud9.
पूरा
And
crowd
again,
100 Thieves की
understandably
तरफ है
so.
शायद.
It was a stinger, if I'm not
मैंने
mistaken,
पता
and then 4 sheriffs. So,
ट्राई की नहीं.
or at least a couple of sheriffs. So for 100 Thieves, again, we've
Round
got to mention
prediction
the
हो जाए भाई,
the
Oxy
guns are in
मारेगा.
great shape.
मेरा
The
only
ults
prediction
are in
है.
great shape. They can run
C9
away with this thing.
जीतेगा, Oxy
Yeah.
मारेगा.
And the name of the game for Bind lately has been these re-clears off of noise cutting from the attacking side. And that's what we saw. That's how you saw Vanity get picked off and be long. The proactivity from these teams on the defensive side, it's just so good. And it gives you all the info in the world. So even after that kill came through, Asuna and Lucio, I believe, were just double pushing down B long to secure even more info that everybody was towards that short A area.
4 rounds in a row. Asuna with ult, Cryo as well.
More proactivity here with a smoke this time, so this should be obvious. And there it is, the spam.
Gayo, one down.
No showstopper this time.
Shot अच्छा था लेकिन.
He will not be taken for a fool with that smoke. Boostio already trying to even out the numbers.
मतलब बस भाई आसपास और 10.
Problem is there is Cypher trips up because this is a full gun round. So that is the benefit of C9 running the Cypher compared to another initiator or something else. Rooney can actually lean over and be with the team at times. Doesn't always have to lurk and watch the flank.
See the utility start to soar.
What a tether!
No way!
That was sick!
And the spam
भाई
through. They
combo
invest the
बाप
ult.
था ना.
Through
कोई
all of it,
फंसा
though.
नहीं होता ना,
The
लेकिन
defense is on
combo
here
बाप
weak,
था.
and they're continuing to trouble. Cryo's the only one here. Boostio still playing on the other side of the map. Cryo with so much to do, and no targets found. Oxy with 3 on the round. Cloud9 flirting with getting their first.
Sitting one by PC के
Oxy
सामने
just doing
रहता,
Oxy
बढ़ता
things.
है,
He
second monitor
understood the
मस्त
timing there
चलता रहता
that the
है,
Viper
तुम्हारा
wouldn't
मस्त
have
मजा आता है. Love you.
his gun pulled out in time. He should be going down here because of this mosh pit.
Ooh. Boostio got his. He got his 1.
Yeah. I mean, clean round for C9. Putting themselves on the board so far.
1000%.
I really liked what 100 Thieves did here, though.
Oh, wow.
On this long area, this could have gone really south for them. Had this tether hit more players.
अगर ये 2 जन को भी hit करता था ना.
And for Bang, he just
Combo sexy
got
था.
caught lacking, wasn't aware of the timing that Oxy was going to take.
Combo
but
sexy था bro. Combo sexy.
he's a player that takes those timings and it wins them so many rounds. So let's see if 100 Thieves try to punish him for taking timings like that from now on out. And
oh, there's a gap.
Oh, that was the opportunity. They did that
thing is, Boosie's often good for those too.
Yeah, it's still so early in the series. You probably just need to get a little bit more warmed up with the op.
Yeah.
Scout destroyed.
I mean, that gun is a beast of its own.
For as much as we've talked about 100 Thieves and their ult economy and how it's starting to snowball, Cloud9 are in a similar position. They have Oxys and Bandities, Zeppa's too.
Yeah, and winning last round, getting the enemy Brim ult out, that's a W.
I've got your trail.
4 players will be here on this A site, and expect Asuna to pop this rocket.
Yeah, when does he do it? Cryo falls. Asuna goes up top, spots one, landed it on Rui, and got info that there was one closer. It's going to be traded out by Oxys. Little raise on raise, this time Lucio finding value with the op, but Oxy pushing forward. Cloud9 with an advantage and a considerable one too, because the spike has been planted with it.
भाई इतना यंग एज में कितना प्यारा खेलता है यार, कितना प्यारा खेलता है.
Yeah, Oxy has no hesitation right now when he's going for these aggro plays and pushes, catching Lucio off guard there in the reload animation of the op.
Love you, Archibald.
Which is really when Oxy's been at his best, right? When he's not really thinking about it, when he's just pushing forward. Hang on, 100 Thieves may have a shot at this thing. 2v2, Vanity holds the line, or at least attempts to. It drops to 1.
Moose has a cam.
Far away, it's planted for him too. He just spotted the tail. EU falls, Cloud9 get their second.
Wow. A good answer back from
Bas,
C9.
ये round
Shipping 2 rounds together.
ये round जीतने का C9.
And I have a feeling we're in for a hell of a match right now. I think it's going to be another one of those teams that win a series of rounds and then the other one comes back and whatnot. And you know, Busio wishes he got that kill because Oxy, who ended up taking 2 players out, would have gone down early on.
Yeah, for sure.
No rocket in that round. Economy still good though. Full buy.
RGG था तो 2 लाख का
Yeah, Thieves, and that's what you were talking about earlier. How they set themselves up in the round by winning that bonus.
They're starting to reach the bottom of that well though.
भाई simple strat है, G को 1 minute base में रहना है बस.
Feels like they've got to win this one.
शांति से base में meditation
करना
है.
If they want to keep this thing rolling.
PRX push करेगा उनको मार देना.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, when Bang is on, he's insane.
That was so fast. No util used there from C9 either, and that's ultimately what their demise was. No Roomba, no flash.
Yeah.
Can't be walking into Bang's crosshair like that. And now this just seems so hard. If you're C9, Moose actually has to go huge here and win this 1v1 in U-Haul against Cryo. And his timing might be just perfect.
There's the first.
They have a chance now.
But I mean,
he was just exposed in the open.
Does he take this fight too? Oh, he's so far up. He's getting so much info.
He's crazy for re-peeking that second time. But I respect the confidence.
The guy's fearless. He continues to play with fire. Somehow goes without being punished and gets a kill on Moose. Finally traded out. Rooney with 15 HP. As Zappa's dancing around, feeling some of the pressure of the room, but feeling the pressure of 100 Thieves pushing forward.
No flashes.
Do they have any util? Zappa has a dog.
Oh,
and he's got a gun!
Oh, bullet खत्म हो गया.
He would have had that guaranteed.
Yup.
Oh,
no ammo. That's how you lose the round. I mean, they did such a good job bringing that back. Oh man, that looked effortless from Bang.
Gentleman तो बात तो.
So close. The desk was talking about Moose. About how he's been so good on this roster since joining. And it's because of things like that. His team was down in a 3v5 and he knows that he needs to make a play. Has that lurk in short. Takes the 1v1, wins it cleanly.
ऐसा क्या पूछा यार पीयूष?
That's what gave them all the space to almost bring back that round.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not for Zeppa's clip being empty, they probably do.
Yeah. And Amy right now is probably telling his team of C9, the contact walk-in plays aren't working that much. Maybe we should change something up, use a little bit more utility to set up Oxy and enable him a bit more. And this is a problem that NRG was having yesterday. They kept trying to do the contact style that they
लेकिन तो
had,
timeout
but it
तो
just
नहीं
kept
खाया
getting
Piyush.
punished by the proactivity of
इसका-
Leviathan, and it's so similar to
मैं
what we're
बोलता-
seeing here from 100 Thieves.
कि मेरे को यहाँ पे दिखता है सब कुछ टाइम आउट नहीं स्लो मोड चल रहा है हाँ
For
स्लो
the
मोड चल
defensive
रहा है
side, a couple of volts to work
15
with.
सेकंड में एक ही बार
No
लिख
light buy for
सकता है
Cloud9.
रिलीज
I
दिन
wonder
क्या
here
गेम
what
बोला
the
था
adaptation is, 'cause
हाँ
you're right,
से
the contact
यूज
stuff
करे
hasn't
आई शॉट
always
लेजर का बात
delivered.
कर रहा है वो
Yeah, not so far. And EU is just playing this CT spawn to rotate in with all, expecting a death ball.
As soon as there was any sort of utility, there was the dog
बस
from Zeppa. You're right, EU rotates.
Oh my gosh.
नहीं ऐसे सब लिखेगा तो कैसा टाइम आउट नहीं मिलेगा रे
Do they stay?
दिमाग है कि नहीं
I mean, Cryo might just get a 5-man spray down here off a contact.
Are they trying to draw it out? Are they actually intent on hitting this? Oh, I think they might be.
मैं तो शॉक तो तेरे को हाइड क्यों नहीं
Starting to
मिला
creep forward. The Prowler first used.
ऐसा
Looked
सब
like
तो
it got
मिल
caught.
उल्टा मेरे मॉड्स अच्छे
Oxy's doing
मौका
Oxy
दिया
things
तेरे को।
again.
He's so far up.
Nobody moving from the B side for 100 Thieves, but Cryo peeks out.
मजाक का मजा ऐसा नहीं चलता ना कुछ भी बोलेगा मजाक
Cryo with 3
remaining.
Moose, who's playing on the
इतना
other
भी
side of the
freedom
map,
of
waiting for the
speech नहीं
flank
यार
to come
मेरे chat
through.
पर
Never arrived. So now he has to try to win at 1vx again without even
ऑक्सी
really
को
having
मैंने ही
spike in
सिखाया है
It's hard to say for Oxy what he was dialing on. Maybe he was worried about
बेचारा
somebody
एक
being in
बंदा
that shower
दिखाने
area again because he got
एक
punished
बंदा
in
दिखाने
that
मुझको
previous
फटके
round
का है
that we
वो
saw
अलग
when he was entering onto the site. So
अच्छा,
I think he
माफी,
wasn't trained on that U-Haul peak from Cryo because he was worried about somebody being in there.
Oh, it's so tough.
It was a big
too.
gap.
Yeah, it's so tough too. Like Boosty could have flashed out of it. EU could have dogged out of
Dude,
it and then
like-
fought. Like those brim smokes are great for providing some cover, but there's nothing really to impede them from swinging.
I just don't understand why
क्या
nobody
चल
was
रहा है
holding
लाइफ में
Oxy's U-Haul there. Because he made it all the way out towards shower. There's nowhere else for you to really look. But they were just
भाई
sitting in the
लेकिन
back of short, just holding
मेरे
the
को अभी
smokes for
भी
some
नहीं
reason. Maybe holding for
मतलब मेरे को
flashes
अभी
like
भी
you
ऐसा
said.
फील होता है कि ऑक्सी कैसे एमवीपी होता है यार हर बार मतलब उसको
Early hit
एक्टिवेट
used from
करके
Bang
देते लेकिन
on a short.
बाकी
Meanwhile, the
लोग
rest
को
of
भी तो
Cloud9
ट्रेड किल्स ये
heavy
सब
lean
तो
B.
होना चाहिए ना
And they've been quiet about it too.
मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ऐसा लगता है
Really
कि
no
ऑक्सी
indication of
मार
where they're
रहा है
headed.
ऐसा नहीं होना
Boostio Spidey senses are tingling here.
Yeah. That's a pixel.
He's hit it.
सॉरी बोलते बात करता
Doesn't do it this time. I
Koise?
believe he only saw one cross too.
सलमान
Oh,
खान
they're
आए
gonna run
मेरे
down
चैट
here.
पे
They
ये
have the
फार्मर्स
dog.
को भी
Oxy go kill, Doug.
बॉट थैंक यू फॉर द
They don't have
मेंबरशिप
hookah though. Oh my gosh, Kraus just jumping out! Right into his death! Oxy go kill was right!
भाई गोल्डेड बंदा है ना
Contain too. Bang's in a world of hurt. Now they're gonna have to deal with Cloud9's pit.
He might. Silent drop here. Oh, it's not enough. Vanity with the running gun.
With a Spectre 2 upgrades to a Phantom, and the round is done.
क्या मारा ना बे
I feel like Oxy go kill works 70% of the time.
Oh, more than that.
So reliable. Oh, such a sick transfer too. To have the
वैसे नहीं
mechanical
यार
skill
प्लीज
to
भाई चिल है
do something like that.
Yeah.
Especially with an RNG gun like the Vandal. Sometimes those bullets just be going anywhere.
फार्मर्स ईद वाले ले गए ईडी वाले ले गए शर्म करो सलमान
Another
भाई
round through for Cloud9. They're staying in this fight. A big round win. too.
सलमान भाई नेक्स्ट
Money
मूवी
wasn't
कौन सी
great.
आ रही है आपके वजह से
Yeah, and, nothing too crazy. I mean, just taking B long control. This time, instead of cutting noise, just hitting. That's the cool thing about how Vanity calls is that you don't know if they're depositing somebody or they're rotating back to their
But
side.
you
or
have
if
to
it's
buy
actually a full
membership. It
commit.
doesn't show options
He does
here.
a
You
really
can
good job
see
of
next to
masking
the subscribe.
the different types
Like
of
there
plays
is
that they
join
like
का
to do on
option
attack.
रहेगा. There you can join the
Vanity's just been
membership.
so
If you're
good
iOS,
these
then you have
last
to
couple
click on
weeks.
the link.
Yeah, his attack calling has
जो
been
mods दे सकते शायद.
it's been awesome.
I mean, it's been
क्या
exceptional.
iOS का थोड़ा look है.
And you see there some of the depth behind it.
पड़ी. ओ नहीं पड़ी boomboard.
But with all that said, he's still facing 3-round deficit. So there's still work to be done. 1 point away from having his ult online.
भाई imagine कोई वहाँ पे ओडिंग लेके बैठा रहता तो.
Here's that proactivity.
Remember, there was a smoke last time to suggest that the push was up. This time
Must
it's
be clear,
Try
huh?
and Rooney's the war
5
to
months
find
हो
out
गए
what's
जाने
going
many more
on.
to go.
Yeah,
याद में
that's why you see
कैसा है
Oxy
यार.
taking all this free real estate in shower, but the reclear is coming
Yeah,
back to
that's
shower
pretty
now.
कमजोर है, but left.
They just have such a good idea of what's going on. Austin just satcheled in and out of Showers. Took the angle, tried finding the fight, and it wasn't there.
अच्छा थोड़ा करके
He gives
push
the
तो कर
space
रहे
back.
हैं उनको.
Oxy has his ult. Or excuse me, Cryo has his ult. They're like waiting it out. They're trying to bait it out. But instead, he gets the kill on the Zeppa.
Uh-oh.
Suna's gotta move! Asuna, you've got nowhere to go! Wait, what? Oh, he still gets a kill! Almost lands the second.
That's Gecko for you.
The spike's still not planted. It's been so labored. They had no idea where EU was. He cleans up the round as 100 Thieves gets 7.
Oh my gosh. I mean, both teams are doing such a good job in these rounds. I thought it was great for C9 not to get picked off by any of the re-aggression from 100 Thieves, but also 100 Thieves being proactive and short, going back and re-clearing showers, making the enemy team use more and more util so that when it comes to the actual site hit, they have the advantage.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
The fact that they fell back into backside unscathed was the win condition in that round.
And it really felt like Cloud9 were trying to draw out Cryo's ult that whole time.
Yeah.
He tapped, what, 3, maybe even 4 times?
Dude, Cryo's been playing this U-Haul area, this A site in general, very, very well.
Yeah.
For a duelist main, man, not too shabby.
The dog paves the way. Oxy with the ult finds Bang.
Jeez.
And off of this, they reset. EU with a little jump spot. Gets tagged by the cam. And Boosty had the op in the last round, has it this time too.
Proactivity in A short right now from Cryo. This might be the indicator for Boosty to start leaning over towards that B site. And for C9, any site you hit at right now, you know that there's probably going to be only 2 there. Oh, what a trade.
Yeah, there goes one of them. Boosty's now rotating over. They still haven't made it out, and he's got the op.
He's so scared.
He's just smoked off now, though. There's really no information of what's happening on site. They're being starved.
No one's hookah through.
Oh, he's gotten through. He finds one. And the Dizzy up top, 7 is left. And he's gonna be punished. The spam not connecting. Oh, he's not gonna do it either. Cryo's left in a 1v2 position now, given away. He's guessing, trying to find where the challenge will come from. Anyone who dares swing a moose falls. Zeppa left alone. And he's gonna clutch it out for Cloud9. The 3K is Cloud9 get 4.
Wow. That got
Was
scary
that
for
thinking
Cloud9 for a second.
That got terrifying.
Boosty was actually so scared to walk through that smoke because there could have been a guy in hookah holding him, right? But he understands he has to take that gamble if they want any chance of winning the round. And it got really close.
Nice shot away uska.
Good from Zeppa there to close this round out, because Cryo, who's been on a heater, I felt like one more bullet would have been right on target.
Yeah.
Mast round nikala Zeppa ne.
Last round of the half. Cloud9 looking to get their 5th light armor on a couple of members. And the ults again, favoring 100 Thieves. Oxy's one away from his. Cryo has his online. Bang feeling the pressure, gives the space up.
Round चाहिए भाई.
And they freeze.
Yeah. Oxy not going too crazy this time.
Round जीत रहे तब तक problem नहीं.
Probably wise of him. That stinger could be so deadly with these close range battles. Yeah, almost feels like you just get shredded in a second if you don't get the headshot.
E अभी problem हो सकता है.
He hasn't gone crazy yet.
क्योंकि 3 के 3
sides is here now though with Boosty.
And here comes the rocket. There was the C's. Asuna buys his time. He's patient. Just a couple of moments now before the rocket's fired. Oxy falls. Surprised they're not investing more. Well, I guess that's why. Boosty gets 4. Asuna gets the last.
What a great half from 100 Thieves.
Switching sides.
Dude, 100 Thieves have been improving so much. And it's showing.
Aditya, link se aaya kya tu?
Together. 3 players.
This is the link, right? Hey, aise hath kaap rahe unke.
Oh, he's like they're nervous. He's trying to say they could have killed him. I've seen that before.
Let's throw it down to the desk, see what they think of that first half.
Why, baby? Which
100
team you're
Thieves looking
supporting?
good here at the start, but there were definitely a
Was it
lot of really
Oxy?
cool ideas from both sides. Both teams trying their hardest to try and get the one-up over one another, but 100 Thieves with that round advantage looking solid.
Yeah, again, with this double initiator comp, I think we saw some incredible ideas for mid-round re-clears and proactivity out of 100 Thieves. This round in particular was one of them, right? Where they're setting up this set play back towards long. The Molly goes deep, then you have a Prowler combined with the Dizzy. Even though you don't have that normal KO Gecko flash combo, you still have a lot of tools to put together to have these really oppressive kind of spurts of mid-round aggression. And I think they threw that into these rounds really well, on top of some incredible stall, Christy.
Yeah, I mean, the A site was unbreachable for C9. They won a single
C9,
round where they
defense
exec into that side of the map, and I think a large part of that was especially Asana's play around that A site, peeking through smokes, not allowing C9 to ever plant the spike.
And when they were setting that as a strong side, Bang did a great job over towards Hookah in particular as an anchor. I think of that round where two players are contacting into him. He shuts them both down. The 100 Thieves players are hitting right now. I mean, you can just see the confidence on the stage. Busio's standing up. He's making a show of it.
So what does C9 do to get themselves back into this one here as we get ready for the next half?
Again, I think it has to be about setting up Oxy and attacking 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves love to go for their set execs. You need to get in front of that and attack them while they're in motion. Otherwise, their setups are really hard to break.
Yeah, those flood retakes have to be the key. And in particular, it has to be built around that star player. A few of the rounds Cloud9 were winning were from Oxy. He's not having a bad game by any means, but we need more from him in the second half.
Well, let's see how everything plays out as we get ready for that next half. We'll send it right back over to your casters.
मेरे को लगता नहीं है PRX स्टेज पे भी आएगा.
Does that sign say I pay for Oxy Spotify? Do you actually pay for Oxy Spotify? That's amazing. An 8-4 half in favor of 100 Thieves. We'll see what they can do on the attack side.
Yeah, and this 100 Thieves comp on attack, it's so annoying to hold sights against. So I think C9 is going to have to be really, really proactive against it, because that Fade util, that Gecko Molly, the Viper Mollies, the Raze Nade, everything that comes out on these executes for the comp, it's like you can't even play in the site at all. Well, it clears out everything.
You would expect them to be playing back a little bit, because that Cypher's util set up B, and look at how aggressive they've gone A. They've already cleared showers. They sent 2 up that way.
What's the reaction from 100 Thieves? I like that they're not straight up speeding into the B site.
And I also like that Rooney, expecting it, instantly started to rotate B. Started to see some of the chess game play out. Rooney's already fallen though.
And that was all on purpose. They took that control and held CT for the rotate, because most teams, when they get checked in shower, they just go fast B.
They flip the map. Now we're going to see how they deal with all of these trips, all this utility that's so suffocating to try to get through. They've gotten some space. And it looks like they're good. Well, they might get the spike down. They do. Busio down to 28 HP. Vanity has 1 smoke left. Just got used. Still has his Molly. Bang trying to hold the line. It looks like he's going to get double face. Feels the pressure. Sees the opposition and takes a step back. All while the spike ticks away. Banks snapping on the boost. 1 falls, looking for the second. A little bit of damage done. Banks enough to do it on his own, and he cannot.
Let's go, yaar, Vanity.
The 1v1 goes the way of Vanity as Cloud9 get their 5th.
Come back.
Wow. Really sick retake from C9 there. And EU kind of just got stuck in that hookah area because they have no sentinel. He was so worried about the flank coming in. That's why he stayed here for so long.
वो तो फैनेटिक में वाह रिकिन चैट लाइक करो 2k लाइक से बहुत दूर है जो लोग अभी भी है लाइक करो
Yeah, he has to jump out of a smoke drive because his teammates are just getting flooded on the site, right?
Subscribe कर लो friend.
The mind games already from C9, and that's why they're going to be pushing these extremities and going for plays like that, because they understand that if no one checks them on that, they have all that free space and they can make a better read on the round.
Now keep an eye on, I want to really keep an eye on what Boost is doing with his utility round after round. Remember in the previous round, he had those crazy trips B. This round has rotated over to A. He's got the cam and the 2 trips set up too.
And a judge.
And a judge, you're right.
This is not something you see very often out of teams buying all deagles. 3 deagles in the round. They're probably going to have light armor unless they can get the bomb down.
Yeah.
I
do think that's how this. Yeah, man, I really feel like that's how this half is going to be decided. If 100 Thieves can figure out how to get past the Cypher util, they've got a shot at it. But if Moose continues to run circles around,
he chooses to swing that and just pre-fire with the classic.
This could get ugly. A flawless round for Cloud9.
Guys,
and you know what? Daznert is somewhere out there
Is
watching
it-
this, very proud of what Moose just did.
Is it
Double
like-
trip, judge setup.
अभी के लिए इतना जॉब
that just
लगेगी
proves it,
बाद
huh?
में
Dazzler is,
उतना
VCT
टन
ready.
सीन
Yeah, must be.
टन स्नैपर्स जल्दी लगेगी जॉब
Thing is, they have some util to try to find these two and then kind of play the map out.
And it is मार रहे हिटर्स बज रहे
Lucio's got to get a good read on what Moose is doing, where his setups have been.
They change it up again?
Yeah. And that's what makes it so difficult. Right? If the objective is to find where Moose and his setups are and then kind
ये
of play
है
around it,
C9 को
it becomes
सपोर्ट नहीं
borderline
करने के
impossible.
लिए 1
And the
मिनट
crazy thing is he has his cam on A. So it's masking it even further.
दोनों अगर तेरे को लगता है कि
If 100
100
Thieves
जीतने
decide to
वाले हैं
pop
कुछ
their Viper
बोल
wall up, and he just shows that he shoots
देखा
his
बोल भी
camera
नहीं पा
through
रहा
the Viper
बेचारा
wall.
उसके हिसाब से भी लगता है
And 100
C9
Thieves see
जीतने
that,
वाली
they're going to think that he's playing that A side again.
Right.
And that might funnel them into this hookah control. So the mind games
दोनों
being
अगर
played
तू
like crazy
बड़ा भाई
right now.
तो कुछ नहीं बोल देखा कुछ नहीं बोला पुन्नू
Playing it
अगर
close
तेरा
with the
नुन्नू
judge in
छोटा है
hand again.
Yeah.
तो भी कुछ मत बोल
And lo and behold, they may
गया
rotate
बे,
that
गया।
way.
हाँ गया
Flash in the hands of Zeppa. Really nothing to contact it.
It's a pop flash off of somebody top site.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's off for Rooney, isn't it? And he lands a
Blind
shot
deal?
on the boosty.
He's too good at holding angles.
And they're about to find out the tricks are here. He gets caught.
But he's alive.
That's because there was no way for him for Moose to swing out from hookah, but he holds the space. They have to understand that he's here. They're guessing where could he possibly be. See some of the spam come through. A big round could go the way of
भाई
Cloud9 taking
अगर
a hold,
गन्स
but Moose
रहता था
falls.
ना अगर गन्स रहता था
The spike has been planted. 100 Thieves with
दो
full
बंदे मर
control
सकते
here.
थे
Surely Oxy doesn't clear this angle.
That's just so miserable.
फिर भी मारा बे फिर भी मारा उसने
Asuna up close. Rooney waiting on the other side. He's been steady. He gets a second, but ultimately falls.
Last player
Zeppa's
standing.
not going to be able to do it, and now Vanity left alone. A Spectre in hand. Cryo and EU both weak. Some damage has been dealt, but so much left to do. Just not enough
nice
time
round
to
nice
pull it
round
off.
nice round
Wow. I actually really liked how
Nice
Moose
round.
played that hookah, but Bang just checking it. Doesn't care that he could be in there with a
बैकग्राउंड में
judge.
चिल्ला रहे जोर से 100
And you were
Thieves को
right the
बहुत
entire
support
time. They were so aware of Moose being just in there.
भाई 500 FPS आ रहा है उनको हेलो
Just a really good post plant from 100 Thieves after they got the advantage on a site.
Yeah, 1000%.
Having each other's backs,
And
peeking in
remember,
and out.
that was off of Rooney getting the opener.
Yeah.
That was a 4v5. So into the next we go.
लिंक
You
एक
mentioned
बार
a smattering of light armor across both
कॉपी
teams.
पेस्ट करो ट्राई करता हूं दूसरे मोबाइल से वो रहा ना
And a
पिन
slow round
कमेंट
for
पे
100 Thieves. So convinced
Vote
that there's going to
बंद
be
करो,
pressure
तुमको
showers.
pin
Look at
comment
where
दिखेगा।
EU is on the minimap.
Yeah, and it's a little headshot angle, a little head glitch. But the double trips on short. It's the counter Asuna from entering in. But he's not even near that side of the map.
Not yet.
I just want to know
That's
it's
the thing with where the
used by
spike
you
is
or
now.
handled by somebody else
100
my
Thieves are doing a really good
businessmen
job
are
of leaving
handled by somebody else
all options available.
Yeah. And when you play this slow on the attacking side, it really puts doubt in the defenders.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll make a mistake trying to expose themselves for info.
They did just get a little bit though. Zeppa's dog just jiggled down B long. So they know there's some presence.
Yeah, Zeppa just spotted the raise too. I wonder if that causes
mouse guy
100
guess
Thieves to go towards the A site, but I think Boostio's mouse just died.
Nope. This is important stuff. Observers go back.
30 seconds left.
I saw a referee just trying to help him out right now. So something's wrong with Boostio's setup for sure. That's why he's not moving. 100 Thieves are gonna have to exec without him here. And this is tough. Maybe you just go for a save?
I feel controversy afoot.
Yeah, this is tough.
Find you.
Well, he's on the move now.
10
Kind of.
seconds left.
He can't move his mouse.
Yeah, he's just looking forward.
But C9 don't know that.
Something's not quite right.
C9 don't know that though, so they might think he's lurking, and that's why you see Zeppa still by the B site.
oh
just holding
sexy
W.
seas
Yeah, he's just trying to be a body bag for them to trade off of. His mouse died.
He can't even switch his gun.
It's an IGL masterclass right now.
Go, swing with me.
We need to leave it on POV. Unfortunately, he dies. They might win the round anyway.
Last player standing.
Oh, EU turns around. Perfect timing. It's the craziest round. They won 4v5.
Oh no, he's popping off.
He's like, you guys are.
Yeah, you can't say what he said. I was reading his lip. You'd get fined.
I've never seen that. He's like, bro, I got another one backstage. Yo.
What if we just watched?
What a W, IGL, just giving his body to the cause.
Enemy remaining. Makes 3.
Dude, I don't think we're ever going to see a scenario like this again
भाई
in the match.
क्या था
Watching
ये?
define the meta before our very eyes.
Oh my God. The reactions from the players, even now, they
You
can't
are all
believe it.
so bad, bola.
They're laughing so hard.
And for those of you who can read lips, there was a lot of positive words of encouragement going across the stage there from Boosty.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, that was one of the rounds. That was one of the wildest rounds of all time.
I love how we're just watching him just with his knife out. It's not stopping at all.
Yep. Right.
It's okay. We got the officials to check him PC. I wonder what happened though. I wonder if it was. I mean, it was clearly a mouse. A mouse. Yeah, a mouse diff.
Clearly.
It just dies on him.
बैटरी खत्म हो गया बाउस का.
Still for C9. I mean, there's no way for them to know that, right? So they're still playing the round like it's like it's a 5v5, and then Zeppa was so late because Boostio didn't show anywhere on the map the entire round. It actually worked out into Hunter Thief's favor there.
Reddit is gonna have a field day with this.
Yeah. They gotta wait to let it charge.
क्या
Or at least just play with it
गया
plugged
है.
in or something. They're figuring it out. I mean, even the C9 players are like, wait, what? What's going on? This guy didn't even have a mouse that round? That's why he just jumped at us like an idiot? He was kind of shaking his head right now. I wonder what they're saying to him.
Yeah, hopefully we get some info here
Ab
real
bhi
soon on
unko
what's going
bol
on.
rahe
I think
bhai.
we've deduced that the mouse died.
Yeah.
But are we gonna replace the mouse? Is he playing with it plugged in?
Oh boy.
It's probably gonna have to pull a Demon 1 and play with it plugged in.
Honestly,
But I mean, if he can win rounds without a mouse,
भाई
I
लेकिन
mean,
क्या
I don't think
vibe
he's
बन रहा
worried
है ना
about
Boostio?
yeah, plugged in.
it
and not
being plugged in or not.
Fine,
Yeah. I mean, geez. Bit of a slow start for C9.
भाई उसने पूरा कीबोर्ड ही ऐसा रखा है. Vertical.
It's still a very competitive game. I mean, 10-6 it's nothing to be too worried about, but I mean, this next round the money's not looking too good
पूरा
for
कीबोर्ड ही vertical रखा है उसने.
C9. It could snowball out of control. I feel like lately we've been seeing these teams that they just get on a streak and they just take the games away.
Yeah, they just go hot. This was the play of the round, by the way.
Oh man. Oh no.
Again, what he said there was, you're all lovely players on the other side of the stage.
They said you guys are all very, very good. You played a great round.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
the other team.
That's what it was.
Yep. Definitely.
Jokes aside, though, I was actually thinking about this earlier today.
Oh, it's a Cloud9 timeout right after that. Little pause.
Yeah. I was thinking about this earlier today, actually. Getting used to playing with a wireless mouse and then switching to a wired one, it's really annoying.
It sucks.
Ever
since I switched to wireless, I can't go back to wired. It does not feel good.
I was messing around with a wired mouse earlier today, and it was just miserable. Having to worry about where the cord is and it getting in the way. But again, as you so eloquently put, if he can win a round without a mouse, surely a wired mouse shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, what do you think Zix is saying in this
Crazy ना
situation?
लेकिन यार. What's wrong था?
Keep doing what you guys are doing is probably what he's saying.
They
They haven't really had to do that much in terms of like intricacy in the rounds. They're just playing a style where on the anti-ecos, they just play back and wait.
If you look here, every single player
Games
on the
में
side
Vice के
of
अलग
Hunter
अलग
Thieves
use
is
करते
one away
रहेंगे.
from having their ult online.
And that's why you see this deep trip into showers from Moose. Try to get that early
Voice chat
info
के लिए जो noise cancellation वाला
if they
headphone है ना
decide to
उसका
grab that
mic
orb.
use होता है.
But the guns are just
और
not
game
there
sound
for
के लिए
C9
जो
to
in-ear
really
डाला
punish
ना
much of
वो
anything. If they can manage to scrap a couple kills, that could be an opening for Oxy to pop his ult. And maybe secure the round win, and that would be
मैं
huge.
imagine अगर
If
C9
they
यहाँ से
can
13
steal this
जीत
round
गया
away,
तो
that would
C9
be
वाले
great.
बोल सकते हैं ना भाई तो बिना mouse की खेल.
But the dizzy goes over the top.
It's so hard to hold in sight. Remember what I said earlier? These mollies are going to come out with the fade util. Is there anything to clear Zeppa here close?
You think it'd be used dogs. Yeah, and the
they're
first
gonna
has
be-
been used. You see all of that utility.
Look at that tether.
Vanity
Mollies
caught,
everywhere.
but he's gonna survive.
They have nobody on the other side of the map, though. So they can't really go back and take the TP without it being a risk.
And Nightfall's only tagging one. They have to understand that Hookah's weakness, that they don't have that space.
30 seconds
So we're
left.
gonna have to see them fight this fight on two fronts. I imagine they're gonna try to take elbow here to equalize things a little bit and alleviate the pressure that's coming from spawn.
Yeah. But Busio's going to be stuck in a bad place.
He needs help. He falls. There was Oxy's ult instantly traded. Under making a run at this. They have numbers advantage, but they don't have run advantage, and that might be the difference maker.
इतना जल्दी Brimble
Where's
क्यों मारा
Bango?
उसने?
Zeppa's hunting. Doesn't get the kill. Both ults used. He's gotta know. There it is. Rooney and his sheriff cannot pull things out. 100 Thieves get to 11.
And you set that up perfectly. Once that fade ult came through and they realized it only tagged one person, and it tagged them that late, they understood that there was nobody actually on the site, and that they're probably stuck in Hookah, and that causes Cryo to smoke off Hookah, and they just play their gun advantage. They knew that C9 didn't have any rifles going into this round. It still almost got dicey. That's a really nice trade from Vanity.
Oh, gorgeous trade from Vanity.
Did I get inside?
Yeah, even taking the elbow control, they understand they have to take that space. Otherwise, they're just going to get pinched on sight, kind of how Boosie just got stuck out there. And more proactivity. This time from C9. Oxy should be good for this kill.
Almost gets a second. But Vanity's able to help.
Great trades. EU took showers on his own. With no delay.
Cryo still has one smoke here.
Poison's off.
Between that and Bang's util, they should have some room to work.
Toxin screen down.
Guess who's waiting on the other side? Not a judge this time. It's a Phantom.
Oh, his timing is terrible.
Oh.
But Zeppa fills in on the space. Cryo, does he dare swing?
God,
He does,
Ray.
and he wins.
That's a big kill.
With
You को
56
मारना
seconds
पड़ेगा.
left, they have some
You का
time. They
position
actually
unknown
have
है.
an outrageous abundance of time. The thing is,
Low energy bro, love you.
Cryo's already in U-Haul. Do they feel like they're committed to this? They don't really have a choice. Rooney finds a space, finds the timing, almost snaps.
Here's
Onto
two.
Cryo too, but somehow Cryo gets away.
यहाँ पे झूलेगा.
Cam is still here though, and trips.
झूलो.
That's such a miserable feeling.
Oh, he's about to get tagged as well.
Cam cow.
It's just going to be straight up aim duels from this point on. And they know where he is.
The Cam wins the first duel.
Oh, he's going to run into the trip.
No way! Holy smokes, Cryo!
कैसे?
Match point.
Unbelievable! The Red Bull clutch to get 100 Thieves to map point.
If you're C9 there, I mean, it's tough. There's not much you can really do.
No.
You did almost everything right. You wanted to peek together, but the angle just was perfect for Cryo in the moment. I mean, Rooney got wallbang headshot. It didn't even see him on a screen when he peeked. I guarantee it.
That's tragic.
What can you do about that? There's nothing you can do about that.
No. And before you even have really any sort of moment to think about it, we're right into the next. 100 Thieves are already investing a ton of util.
Dude, that is such a cool.
Oh, he's really far up. Hello.
B-long default. As I said, Moose does the funny again on short. And that trip did not get broken.
No.
He might do it again.
Oh, he's gonna get so much info off of this. 1, 2 spotted.
तीन बंदे.
In 4K. Look at this.
Somebody peek the guy top Chuck, please.
Dude, this is one of the silliest games I think I've ever seen.
भाई उसका
now he
कैम
drops.
अभी भी है.
And then Vanity dies like that.
Boosty with 14 HP commits to getting the spike down. Cloud9 with numbers and health to try to fight this thing, but the judge from a distance will not do that. Oxy tries to find high ground, gives it right back.
भाई क्या
And
सीन है
Zeppa's
यार.
on the flank.
GG
He's
है.
gonna find the timing too.
A 2v3 quickly turns into a 2v2, and remember, Boosty's so weak. What? But it's just not enough. Can Zeppa do it on his own? Finds the first. Asuna patiently waiting as the spike ticks away. Time of 8 in Cloud9. Zeppa has to take the fight, finds
Oh
it.
भाई 5
And he's
HP.
gonna get the defuse.
5 HP.
Very well played.
Boosty getting a little too ahead of himself there, feeling it a little bit too much. Had they just played the bomb, made Zeppa come a little bit closer, maybe double swing off the tap, you secure the win there. Why give free 1v1s and give a team like C9 the chance to come back? We've seen how crazy C9 can be when they get the momentum that they need.
5 HP
But I
यार.
really like how 100 Thieves have cooked up on
13-8
this comp,
पक्का.
especially on
भाई
that
कैम
round.
MVP था.
They had a Gecko Molly that cleared out all of Octagon while EU is
मेरे
pressuring
जुड़े
B1.
भाई house use.
And then they're taking hookah control as well with the Gecko Flash
Heat beat
and the Dizzy. It was really
96
cool.
page. मैं बढ़िया आपके से.
400 Thieves here, just one weapon in the hands of Asuna. Cryo as a shorty. I mean, they're really digging deep on this one. He still somehow gets a kill. He's already back sight. They don't have showers control. At least not yet. They're investing the pit on this? They're convinced they can win it. They've gotten the spike down. And he's gunning for more. There's no way this is how this map ends.
EU got a 1D from short to heaven as well.
Actually, given how this map has gone, this would be fitting.
Yeah, it just seems like
I think
seems like
GG boys.
everything
I think
Oxy is
GG.
leading the way of 100
GG.
Thieves winning this map for sure.
Oxy's getting wrapped. He's the last one alive. Asuna cleans him up. 13-7 in favor of 100 Thieves.
Jeez.
I don't. I mean, how do you break that down?
I mean, you know what I truly believe it was?
भाई बुस्टर ने
The
मजे
mouse.
किए बिल्कुल.
No, I'm kidding. I think that a lot of this match
बुस्टर ने मजे
going the way
किए.
of
कुछ
100
भी बोलो.
Thieves had to do with the fact that C9 had played this map already this week. And I think they prepped very well. And I think when you play against this comp, it's kind of tough because like I said, if you stay in sights, you're just going to get owned by all the utility that 100 Thieves have. But if you're proactive and 100 Thieves is holding for that proactivity in the right ways, you're going to get punished in that aspect as well. So it's kind of hard. You got to try to bait out this utility a little bit earlier.
अच्छा क्या लगा 100 Thieves?
And it's not an easy, not an easy thing to do.
No, it also doesn't help that, I mean, Asuna started the game 10-2. He finished like 22-11. Cryo also popped off. And then there was all of the silliness.
भाई
the
main
whimsy,
वही है बे.
if
वो
you
लोग
will.
पिछले में ना pop-up वाले बहुत है.
My goodness. And we wouldn't have it any other way. A break and then map 2. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Pop-up वाले बहुत है वो लोग में यार. चला अपने में है ही नहीं. चलो bye good night. Love you बड़े भाई. मेरा हो गया अभी जा रहा विन देख लिया बस. अभी हारने वाला भाई. अभी हारने वाला है. क्या 2K likes करो?
Guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series,
Washroom
I'm
जा
going to
क्या है
walk you through
मैं?
attack on Pearl.
यार
Watch
बेट
over
बेट
the
की
stairs,
गैस हो
clear
जाती
this
है.
angle. You're going to be able to fight this.
Red Bull gives you wings.
No one's looking. EG decimated by Oxy. Can't hear a damn thing, but Trent swings at the right time. Boostio! He rings it in.
Liz here with Coach Zix from 100 Thieves, the team that can win a round with a improper working mouse. Now, I'd love to ask you about that. I'm actually going to ask you about the vibe of the team. It seems like the momentum really comes from the energy of the team led by Boostio. If you could describe what the vibe has been like since the win from last week, how would you describe it?
I would definitely say we're a lot more confident, a lot more positive. I mean, I will say we have some of the best aimers in the game on this team. And a lot of that was, you know, kind of hidden by the fact that they were playing low risk, I guess, last year. But this year we've kind of embraced taking a lot more risk, being a lot more aggressive, taking individual fights. If you think you have a good timing, like, we have to be able to capitalize on it. And that's been the focus of the last 2 weeks, and we've been killing it. So it's been very good.
Let's look them up too.
Confidence is high in the 100 Thieves camp, and they have plenty reason to be because they look fantastic in that closeout on Bind. And let's just go ahead and dive into what we saw in that round, because Mimi, there were a lot of really cool things that we got out of that game.
Yeah, there absolutely were. I first don't want to pick on something he was saying in that interview. I feel like the issue perennially for 100 Thieves has been when they're in advantages, when they're in up positions, playing scared, not going for a proactive play, not fighting together, just trying to bunker down and survive till the next moment. But with this team, with this addition, and in these last few matches, they've done such a good job at having proactive ideas. And I think their defense was such a great example of it. Not just in the forward plays, but the way they shut down the
Honestly, they shut down the A site completely, whether it was heavy short control, that silly little pistol round, or also in later rounds. This is what I'm talking about, pushing through those smokes, right? Taking that opportunity as the
अरे सच्ची वॉशरूम गया था रे बेशर्मो.
and taking those fights, and they did that so consistently and so well to mean that C9 only got a single A exit to work in their favor the entire first half.
Yeah, it was wild to watch. That being said, they also did such a phenomenal job towards that long B. They were really, really great at denying the information, or at least punishing them. We saw a lot of the time Boostio holding those small pixel angles and almost always getting one kill for free. So a lot of these things are what denied C9 from getting anywhere near sites.
And I think it just goes to show, like, when it comes to this league, you never know what you're going to get here. Every single time these teams come to the stage to show something new, they show how much further they have come since the beginning of the season, Mimi, and it has been impressive to see 100 Thieves turn around like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great match out of them. 13-7, honestly, a pretty dominant game in the end. Most of Cloud9's round wins were coming from, in particular, that first half, when they got these late round plays, when they could get into usually that B site, and Oxy was pushing forward in the post.
याद रखना Oxy पे 59%, 56% है
towards
vote
the B site and there wasn't an early pick gotten on a forward like pixel angle like you were talking about, Athena, then it was C9 usually having a good exec, Oxy finding a 3K, something like that. But 100 Thieves did not leave that many opportunities for C9 to take advantage of.
Yeah, which I find to be quite fascinating when you guys were talking about the drilled perspective of 100 Thieves versus the more, you know, out there style of Cloud9.
भाई अच्छा है बे ये पूरा नो कॉपीराइट साउंड्स करके है चैनल 24/7 नो कॉपीराइट साउंड म्यूजिक मस्त है बे अभी देखा मैं लेमन से मुरमुरा खा के देखो खाया मैंने सेक्सी है ना रूटर पे यही सुन के अपन वो कर सकते हैं सारे वो है बे सारे फास्ट पेस गाने ना ठीक है
What does it mean?
Liz here with Coach Immy of Cloud9. Now, Immy, we were just talking about this. I've never spoken to you after a map win, always a map loss. Again, we are here at a map loss.
इसके बाद एक गेम खेल के निकलते हैं एक गेम
Do we say enough is enough, we have to win map 1?
We don't have to win map 1. It would make things easier. Problem is, every other map 1 that we've lost, it's been like,
कौन
okay,
चार्जिंग
we
पे
played
डाल
okay.
दूँगा पट से
It's fine. We've played like ourselves. Today, it was like, it's like I've been teleported back in time and I'm back in lock-in. We're passive. We're not trading each other. But I think we'll be fine. Like, we're used to losing map 1. Shrug it off. Go next.
Well, best of luck.
Teleported back to Locken.
Dude, they're not going to be fine if they teleported back to Locken.
We're back in Sao Paulo, everyone. Let's rock and roll.
I think he meant kickoff.
I think he meant kickoff.
He wasn't coaching at Locken.
I know, but I just love the thought of us transporting back to Locken. Oh, boy.
Cloud9 was not good at Locken.
Yeah. All right, well, you know.
Remember Cloud9 Yay?
That was
when Vanity was on the team before.
It was a short run. It was a short run. But
नहीं किया तुम्हारे लिए
is hearing, Coach Chummi mention that about like, it would make our lives easier, but I just felt like I was being teleported back to kick off, let's just say, to help him out there. Those are bold things to say there, right? Because that means that, the cage has been rattled a little bit, Athena.
Yeah, it's always concerning when you hear that, especially from your coach. It means there's a lot of protocols and a lot of fundamental issues that they have been having. And you can kind of tell when you watch the game that they weren't necessarily that opening team that was able to find the cracks within the gameplay and kind of take advantage of that. For me, I just hope they can keep their confidence up because I don't think they played necessarily that bad. I just think 100 Thieves played really good.
Yeah, and that, I think, is a perfectly fair takeaway. But we're getting ready for map 2, and, we're going to be seeing some more
भाई यहाँ पे मेरे को हल्का सा
we get Oxy back
7-13 दिख रहा है.
A little bit more favorable to him here, and you can see him really cook on this agent potentially.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to look strong on the Jet. He always does. I also think in terms of like how this map plays out, 100 Thieves don't get to play a comp that's like heavy about the execs. Like there's only so many comps you can actually play on Ascent. So I don't think that I think this is a map that plays a lot more standardly across the board, and that's something where again you're always going to see a heavy emphasis on your Jet.
Do you think standard favors C9 or 100 Thieves?
But my favorite Indian khana heroes.
Because I think 100 Thieves do super well when they have tons
आज
of
बार
utility.
आपकी stream देखा अभी मेरी
comp
गाफ
that they're
है.
playing on Bind, every single agent in that roster has some form of like aggressive mid-range utility that you can use to flush out smokes, flush out corners, to jump into a site. On this map, you're playing, you're going to be playing a Killjoy, which doesn't really have that, an Omen, which has a Paranoia at the max, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot more of like playing back, stalling, and going for these.
WATCHPARTY के लिए health का भी ध्यान दो. यार छुट्टी चाहिए यार.
Achieve that goal. What I'm really
जी
interested
WATCHPARTY
in
होगी.
here
WATCHPARTY
is
तो मैं हर
this is
stream
likely
कर
going to be
रहा
a map where Cryo is back on the Jet, which has become an increasing rarity. But thus far in stage 1, his performance on this agent has actually been quite good. The guy's been back, and now he's facing off.
7 बजे से पहले नहीं होना
I
खत्म.
feel like getting him on
ये
that
तो
Jet
खत्म हो
and
जाएगा
getting
अभी
the
आधे घंटे
operator
में.
online as well has given 100 Thieves a lot of ways that they could take these deep lines and a lot of ways that they could get those aggressive plays that they've kind
Killjoy
of been
versus
setting
Cypher,
up for,
chat.
especially starting on this defense half. They can actually
I
set
will
up
prefer
the Jet, I
Killjoy.
think, in a much better way than C9 can.
What do you make of this Cypher versus the Killjoy on Ascent?
Okay, personally, Killjoy is meta, but I love the Cypher. I think Cypher is just so much harder to deal with, especially
I
when
love
you're Jet.
Cypher.
You need to be
गया
breaking
बेटी
those
बन
trips
गया.
in order to enter into his site. It just makes it that much harder and that
आ
much
जाओ
more
US
annoying.
vacation
And
में
you need to
घुमाता हूँ.
waste so much
भाई
more
मेरा
detail
actual में
trying to
US में बहुत
Also,
fans है.
it's the Moose Cypher, and Moose is sick on the
इतने
pitch.
लोगों ने बोला
Yeah,
वाल में
look, if
प्लेन
there's
की
one thing
टिकट
we
करा
know about the
देंगे,
way the
स्टे
Moose
भी
likes
हो
to play
जाएगा,
this,
खाना भी मेरे
he's
तरफ से.
most definitely going to be
लेकिन
an X
साला
factor in this one. It's now time to get
टाइम
ready for
कैसे
map 2. We're
निकालूंगा?
going to send it back over to your
500
casters.
वीजा भी
The
मेरे
good
पास.
news is that the Buddy Cop movie has been greenlit. Doug, Baby Bay, congratulations, guys. You're going to Hollywood.
What on earth is that? Holy smokes.
Baby Cop?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Kel just
I want
sleeping in
to
the
talk
other room.
about this. I want to hit you with a little
बात
nugget of
कर.
trivia. I'm going to ask you a question. I'll see if you can tell
अरे
me who
काहे
it was.
delete
The
कर रहे
last
हो?
time 100 Thieves won on a
Rated
set
next season
was
पता नहीं
in
grind नहीं कर
August
पा
of
रहा यार मैं.
2022.
I missed
They
the
won
grind.
13-3. The opposition
When I used to stream for
was
like
a SAR duelist who
12
went
hours.
4 and 14
Fun
on
times.
Phoenix. Who was the team and who was the duelist? Yup. Yup.
We
It
don't
was
gotta bring that up, man. How are we doing that, bro?
It was against FaZe.
I'm not a Phoenix
ना करो
player.
ना.
Old boy played Phoenix and we
गलत
went
है
4
मेरा.
and 14.
What about
Since
the match?
then-
USA में मेरे यहाँ आके रह लो.
It doesn't
देख रहे हो?
matter. Since
देख रहे
then,
हो?
they haven't won a single rep on Ascent.
That's crazy, though. That's a crazy stat.
I mean, that's such
that's
a long time.
nuts. And I feel like C9 is a team that's actually really, really
How much time it took for you to go from silver to go? So problem ये है कि I started the game from diamond. सीधा. That's how good I am. Hashtag OP. There are too many pro streamers for opening gold rank still, but I started the game with diamond. Started. Yeah.
versus KJ. It's sometimes really
Hey,
tough.
Paddy.
If you want someone to heat up, though,
Paddy.
that's who it is. It's got to be Oxy. Keep going, though. What are your thoughts on the KJ versus Cypher?
It's kind of tough to play Cypher against it sometimes, especially on the defense, because the knife hits so much of the areas that you're holding sights from. And
that's a good point.
EU's shock darts are really, really good as well. So we got to look out for that in the next half.
Remember, it was just a couple weeks ago that it felt like Cryo let his hair down, so to speak, and played much more comfortably on the jet. We'll see if he can replicate that against an Oxy who's obviously heating up and who's going to be looking to take the fight to his doorstep, right? We've had so much of this talk around Scrim Oxy, and when does Scrim Oxy translate to stage Oxy? We've seen it start to come through to fruition, but Cryo's going to have to deal with that same level of heat.
Yeah, and right now in this round, there's no need for 100 Thieves to rotate off of this A site because Bang is pushed up all the way in mid. So there will be a triple setup here. The trifecta to take Oxy out. That's one way to do it. That's huge.
They're going to get the second on this Zeppa too.
They got bombed. That's a big.
But Bang is taking so much space. They're going to rotate right back into him. Bang with so much to do, so much bird. They have no shot. Oh, well, that's certainly going to help. The paranoia buys a little bit of time. Moose cleans it up. 100 Thieves.
भाई सारे लोग थे 100 Thieves पे.
Yeah, Bang.
100 Thieves जीत गया यार.
Getting re-aggro in mid there after that first blood from Oxy.
वही होएगा लग रहा है. 100 Thieves जीत गया लेकिन Oxy मारेगा.
And that ultimately made it so that
एक सेकंड पहले स्मोक
C9
आता.
just funneled into going A, and if they ever went back,
एक सेकंड.
Bang just has this.
वो सोवा को मार देता था, साइड मिल जाता था.
Another pistol win in the way of 100 Thieves, and C9 didn't get bombed out, so you can't really force up a gun to give to Oxy.
बंद नहीं किया, बहुत कम किया.
Early knife tagging 3. You've got Austin who's playing close by with Cryo. Not far off. A Guardian in hand too.
I think Imi was right with his little interview that he had, talking about how it seems like C9's kind of regressing a little bit because in that scenario, in that pistol round that we just witnessed, they got denied at A after they were up 4v5. But the problem is nobody went back to clear out anything of mid or the B side of the map. So, I mean, 100 Thieves is good of them to get pushed up in those areas and just lock them in.
EU trying to take an angle with the Bulldog.
Oh, he's stuck.
But he's got the weaponry for it. That dash should not go as intended. Boostio's got 2 on the round. EU trying to get 2 of his own.
Out of charges.
Only 1 so far. Still has the dart.
1 enemy remaining.
And they're just sitting ducks now. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Zeppa with 2 HP as he gets swarmed, surrounded, and destroyed. A flawless round for 100 Thieves.
भाई जल्दी खत्म होने वाला है. Gaming होने वाला है.
Boosty going huge there with the deagle. Getting 2 in the choke to back up EU. Otherwise, EU is dead to rights.
Yeah, he was flashed.
I mean, you saw how convinced Moose was there. He was the first one to swing out. He was ready to take out EU. Here you go, first gun round for C9, and I want to see the old Vanity calling. I want to see him calling feints and doubling back on certain sites, not getting stuck in one choke and just re-hitting without any info gathered on the other side of the map. But this is really early to have an op-up for Cryo.
Light armor to you. I mean, and it's concealed so far. Hasn't been spotted, hasn't been shot. So no way to have an understanding of the threat that's waiting on the other side.
Flash आएगा क्या?
Seems like.
Oh, that was a step made. Boosty hears that. The flash in his face, not able to get the kills.
I think we can blame the wire on that one.
Maybe.
Oh, wire लगा के
Before
खेल
that
रहे हो
happened,
अभी?
I was gonna say it seems like Boostio does have a hard read on playing this middle area of the map. I mean, 9 times out of 10 he probably gets that kill on Oxy. He didn't get hard cleared, and that flash actually didn't full blind him either. Oh, this timing!
The nade is perfect. As soon as he feels the knife coming, understands there's pressure, likely waiting on the other side. Bang with a big kill.
भी जा रहे हो लोग.
A little bit of mid space. They still don't know the op is up. Cryo's been so patient.
This should get smoked off.
And
now
there it
they're
is.
gonna go back to. This is the IG lane I was talking about.
But Bang is there waiting once more.
Yeah.
Similar scenes to what we saw in the pistol. How much can Bang do? One found the second.
Oh shit!
Almost gets the
Recording.
third. Moose has been dinked. 35 HP.
That's one way to do it.
Now with 13 seconds left, the question is, does Cryo just stick with the op? Does he switch weapons and try to secure the round? Because he's about to face check Moose very up close, very personal.
Upgate.
And it's easy for Moose at that point. EU with a lot to do. The first falls and time is in abundance right now.
It's not planted for Rooney though. And Rooney has no utility. Maybe his dart will come back up soon.
The door is clear.
Oh, he's about to be found out from this drone.
Doesn't get tagged.
Revealing area.
And now the dart buys a little bit of time. It's cleared. Rooney's gonna have to go all the way around Jenny if he wants to stop this. Gets it to half. There's the drop. The mind games begin, and EU wins them out.
And he's gonna save the up on top of that. He has the time. Cryo, run the ops and guard him. Go, go, go. Yeah, he's got it. Definitely. Wow, Bang. Wow. He was the difference maker. It was actually great calling from Vanity into this round. But Bang getting what? Two kills there and then a dink? If he has a Vandal there or a Phantom, he probably kills him. Man, another bonus one. And that round right there, especially on a map like Ascent, when you're on the attacking side, man, it could feel like,
oh, it feels terrible.
Devastation for you. But they will try to get these knives up for Oxy in this B main area. And they're gonna run into Cryo's off.
Oh, he's really ahead of it. Somehow stays alive. Oxy goes up top though. There for the trade. Boosty tucked. With Asuna perched over his shoulder, trying to deal as much damage as he can. And there he goes. Oxy falls. The trap setup was too much. Blades find a little bit of value, but it's not enough to crack a sight wide open and look at the space that Bang is taken again. The guy is everywhere.
Wow. That's bombed down too.
No space is safe.
And he hurt him.
Not when Bang is afoot. What a start for 100 Thieves.
Very ambitious of Oxy there to just run out the smoke dry. Surely you think that maybe there's some eyes trained on you in that choke.
How Cryo gets away with that blows my mind.
It's just a gun diff at that point. Sometimes the stinger doesn't connect like it usually does for Seppa. I mean,
sometimes it's laser beams, and other times it's like that. Just like,
it felt like Cryo just tanked like 10 shots before he got that kill.
Early timeout called from Mimi. You see him on your screen there, trying to convey anything that he can to the team to stabilize the situation.
We're seeing Oxy go kill get a little bit exposed here. Timing's just a little bit off. And I don't think there's much that C9 need to really change. It's that first gun round they had, I feel like Vanity called it perfectly. The trade just didn't come in time on Bang. Had they just traded one for one there, chances of you losing the round are near to slim.
Back into the action we go. You see the buy on your screens. They've got armor, full weaponry, and utility to play with. So we'll see what they can do on this attack side. You're still gonna have to figure out how you nullify the op in the hands of Cryo. Bang is on a proper heater right now too.
Yeah, I know what it's like to play against him on the safe side. It's not fun, especially when he's on fire with that Phantom. He's such a good anchor. Right now, you're going to see a wine knife on this A side of the map, and he's already leaning B. This is El Clasico B rush.
She has to get the space back. Now the dash has been used. Oxy with no real way to go forward. Just kind of has to walk his way out. And he's playing this perfectly. Holy smokes. But the nade might be the problem. Boosie with too many targets to deal with finally settles on Rooney. I don't know how Oxy's still alive. He's such a nuisance. Meanwhile, Bang just waiting for the inevitable threat to come. He knows there's danger on the other side. The question is when it strikes. Cutting of the noise is massive. Oxy still causing problems. Cryo takes matters into his own hands. Shoves the shorty. Down into Oxy and just obliterates Cloud9.
He's too good. defensive opting god.
I mean, Oxy did such a good job here. He really played that as best as he could.
क्या मारा ना?
Constantly a problem.
ऐसा लग रहा है हर एक फाइट जीत रहे बे, हर एक फाइट
Bleep and go.
Yeah. You're the best.
Oxy does have that guardian.
Speedrun कर रहे बे 100 thieves.
He's gonna take on Cryo here.
Up close, not gonna connect. But again, he considers going in. A shorty, he dashes into his lap.
बाप
Getting the
रे,
best of Oxy
नसीब
once
ही खराब है
more.
Oxy का.
In identical fashion, no less.
And you saw
Nasibi
C9
Karabakh
tried to
ka.
set him up there. They gave him the utility.
Yeah.
The crowd disrespecting all of that. Fighting fire with fire. What a weird leg shot there, but
Eyes down.
Pops the knives, drops, moves.
he's feeling it.
I think we've had so many conversations around Cryo as a duelist and his style and how he delivers when he needs to.
Enemy remaining. Spike
When the
down
team
mid.
needs him to.
6-0.
Right? Is he going to continue to be the type of Jet who holds the lane, who locks things down, or is he going to be aggressive and take space? And again, that's been the
Sinan
conversation
qualified
around
ho
Cryo
jayegi.
this entire stage. We've
Yeah.
seen him get more and more
Qualified ho
comfortable.
jayegi
Those two plays, particularly the one in the previous round where he pops the shorty, goes into the smoke, that's a
30
loose
seconds
Cryo.
left.
That's a comfortable Cryo. Honestly, that's a Baby Bay type play.
Yeah. And you are playing this character that has so much ability to just get in, get out really fast, and really punish players that are trying to, you know, walk into your sights or even just walk into certain space. And he's playing it perfectly right now.
Yep.
I like the Cryo that plays aggressive. I like that he does this because he has the mechanical skill to back it up. He's always had that. I think, you know, Chamber. What is that? Why does Jet's neck look like that, bruh? That was creepy, man.
भाई split का वो है ना? Frog वैसा दिखाई दिया बे.
Uncanny Valley right there. That was very interesting. But yeah, like he has the
Second
mechanical
misses
skill
will
to
get
make
kills.
plays and go for it. I'm happy that now, even on the defensive side, he's going for that cap peek and staying and holding with the shorty.
क्या हो
Well,
गया
I think
साइरो
the
को?
other thing
साइरो
too is
मारता है.
that's a Cryo that people have been demanding. They've been begging for years now.
हर बार कायरो को
And it's
साइरो
arriving at
क्यों
just the
बोलता
right
हूँ?
time. Oxy, though, no slouch, no stranger to playing aggressively, to taking space. And look, he's already creeping up into hell. Bang waiting on the other side, spams onto him. He was lit up like a tree. It's all on the Moose.
One enemy remaining.
The potential
shit.
for this to get out of hand very quickly. Some might argue it already has. 7-0
GG.
for 100 Thieves.
जीजी बोलते ही.
Nothing working for C9 right now.
Good.
Opting now to just go into full rushes on the site.
8-0.
Maybe a little bit of frustration on that side.
भाई हम लोग को क्या first 13-0 देखने मिलेगा?
Cryo still hot in this entire map series. And bang. Ultimately the deciding factor there in my opinion. He got that smoke off in time before the KO out was able to hit him. And he's just able to delay back there. And yeah, if you're C9, you know he's back there, but are you gonna risk your life pushing all the way through that smoke?
And this feels like, I know it's early, he's what, 10-1 right now?
What is the snowball from Rooney?
Looking to get a tag. Try to clear some info out. Austin is up close, a flash in his face.
Whoa!
Oh boy. Throw that thing in reverse.
Oh, bang!
They're trying to split and Bang does
भाई
it
सब
again.
जगह पे सब जगह है वो.
He's already gotten 2 on the round. An
भाई
aerial start for
सब
100
जगह पे
Thieves.
वो लोग.
I was going to say this before all of that mess happened. This feels like a Bang who's currently 12-1 right now, who felt like the Bang who really took the world by storm when 100 Thieves was on their LCQ run. Where he was an anchor on A, when he was locking the site down and getting multi-kill after multi-kill. And it really felt like we saw Bang really show up and really come into his own. And we've seen hints of that. Since then, this isn't a hint. This is the whole freaking thing. Bang's playing out of his mind right now.
I feel like you set it up
अभी
perfectly
जीतना
with
पड़ेगा.
the last time
अभी
they won the
option
map
नहीं है.
against me specifically. I feel like I'm C9 right now. I've been there, man. It's not fun getting instant everywhere
अभी
you go
जीतना
and running
पड़ेगा भाई. अभी
into
option नहीं है
a
लोगों का.
three-man crossfire. Asuna, Cryo, and Bang on this A side of the map playing off of each other so well.
You know what the kicker is too? The last time they won, you know, that 2022 or whatever, Bang went 27-11.
I know, bro.
On Omen. He's
जीत
doing
गया
it
तो
again.
qualify, जी जीत गया तो qualify.
You're preaching, brother.
Cage triggered. What do Cloud9 do?
I don't know. I like that they're doing a slow approach now. I feel like they're kind of running their head into the wall there, trying to just have anything work, try to cheese any round. And sometimes 5-manning and stacking, just going for sight hits can actually work on a map like this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If you get those entries, it is GG for the enemy team trying to retake. And Cryo has been so mobile with this op. He's already setting up for this B split hit. He should be good for multiple here.
Spike
Barely whiffs on Oxy, but again, you see how they play off of each other. It's all a setup.
There's the multiple you were looking for.
No way.
Lands a third.
बाप रे.
I mean, this is... They're
Team
playing
मारे
these like
उसने.
triangle setups to a T.
Yeah. Boosty's gotten value from logs in more than one round. It's actually crazy. Yeah, it's the second timeout called from Mimi, by the way.
क्या
I mean, he
time
asked
out?
him to
अभी क्या
slip it
करोगे
away.
time out का?
You gotta at least get 3 on this half if you want any chance. I feel like. But you see the crossfires that they have. I don't even want to call them crossfires. It's just the way that
क्या
they're
करेंगे
picking
भाई
off of
time
each
out का?
other, right? Whether it's at the A site, Bang is sitting in the corner of Cat.
कितनी बार उठा रहेगा बूस्टी उसका अकाउंट चाहिए.
Asuna's in door, Cryo is heaven, and they all peek off of each other.
Yeah.
Once Bang makes contact, Asuna peeks door now. Then somebody comes out A main, kills Asuna. Cryo's already peeking from heaven. In this case, Cryo's on stairs, Boostio's sitting logs. As soon as Cryo gets the first kill, everyone that's running out of market is going to be staring at stairs, trying to wait for that refrag. Now they're running into Boostio. Then you have a dart come out from EU back site. There's so many things going 100 Thieves' way right now, and it's just the setups that they're putting themselves in. They're working flawlessly against C9.
The crazy thing is too is, you know, we've talked in the past about
Language.
how it feels like, and for a long time it was, Ascent was
Make
very
you
heavy
also
defense
bad.
sided, including
भाई 1 2 3 4 5 वाला सीन है.
It's like 50-50. It hasn't been a
Zepa
heavy
एक मार
defensive
around
sided,
और
map if you
moves
consider
एक मार.
kickoff, and now
1 2 3
stage
4
one.
5
So
हो
this
जाए.
isn't like oh well, you know, it's attack side,
हो
you
जाए
know,
बे.
whatever.
Yeah.
At least as far as the 9 reps that we've seen on Ascent since the beginning of the year, it's been a 50-50 split. So at Cloud9 have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, this is going to be tough, especially when you're playing against the default comp that's just so versatile.
Revealing area.
And the name of the game right now for C9 should be find out where the
But
op
yeah.
is and formulate a plan around that.
Oh,
And
they
it looks
found
like they're doing just that.
They found an Oxy smoked off. The
भाई
alarm bot
दो
and then
नेड है
cleared it
लेकिन.
out.
You see this hesitation though. I guess they have to because of the mollies.
Yeah. I mean, Oxy can't go right now. He also used his dash and his updraft already.
Yeah, his job right now is just to be
KO
a thorn in
blind
the
देना
back
पड़ेगा.
of C9.
And
But that dagger just hit him, no?
But honestly,
that's KO all.
he's been that for many rounds. They just haven't really been able to convert around it. An opportunity
Oh,
to do
shit.
it once again. EU waiting. If he tags him, this would be insane. Oh, he knows he's there.
लेकिन पूरी टीम तो मर गई.
Down B.
Just on the other side. That was the safety valve. Ultimately falls. Oxy's gonna have to pull off another ridiculous moment, and he can't.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna jinx it.
No,
13-0.
don't. You did it
I'm gonna
yesterday.
jinx it.
Do it.
13-0.
You did it yesterday.
I'm not gonna jinx it.
Cryo.
13-0.
I mean, yeah, you see the highlight there. Boosty gets a couple of really big kills there, but again, we've got to talk about Bang. We've got to talk about
I think
Cryo.
first 13-0 guys.
Yeah, this is a complete dismantling of the C9 roster. And it does very much look like what Emmy was
Welcome
saying.
by
We're seeing
Na
the
Karo
old
Bettings.
C9 right now.
Get out of my way.
It doesn't always have to be Oxy go kill. But right now, C9 just doesn't have an answer for that not working. Specifically on this
Oh,
map. That's a big kill right
crucial
there.
kill मारा.
Yeah.
चलो.
I
ये
need
round
to
जीत
peek.
सकते हैं.
Top mid against an Opper. Vanity did TP on that mid box though. So Cryo probably just didn't even see him. Maybe double scoped in.
Initiated.
Lockdown used, and now they have to reconsider how they want to approach this round.
B hit करेंगे वो लोग. वो लोग पास और कुछ एरिया नहीं है.
C9.
A का कैम heavy info दे रहे
They
हैं.
kind of have to reset and be here because they have no space anywhere else on the map. They have passive info from Cypher's util main, but that's it.
Yeah.
बोला था B.
They're also not trying to conceal their intentions here. They're being loud about it. They're jump spotting. They know where they are, and they're going to try to hit this anyway. Look at all of the damage that they've taken. Oxy's down to 12. Rooney and Zeppelin both weak.
Oxy's dead.
He tries to get up top. He gets Boosty. But that's all it'll be.
अभी भी निकाल तो सकते हैं
Somehow,
वैसे.
they emerged to do that
लेकिन-
with the numbers advantage.
Oh shit, heavy nade.
They've got them red. Moose not able to find any value.
3v3 दो
Zeppa
बंदे
takes
लाल
a
है.
step back. Threes for the rest of the round as the spike ticks away.
Oh fuck, Omen blind भी है, KO blind भी है.
Double flashes up.
You heard the first one used, the
400
second one
thieves.
too. Zappa gets one, but it's traded right back. Vanity not
Uh-oh.
able to control it. Bang, can he do it again? No!
Shot.
Rooney's the savior for Cloud9 as they're on the board. You did jinx it. You didn't even say it and you jinxed it.
Round before the switch.
चलो,
It still
no
feels
13-0.
like it's a little too late though for C9.
I would have to agree.
But the sigh of relief to not be 13-0 lives on.
It's not a record you want.
Player standing.
Nice. Let's go. Come on. One more. Let's go. It's one of them.
Spirits are still high though. Maybe not for the coach, but
But
for the players.
we
Players
talked a lot
would
about
be
Vanity,
like
how good of a leader he's been. That mentality right there is what's made this team
Everyone
so
is
good.
going
And yeah,
until Binks
it's not
fire.
necessarily reflecting in the score right now, but it's just one
13-0
round at a
वाला
time. Just
सीजन
one
और
more.
जीती.
Can't escape this time because of that
अच्छा, अरे
KO.
बाबा.
Crowd getting first blooded. Back-to-back rounds. That was the answer that C9 needed way earlier in this series.
Bang, feeling the pressure.
Oh man.
Can he manage it well? Too many targets, only one found.
10-2.
Looks like Cloud9 are well on their way to their second.
Buddy.
Barring something silly taking place, which has kind of been the theme of the series. Austin forced to wait on the other side of this.
Oh, this might be insane. He's gonna break the door for him.
No shot.
That was beautiful.
That was.
And the high flash too.
They swing out behind it. They've
अच्छा
gotten it
गावात.
down to 2. No way! Dagger!
I don't know what to say anymore. Every match that we have casted so far, Doug,
भाई
there
क्या
have been
सीन
miracle
है.
plays. Teams just blowing teams out. I mean, this is crazy.
भाई
A 4v2.
क्या?
Not going their way in a post-plant situation.
One enemy
But it was so
remaining.
well played
Oh,
from
it was-
100 Thieves.
it was perfectly
like,
played.
EU breaking the door. Asuna with the perfect timing for that KO flash. Then the high flash. Asuna jumping out to just be a body bag for EU. I mean, it's beautiful synergy.
It was perfect. We're going to throw it
13-1
down
guys.
to Ender, Mimi, and Athena, who have apparently tied up
It's
GG,
GG.
thrown him somewhere backstage so he can't control the
देखते
desk. I'm
वापस आ
scared.
गई.
I'm terrified.
ये सीन है.
First of all, that didn't
We did not
happen.
tie
That
him
didn't
up.
happen.
ठीक
But
है,
what's
13-1 है. 13-3 कर दो. 13-3.
What did
13-3
happen though
कर.
was an incredible first half there from the side of 100 Thieves,
Pistol
and I think
जीतेगी
the
और
defining
उसके
factor of
बाद
it was Cryocells. He's back.
I mean, they lost one round. They win the pistol. They win round 3, converting over to bonus. They get the up into Cryo's hands so early on into the game, and he takes over.
They were just so good at setting him up, and of course he was so aggressive and
भाई,
able to
लेकिन
take those timings
spams
on those
और
peaks. Not a
praise
single
क्या
thing
sexy थे ना?
happened to shut down Cryo. He literally was just
13-3
on
कर.
top.
13-3.
And the combination between him and Bang as well, who in
अपना
the first like
क्या
9
मटा?
rounds had died one time, I think. Like that was
बता
the
मौत से
insane thing.
ज़्यादा
Was
कुछ
Bang just
चल
putting
रहा
up
है.
those repeated 2-3Ks untouchable.
And the confidence for this team is out of the world. We're seeing it in every one of these reactions. For
Cam, side
Bustio, I
करो.
think he
शर्म
spent
आता है?
less time in his chair
ऐसा करो
than
ना?
out of it thus far in this match.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
Sure.
Jury's out on that one.
For Bustio it is.
But 11-1 at this point. This is something where it seems almost impossible for Cloud9 to come back in. At this point, just coping about round by round.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it would have been possible, like, winnable after they win round 11,
Sure.
right? And then they're in a good position at the end, and EU just comes out of nowhere killing 2 people. Like, that just
दोनों जगह
can't be
100
happening, but
teams
somehow
का
it is for
poster
100 teams.
डाला
Yeah,
गया.
it's kind of looking a little bit impossible, but for C9, they have to do a really good job at being able to set up their duelist player and being able to push forward. They need to rely on Moose to just be able to hold that side on defense and have some sort of aggressive play. Early info is going to be the name of the game here.
A miracle seems in.
भाई ये क्या कमेंट है भाई. ओ भाई सीधा ने लेव को पेला. लेव ने सबको पेला. 100 Thieves सबको पिलकर C9 को पेला. हैवी.
Thieves have won a rep on Ascent.
6.7 KDA.
Since the last time.
16.
The aforementioned that we won't talk about anymore. I mean, the potential to do something special here.
Host not visible. Sharam karao.
Yeah, this has been a crazy map.
Yeah. They have such a massive lead here too.
There's just so many good teams in the league at this point. I truly feel like anybody can beat anybody.
See that trip? Trip was down in hell.
They didn't spot Boosty though.
They've taken a lot of space B. They've got to understand the hit is A. Will the trip find value? Cryo goes up top.
I mean, we were talking about getting aggro. Look at him. He's went all the way into heaven and took out the Cypher.
So
उनको पता है एक flank
he
है.
seems so
उनको पता है jet flank है. Jet को मारेंगे फिर 5v3 करेंगे वो लोग.
I mean, he's a star.
Yeah. That's a star that people have been expecting for 100 Thieves for so long, and it's finally coming into his own.
They're ready for this too. It's all a bait.
The finishing touches.
Man.
भाई
Yeah.
क्या
Foolproof.
Boosty होता
Certainly seems that
fall
way.
तो था.
All the utility coming out. Bang flashed up 56 HP. Still has Ghost in hand. Zeppa's there. On
He's gonna
swing.
stick this.
Falls.
Vanity's
gotten
sticking.
two. Is there anything to stop him? He can hold it the whole way. You're right.
ऐसा जीता.
If there's a way to come back, it's that way. Stealing the round away.
ऐसा जीता.
That easily could have been a 100 Thieves win. It probably should have been.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Another moment.
Blunder at the end, but they have so much to work with.
Yeah. They've given themselves a long runway.
Yeah, huge buffer. It looks like just early A main control here out of the side of 100 Thieves. Just maybe trying to get some info, get an orb if they can. Oh, but this is going to be a double flash play with Zeppa swinging into it.
Put a Marshall in the hands of you.
Hey, yo.
Smoke whiff, or did he shoot him through?
65 HP. Vanity on the swing with the molly there. That one way is so miserable to try to get through.
40 नहीं रे impossible
Yeah,
है.
C9 just not wanting
Comeback
100 Thieves to
impossible
get
है.
any orbs.
सब सोए हुए को उठा दो नहीं.
At least towards the stack, the heavy side, which is A.
As soon as the orb was tapped, you're absolutely right. That was the cue to go.
Whoa! Nice moves, man.
This is a attack shooter, by the way.
One enemy remaining.
So the attack side of 100 Thieves, at least in this round, kind of goes down with a whimper. They didn't really have the guns to fight back. They did manage to drop one. The
Aerodivs there है बे.
damage almost everywhere
RTB
else.
ठीक है.
This comeback is going to be off the back of Moose and his setups and having really well-placed trips. And him not playing in spots where he can be knifed.
Loaned को comeback.
It's
Excuse me.
going to be a tall ask. Yeah, for sure.
Comeback.
And honestly, that was the same conversation we had on Bind, right? It was a close half.
One. The hands of Oxy did damage.
भाई अगर one run out of time किया तो.
It was the same conversation we had on Bind, right? The question was, how can Boost do on the defensive side with the Cypher util, because you know it's going to be miserable to get through. And it wasn't because of Moose that Bind didn't go their way.
Can use that. Definitely.
Brilliant comeback or what? नहीं रे.
Slow mid control here, but proactive fight from C9, catching them off guard.
And it looks like they want more.
Well,
He's gotten two. Oxy's joining in on the fun. Bang and Boostio punching back at least a little bit.
ये लोग को
At
सबसे
least enough
पहले
to keep it competitive. And if they
defense
feel
use
all this
करना
pressure,
था.
you know they're probably going to end up back B, and guess who's there? It's Moose.
अगर किया तो मैं भी
Love
live
how
stream
he's just
करूँगा.
playing a completely different game in a world of his own.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good info.
Yep.
That is
Cheeky little
such
camera
a
spot.
cool cam.
You steal that for your rank games.
But C9 are splitting up here. See Vanity holding this A site. Zeppa pushed up all the way in the A main. They're so worried that the enemy team is going to go back to A.
Oh, it's like you mentioned. The longer there's silence on the map, the more doubt and
तो
paranoia.
कैम से
introduced into
मालूम
the
तो
minds
पड़
of
गया
the
रहेगा कि
defense.
बैंक का पोजीशन पता है शायद.
Boosty's got now. That should be the cue, surely. As
30
the first
seconds
trip
left.
goes out, you see the knife clearing out B main, making sure there's nobody there. They know Moose is back.
Good molly.
Very good molly. And again, Boostio's gotten so far up. Moose is there to greet him, though. A 1v3.
निकाल सकते हैं क्या?
Oh, no way.
नहीं.
Oh, he's played this
देखो का पोजीशन बात.
beautifully. But Zeppa's going to swing at just the right time.
देखो पुजी बहुत था.
Cloud9 will get their fourth.
Nice, I like it. I like the mid fight. They're not
They'll
scared to
start
go
like
down.
this.
What, they were down 11-3? They're not scared to go for a mid fight like that. And that's a good sign. If you're a C9 fan.
That was such a nice setup. That fight was gorgeous.
मस्त मारा है बे, मस्त मारे. खुश तो लग रहे बे, अच्छा लग रहा.
So 3 rounds in a row. Cloud9 giving 100 Thieves a little bit of their own medicine with a bonus. But even with that, 100 Thieves have invested a bit. Cryo with a Guardian, 2 Stingers.
After that Fnatic match, anything can happen. Fnatic अलग
There
है.
have been some wild trips that we've seen. And again, Moose just kind of flexing, right?
11-5.
They're certainly, again, they're making plenty of noise. The flash is there. The swing, too. Oxy turns it and drops
बड़ा
both.
गया.
And they re-aggress. They push for more. Nothing is found, but the space is taken. And the spike is sitting under their feet.
He wants more.
बड़ा गया रे बाबा.
Boostio barely missing that timing.
Banks still shooting. He's going to get caught, though. Feeling the pressure. The shorty in his face. We've got a lot of shorty kills this match.
I got the spike.
Yeah.
Oh, मारा
He still
उसने.
gets his one. Is
Shot को मारा.
But Cloud9 gets a 5. Again, still plenty of work to do.
अब आएगा main scene.
Confidence starting to grow.
क्योंकि
Oxy's
अभी
looking
अगर
for
हारेगा
points,
ये
playing
लोग,
aggressive. They're not backing down from
फिर
any
टाइम आउट
fights.
आएगा.
And that's what you want. If you're going to make a comeback, it's got to be off the backs of things like that.
He's been playing actually very well in this series and just been getting shut down like that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, what is he supposed to do about Boostio just perfectly lining up his head like that? I feel like he's done
Heading
so
seven again?
much, but he's kind of just getting a little bit
भाई
unlucky.
फिर से देखो kills देखो.
Meanwhile, on the
ऑक्सी
other side,
15
again,
बाकी सब
got
8
called
8
out,
7
Bang
7.
20 and 7.
सेम एकदम deja vu हो गया.
Not bad. Asuna getting that orb online will trigger his ult. And they still have the whole map to play with here. So many options.
I think they actually read into the fact that they think that C9 has the Cypher set up on A. And that's why they're leaning B, but it's going to be a double back now.
क्या लगता है? Oxy is
I
too
love
good,
that
रे?
cam too. Spotting anyone going up cat. And in case there's anyone who does tuck in through mid, you're going to see him as well.
But these trips in the A main choke, oh, this trip is going to get a lot of value.
Yeah, and even off of the face of the fake, because you just saw the drone come out from EUB while everyone else was rotating A. They still have the utility for
वो
Moose
लोग
to
को
keep
पता
them
है
at
भी
bay.
नहीं है.
And that knife towards the B side of the map from Zeppa should identify that this
Triple
is going to
P.
be an A hit.
Even with the ult.
Crowd
Triple
jumps over the
P.
trip.
Oh, and they TP into it as well. Cryo gets, excuse me, Oxy gets 2.
30
Seppa holding a
seconds
line back. EU and Cryo, the only ones who remain. Vanity playing on the other side of the smoky. You have to go
Triple
aggressive.
P.
The trips continue to be a problem. They're a bloody nuisance.
One enemy remaining.
And it's another for Cloud9.
Guys,
100 Thieves overthinking that round.
I think it's a
Boostio
comeback.
trying to call a fake there.
Same to Prithma.
I think they did think that Cypher was towards that A site, and that's why they committed.
I
that
think it's a
KO ult
comeback.
there.
I imagine the vast majority of this conversation,
Comeback
as
लग
the
रहा है.
timeouts called by 100 Thieves, is around Moose and his utility. It just continues to cause problems.
Hey, yes, sir. Come on, go.
5 rounds
बोला
in a
था
row
ना
now
टाइम
for
आउट
the
आएगा ये
defense.
राउंड हारने के बाद.
This is so crazy. I mean, defense side ascent can
कर
be
दिया
so
ना
hard
जिक्स
to
ने
break
comeback
through.
है comeback है. Comeback है.
again,
अभी
AMD this year
11-7
hasn't
होएगा
played
फिर वो
that
लोग एक
At
जीतेंगे
least not
11-8 11-9
I think a big
11-10
key to
11
that, though,
13
has been
11.
the wonky comps that we've seen a lot of teams run, like last
13-11
those
for
Viper
C9.
style weird breach comps with
देखो
just different
technically
things. It kind of gives you the advantage on the
6
side
राउंड में से
actually,
सिर्फ
but when it
4
comes to a
गन
more
राउंड रहेगा
standard
2 एक
approach,
रहेगा तो
I feel
4
like the
गन
map
फाइट जीतने गए
does tend to lead
क्योंकि
towards the
पॉसिबल है
defensive side when it comes to
ओनली
that.
4 गन फाइट्स ऐसा देखा जाए.
Not by much though. You're right.
No, you're right.
No, you're right.
All right.
We're both right.
I do think Cloud9 have a lot going on here, and I think we've seen that play out in the last couple of rounds, but also Oxy continues to fight, and the kills are starting to go his way.
सब तो सही predict करते हो.
And Oxy with confidence is a different animal that you have to deal with.
Oh, for
नहीं, timeout अच्छा था.
Yeah.
अच्छा timeout.
We haven't seen the Super Saiyan
भाई
pop
वो
up
देखो
yet,
भाई
but you know,
Oxy 17 बाकी
when
9
that
9
hits,
8 8 दूसरी बार यार
they're
बेचारा.
starting to believe Oxy spotted, has to take the fight. The flash is certainly going to help.
He's still going to walk up?
Of course he is. Because they know they have so many layers to this. There's backup on both sides, but that's all it is for now.
Dude, his job in this half is to fight to the death, but he does get taken out, and that enables the knives from Cryo.
How much work can he find?
He doesn't need to do anything right now. Just play the 5v3 proper, clean.
Blade still up. It looks like there may be a setup, and there it is.
Oh,
not able to land the shots, but the damage has been dealt. The space has been garnered.
Yeah.
And now so much left to do for Cloud9. Cryo with 3 on the round. And Rooney left to wonder where it all went wrong.
Yeah, he just has to save here. No real damage. Gets one tapped instead. It's tough. I mean, Oxy gets picked off there, but he's honestly been the main factor of them even having any sort of resemblance of a comeback. So
for sure.
I don't blame him for trying to take all these fights and being really, really aggressive like that. Just this time he gets punished, and when you give a team so many rounds to work with, that one round makes such a difference.
Oh,
and now we're on match point.
You have to play perfect Valorant to just get to overtime.
It's
just so it's miserable to have to try to navigate.
It's been done before by me. I believe in Oxy.
An op in the hands of the duelist, who again has been the main reason. Him and Moose feel like they've been the main reason why Cloud9 have prolonged this as long as they have. Blades up, dash across.
Oh my gosh, he's alive.
Space relinquished.
भाई क्या भगाया है उसको.
These are still gonna commit to this, but that dart scans both players, and that Omen flash will hit everybody.
Vanity tried to find some space, tried to find some solace, and he could not. He's sent into the next, and there may not be another. Asuna with 2, Moose and Rooney trying to stand tall, trying to deliver in the face of 5. 1 is found, and that's all it'll be. Rooney cannot. 100 Thieves obliterate.
मेरी गलती नहीं थी. मेरी गलती नहीं थी. थैंक यू. मेरी गलती नहीं थी. थैंक यू सो मच. मेरी गलती नहीं थी. थैंक यू. मेरी गलती नहीं थी. थैंक यू. मेरे इसमें कोई गलती नहीं. थैंक यू. कैसे पॉसिबल है भाई छोड़. कैसे पॉसिबल है भाई. How is it even fucking possible, bro? भाई क्या मेरे को आधी नींद में खेलना चाहिए? हाँ, एक गेम बनता है. एक गेम बनता है. लाइट आया क्या? वैसे एक्चुअल में सोने जाएगा तो भी अच्छा है यार. चैट उससे अच्छा मैं सोने जाऊँ क्या? क्योंकि सनलाइट आया नहीं तो नींद तो अच्छी आएगी मेरे को. आई थिंक सोने जाना ज़्यादा बेटर है. मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई. गेम चालू कर दिया तो मैं जा रहा हूँ. चलो बाय बाय गाइस. जा रहा हूँ मैं. चटक रहा हूँ. सी या गाइस. चटक रहा हूँ मैं. दिल लगाने गया. बाद में खेलेंगे भाई. सनलाइट आ गया. आया नहीं है. आएगा अभी. क्योंकि रूम में फिर सनलाइट आता ना, फिर मैं सो नहीं पाता हूँ यार. चलो गए. बाय 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 बाय. आदियोस चेडे में पादियोस. जाते जाते दर्द देख के जाओ. दर्द ये था. ये दर्द भुसड़ी का. ये था वो दर्द. गांडू की छठी गांड, भड़वे का छठा भड़वा. ये था. मेरे को उसने एक राउंड में वो मरा ना, उसने मेरे को ब्लेम किया था. कौन सा राउंड था? ये था क्या? ये नहीं था. ये था क्या? ये नहीं था. फिर भाई ने 4 मार के राउंड निकाले. कौन सा राउंड था? ये राउंड था. ठीक है. ये राउंड में मैं रोटेट किया, ठीक है, मैं सिटी पे हूँ कि मैं बोला ए रिटेक खेल सकते हैं, वो मिड से बोला, मिड से मरा वो, और वो मेरे पे ब्लेम डाला है कि तू रोटेट क्यों कर रहा है। मैं बोला अगर मैं नहीं भी रोटेट कर रहा हूँ तो मैं तो मेन देखूंगा ना, तो मेन से तू मरा नहीं है, तू मिड से मरा, वो भी शेरिफ से, तो इसमें मेरी गलती क्या है। तो बोलते लेकिन तू रोटेट नहीं करता तो तू उसको मार देता। मैं बोला मैं मिड वाले को कैसे मारता, रोटेट नहीं कर रहा तो भी, मैं तो मेन देखता हूँ। उसके बाद उसको ऐसा बूम बाम दिया ना, उसको ऐसा बूम बाम दिया ना, मजा आया। और मेरा टीम देखो भाई, कितनी प्यारी टीम है भाई, ये होती है राइट की मैच मेकिंग। मेरे इसमें 1 2 3 3 अस्कांडे 3, हाँ, वो लोग में एक इमोर्टल 2, मेरे में एक इमोर्टल 2, वो लोग में एक अपने में एक इमोर्टल 2, वो लोग में एक इमोर्टल 2, वो लोग में 3 इमोर्टल 1, अपने में 3 एक्सीडेंट 3। ये 100 ही दे देते हमें बेंच, अपना 100 उधर दे देते। कब की मैच है आज की भाई, हड़वाइस मैच है ये, कितना किया था मैंने मेरे को ही पता है ये मैच में। चलो जा रहे लो। ये कौन है भाई, लिटिल समोसा? सामी भाई वो लॉबी में खेल रहा है। भाई इसको क्या लॉबी मिल रही रहेगी यार। ओ ये वो रीजन में तो मेरे को दिखाएगा ही नहीं। ये देखो यूनाइटेड करके लिखा है, नहीं रे ये तो यूनाइटेड अलग है लॉल, ये तो वो है, उस पे अभी भी नीचे लिखा है प्राउड ऑफ यू मेरी जान लोडू। क्या बंदा था यार। थैंक यू फॉर एंटरटेनिंग अस, बाय 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 बाय, लव यू, गुड नाइट्स। कौन सा रीजन हो तो, अमेरिका में है शायद, अमेरिका या यूएस में है वो, कनाडा में, किधर तो है वो। चलो जा रहा हूँ, बाय, गुड नाइट, अदियोस स्टडी में पादियोस, मिलते हैं जी फाइटिंग।
When there's no hope hiding, no chance concealing what deep down I felt for you. Oh, I